It's a little bit for you, right?
Yeah.
Yo, they started a little bit early, guys.
Everyone's trying to figure it out.
What's going on, everybody?
You learn what you can from these matches.
And it's like, you know, we have, what, like 3 weeks after this? You got a little bit of a break, so it's like, if you got a slow start, there's time to improve. If you're ahead, better keep at it. You know, there's time for people to catch up in that gap. So,
well, we gotta learn.
All right.
After this,
yeah.
You know, they're gonna have to
First
learn
time
some spawns,
watch
updates
party in the
that are coming
CDO.
out. So they gotta go right
Looks
back
like we're gonna
to
get
work.
straight
It's almost like
into
the
it.
game just released
Yeah.
again. But for now, try to get
Merry Christmas, learn some spawns.
Yeah, learn some new spawns. Maybe some good, maybe some bad. You never know. But yeah, you're gonna have to relearn the game a bit. Some people are gonna like that, some people aren't. But right now, Vegas getting right back into the game. 3 kills come in, lucky the last player there. But as we know with Terminal,
This
it's
plane
all about these
kill is always
rotations
so
and taking
mixy.
advantage if you can. Nero's gonna find one, but the numbers over to Heretics, over to Orsberger.
So if
Alright,
you
we're
guys
already on
were
hill
asked
3.
about how
We're a
this
little
was
bit
played
late.
last week when you were talking about it, what the importance was there, after we saw it played in the league, was there any takeaways that surprised you maybe?
I mean, it's really just all about security control.
So what you thought it was, sort of?
Yeah, I think it's what we thought. It's just, are you going to be able to find any breaks? The one team who has throughout this game was Miami Heretics. I think starting on the bad side, they've done a very solid job dealing with that. But Vegas do bounce back with a full 60 there on play.
That quality's at 1080 the
Well, some nice
entire
shots from
time.
Nero, and I mean, he has been stellar. Standy was nothing but gas for this young man. You know, we were taking a look through some of your hard points, like overall engagements. He's been leading the way. He's been flying. He's been frying. And I think just the way he's playing, we have a player as talented as Standy behind him. Maybe this isn't the best map for that, you know, his kind of all ARs, but I don't know. I really like this duo, even though it's been 1 week.
No doubt about it. Yeah, when they came together, I think, you know, the question was with these top tier teams, what SMG duo are you going to put together? And I think they have a ton of potential. To really pop off here in the league. And they had pop off moments. Again, just a tough series versus Carolina, but gotta bounce back.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. It's probably, when making a team these past couple years, probably the biggest focus. What's your SMG duo? I think once Simp and Easy became a thing, everyone's been trying to.
What are we gonna do here?
sort of match that for quite some time. It's hard to do, but the lead's still sitting here for Heretics, but chip it away.
Dude, I will say the Miami team has been surprising me very, very much.
Security hold.
They've been a really good
Looking
team.
like
We
potentially a lead
haven't
change
seen
here.
any
It's the
Spanish
next wave
teams
of
in a
Heretics
long,
players
long
looking to
time.
ramp it
So
up. Standy trying to give haircuts instead.
it's really great to see. I mean, like, that's an entire community behind their back.
Not
So
quite there as he falls.
imagine that.
But the last player
Spanish
was narrow. He's able to hold the
fan
point.
base
Couldn't
is,
win the
like,
gunfight on the
insane.
backside, though. Is lucky. He's able to win that. Now with 30 seconds to go, though, we'll focus on the rotation. The lead's still there for Heretics. Legion not able to swing it their way.
I mean, that is huge out of Metals. He helps out Lucky. Lucky gets all the attention on him, and then right through the jetway comes Metals. He's able to find a double. That flips the spawns for what we talk about. I mean, now you have P1 control. If you're able to hold on to security, you have P2. So they don't give Legion the full time
This
here. They
rotation is
have
huge.
a
They have the
lead.
entire cut down mid.
Great play out of that duo, working through security, and just look at the map control that Miami has right now. A beautiful play from this team.
Yeah, I think when I started, you know, my little rant, talking through some of the plays, like, it was all Legion control. During that sequence, I can see out of the corner of my eye, like your hands start going. Like
I always wonder how, like,
you're
teams hold this,
excited, like,
because this
something's
is
about to
such
happen.
a
Yeah, they get the flip to make the
scrappy hill.
plays, and they, what was a 10-point game? They pushed the lead out again.
Yeah, now a chance though. Now you have Standy.
Pretty
and
50-50.
now
You
working
can
through
hold from
security. They
Burger,
were
you can
finding a
hold
couple
from
kills,
that,
so
like,
you have 2-2
Plant
splits.
Heady.
Attach is going to read it. We saw his hardpoint stats. Always stellar gameplay out of him in the respawns. Zero doing what he can on the hill. He finds the double. While that happens, his teammates spun up P2. Purs was locked in that
The
down.
key here
so
is
able
really
to
just to
gas
make sure you
Miami,
have
but
map
Legion
control.
able to get out of it through P1.
And just trying to not get in a big hole. I mean, it's just so tough to chain together points, so tough to have major comebacks. Try and stay within 50-ish if you can, and they've done that. They've kept it competitive. They've given themselves a chance to make a run. But now, here we go. Next hard point up, Legion is in. Maybe another chance for a lead change. Looking across all players, nothing too standoutish. No one really dominating in this one yet, but still some time to be played. Streak going to come in, not going to connect. Journey, though, hit the shots. Another one's going to drop.
Yeah, I mean, he's hitting the shots. Maybe just gives you that info, backs them away. Have to play around those trophies. A chance here for Heretics, but you see the close spawns coming in. So the two players here for Heretics have to try and slay. They are all by their lonesome for now. Standy's going to go through the pinch through Book. Is that enough? Not going to be. So the streak, it helps out. You put the pressure on, but Legion are able to hold.
not only hold, but finally take a lead. They have been at a deficit for a long, long time. Now, they will go out in front, but it is a game of blows, a game of swings. And it's maybe another chance here for Heretics, though, when our next hard point gets up. But for the final 10 seconds, the rest of this scrap time, Legion will hold. But look now at that lock on the minimap. Playing about the pop, in position is Heretics.
This is big for Miami.
Their
They can get that swing back.
I think my favorite part about this hill is somehow in game it's called apron.
It's called apron.
Yeah, no, this is called apron here. I don't know.
There was a time in my career where I really tried to use those calls because I was asked by a dev to do it. I would never call us apron. I'd be like, good luck later. That's not happening. Fire me. I don't care. Anyway, listen.
That was the easiest break of their career.
Heretics, listen to me go. Vamos.
I don't know why nobody holds it from like one of the C headies.
Hay que jugar siguiendo también. El de esquí se va a meter.
Ya voy a cortar yo.
Hago echarle cara. Está full stun de cara, pero no sé dónde
Puede
está.
estar en el cockpit.
Hago echarle
Peto tocado, por aquí le falta uno.
cockpit muerto.
Hago echarle yo.
Conmigo, P1 conmigo.
Ya fuera anterior yo, 20 segundos, o sea, que te da que no
No, teníamos que haber rotado. Va a cruzar. No ha cruzado. No.
Ok.
Te tengo
Me
ayuda.
ahora, Me haces doble sal. Son dos.
Otro más ha cruzado. Se me acaba de meter, se ha metido ya, ¿vale? Vamos a la otra parte. Está de frente el otro.
Tengo que jugar por ese,
Hay que hacer
doble sal, chavales.
Está en la esquina detrás de Pilar, el push. No tengo ayuda de tiro. Pilar de P1.
Tengo que ayudarte.
Sigue ahí.
Meto trophy. El de punto no le veo.
No sé qué hace,
Dale pegar un tiro. Hay que pinchar, Tiro trofeo aquí atrás.
Yo no sé qué coño hace. Estoy ayudando, Javi. Puedo pinchar, están pegando la racha. Pues el anterior está pegando la racha, creo. Sí, están de muerto.
El de punto no hace chale.
Podemos remontar con un break bueno.
Punto más en punto y otro más en
Whole lot of listening, not a lot of vamos. They're getting slammed. 5 points away from victory is Legion. It was 6 in a row for standing.
As someone who doesn't speak any Spanish, that's crazy.
They're breaking towards the
Listening to that, I have no clue what's going on.
Here, and that will be game if they can get in. There's still 30 seconds there. Nero
Should be the win here if he just lays here.
Shots. If he wins this one-on-one, doesn't even have to. Ball game, the help is there. Map 1 of the books in Legion.
All right, there's map number 1 done.
Once they got the lead, they now look back.
Well, what was it? It was really through that P1 when they got that break into P2, or sorry, in P1, gave them control of P2. Once that second rotation set of hills started, you had Miami with full map control, and they just allowed that break to happen. And you see what happens in tournament. I mean, they just run away with the lead on top of controlling P1 and P2 on the second time through. I think they break plane right as we go into that listen. You have to be able to respond with full 6 map. If not,
that's a good start.
That's exactly what happens.
Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I said it's not always tough to come back, or it's not always easy to come back from the biggest deficit because 40 or so, and they probably, I mean, they had about
the other way around,
like 140 to 20 over the final stretch, somewhere like that. I may be making up numbers, but it was close to that.
No way they're putting up the wrong score on screen.
I trusted.
I mean, when they took the lead, it was about 150, 150, right? So from that point forward, that scored of 110. They were down about 40 leading into that, taking lead. So
bang, quick math out of Maven. Guys locked in right now. Here's some highlights. But yeah,
I'm gonna use this one.
You'll see the score. I mean, yeah, Heretics kind of take that lead, but a great game, slaying-wise out of Attach and Nero, leading the way, but really just the whole squad. And you know, one thing we didn't talk about Purge, they went 1-1, and you know, some criticism just with sort of his play. But a rookie, your first weekend, you go 1-1, and I just think it's, you know, probably some nerves there, but played a much more solid game throughout this one.
There we go.
Yeah, I think that was when I asked you sort of like your takeaways from them. It was talking about their search and destroy game.
That was a close-ass game.
I think you said
not bad for the first one. Can't wait for that Seattle Surge Optic match, to be honest. We're still very, very early in the day, so.
Rookie's always an interesting conversation. We've had some of the best rookies we've ever had in the history of Call of Duty over the last couple of years at the CDL, and we've had people that have come in and struggled. Not everyone's going to make it, but Purge, it's still so early. We'll see if the young man can step it up.
Yeah, I think the fact is with the vets on your squad and who you're playing with, I think if I had a rookie on my team, my conversation, my words to you would be like, listen, dude, it's not going to be the last time it happens. You're going to get put in the blender in this league at times.
And I think, listen, the single biggest thing maybe for a rookie is like, what do you come into, right? Do you come into a broken system mid-year where a team's been getting slammed? Do you come into a top team just looking for a move and maybe some youth? This is sort of like a middle ground for me. Like, it's a solid team. It's a team with potential. You have some good pieces. It's the beginning of the year and a fresh start. It's a good atmosphere, I think, for him, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and you start 1-1 again. I think they probably wish they could be 2-0, but, you know, I think a lot of questions were around this series. I was favoring Miami, but now winning this first hard point with how good Legion have looked in Search and Destroy so far, they have the advantage.
Well, I think you were favoring Miami most of that
Based
hard
off
point.
1 week.
Well, most of that hard point too.
Yeah,
I mean, they were in the lead
gotta
for
post
the
in my
first
story.
5 minutes. It's just once Vegas got in control, they never looked back. They absolutely took over and dominated. Some impressive individual performances as well. But we're going to talk about the Miami roster a little bit and what we like about this team. Felt better gassing than before that map 1 they fell apart, but no, we've been so excited because this is a squad without Vickle on the team that was one of the only like true international rosters that's found success kind of in the league. You know, some of the UK boys, it's like hard to even like consider them international because they've been in the pro league for so long, but this was like, you know, like a Spanish team, a German team. They came in, they found success. Vickle's your favorite player in the world. You're pumped.
Yeah, we're going to take a look at our Monster Energy pregame for the Miami Heretics. Continue
All
the
right.
momentum. Well, that slowed down, so maybe now you got to try to bounce back in this search and destroy. But a good thing for them, their control has looked good. Vegas have struggled in control, and it's all about their attack. 2-0, 5 ticks cap per round. So, yeah, when we get to that map number 3, we'll take a look at their offense. But maybe an opening there for them to get back in the series.
Yeah, because I believe we're going to be playing, it was Invasion for 3 in a row, right? And Vegas, who they lose Invasion to? I think they got lost 3-1. I'm trying to remember what series it was. I was just looking at this before the match, but that's one of the ones they struggled with.
Carolina, yeah, they got reverse swept. So
yes, it was Carolina that they lost the map 3. So yeah, maybe an opening here for Heretics. But the Search and Destroy, I don't know. Maybe it's just part of me that whenever you think of international teams and you think back to like the old COD champs and APAC teams, it was like Search where they come in and kind of shock people. I sort of just like put that on a Spanish team, just like that also. I don't know why.
Just that search chemistry.
It's just like being involved in COD
Search
so long,
chemistry
whenever I
is
thought about,
huge.
like teams coming in from out of the U.S. that had success, it was usually like Search where they caught people. But yeah, it might just be because I'm old and just been doing this a long time.
yeah,
Sort of.
that's it.
Yeah, probably it is. You know, I mean, that's what it was for a while, man.
Well, we just had different play styles, right? They weren't playing sort of the North American teams.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, you play them a respawn, beat them 250 to 10, but Search, you never know.
You never know. Not searching anything, though. Just 4-go A, 4-go B. We got a little 2-2 split here. You see that cross from Standy. A lot of info given. Nose Metals is inside of Broken and a very slow offense here for Legion, just trying to...
I really don't know how to play
little
like
info
any
and
of these
start
maps
their
yet.
attack.
I haven't watched
Vegas
that
can-
much, so
Keep the Search wins going. I mean, you look at the stats all play, they all had around like a 1-2, like KD. They were in form in Search. Outside of the round 11 collapse. Now what can they do here? Slow early on its journey. That's able to find the pick.
that's an overtrail.
Still stay up, out with his life.
Yeah, I
Now
feel
what
like
about
B
Purge?
doesn't
Yeah,
get
I think
worked
they had
that
the info
much.
on Journey, but you know, no
Just
trophy
'cause of where it's
trying to
at.
for that nade. Purge instead gets caught. A lot of players they just sort of just prone in that courtyard corner. He ends up getting picked. So now you have man advantage for Miami. 30 seconds left. Smoke is out, and we have to go. Bomb being planted. Not quite yet. Thought Standy was going to hop on it, but now maybe after that he's going to go. At least gets the trade. Forces it 2-on-3.
I got a tweet. It was 130 to 8 over the last 3 hills. That was pretty close. 140 to 20. That's pretty close. Pretty close.
I said I trusted your numbers.
Yeah, that's ripped that one right out of my behind, Joe. Can I say ass on broadcast? Sure.
It's a donkey.
Yeah, true.
That's
true.
an
Good
animal.
point, Joe. Good point. 1-0, Miami.
1-0 starts with that first blood. Purge is trying to find the nade, instead gets caught. But a very slow round.
6 Eastern.
trophies. And this was kind of I don't know, what we saw, the trend kind of on Invasion. Either a
I
very
believe,
fast
yeah.
round, maybe up B street.
6
or
o'clock
sorta
Eastern.
Trying to find picks, trying to find info.
Versus Optic.
Maybe what the
I
weakest
can't wait
side
for
is.
that map, though. Yeah.
Bickle trying to get vision, some tags in.
Should be
but
3
Bickle
o'clock.
wallbangs there as well, so no drop. Tries to get the slide.
As long as we don't get
off.
too
It's
many
instant
game
team.
5s.
3 versus 3 now. Bomb carrier, gonna be Vickle, still holding top side. Trying to work up towards B. He's
If they
putting
kill
a bit of
Purge, that's
damage
just
to Purge, but he
free.
gets the kill.
Well, the key here is
Ooh,
nobody's
never mind.
they know no one's.
If 6
should
works
be
a
at the
flank,
site,
then
so they can
that would
start to
be
work
huge.
up. Now just watch this dark alleyway.
If
Obviously,
6
Purge
catches
can
4
march
right
across
here,
to the bomb, but if they have a smoke, maybe that'll help them out. Then you just see what this.
'Cause they
does.
know they're
Attacks
working
already has to
B.
rotate out
No,
so the
he
A
got
bomb is
caught.
wide open if they want to go back towards it. Maybe that's going to be
Ooh.
the play, y'all. Attach is getting the info, but just with that one pick, getting broken control opens up so much. other
Oh
area,
my
but
God.
Attach
No way
gets
he
the
got that.
nade to make this a 2v2.
I was just
I think
about to
Optic
say
is
when
gonna
you
get
were
smacked
done,
around
he
in the
re-
searches.
realized he got
Their
one
searches
across
last
here.
week
Give
were
him a chance to
abysmal.
2v2. Couple bullets in.
He
plus
finds
the
this.
eight, beautiful. Size
Yeah.
13 sticking out. Purge puts him down. Attach.
Oh my God,
drops
what
him.
are they doing?
3, the clutch from Attach and Purge.
Yeah, I love the other round out of Miami. Just getting street control, knowing you had B control.
This
what
nade
it did
was
to
insane.
Legion, but yeah, the nade comes in from attach.
Oh
then
my
he sees
God.
the opening on the bomb site. Props to Legion.
Is there like a safer cross you can do? Like I don't know. I just feel like you need to get there without dying in the 3v2. Like
I think they're just trying to go fast, right? Just trying to go quickly. They know they're
Oh,
on
what the
B
fuck,
street, they're just
Deeks?
not
That's
ready
insane.
for that grenade.
Just a hell of a
Yeah,
nade.
me and Vsol didn't end up getting off until like 2 a.m. and then
Pressure up the beast.
I just didn't feel like doing anything this morning. I just kept sleeping.
Vickle, the aggression, a little too aggressive. You just stay
Super,
there,
super bad.
L-triggered. They try to send it. Vickle, his head's popped off like a plum.
I mean, maybe, I don't know if they were just watching across, maybe just taking a risk. Standy gets spots medals, so they go for a very aggressive B defense, but both players get caught. I'm just trying to catch them off guard, the way maybe Vegas likes to work A and then attach. Just kind of lurking up A street, found the opening, Journey.
Take a nasty before that last game, brother.
There we go, Legion, up 2-1.
Yeah, nice clutch in the 2v3, followed up by
That's good. That's good.
Clean round. And
Bro, my sleep schedule has been
that's
so
just
chalk.
You know how Invasion is usually slow.
I ordered some
creeping,
melatonin.
Trying to get info on crosses. Sometimes hoping maybe you catch someone getting a little over aggressive. That's exactly what happened there. I mean, they try to push up B Street, Vickle gets caught, and from there they handle it.
Yeah, I would just say for Miami, you know, you just take
Melatonin
that risk,
has been clutch.
I think you need to every now and then just keep people on.
Like tomorrow I work at 8 a.m. Definitely
on
pop in the
offense,
melatonin after I do some editing.
Yeah. On some maps, maybe. Like,
Depending on how much intermission we have today, guys, we might edit some videos in between the games.
Fly, you know?
Yeah, no, take the risk. I hear you. Sometimes that risk may not just be worth it in that round.
I mean, we casted jetpack search for years, bro. It was just 4-man flying at a bomb site. Like,
2 guys wall running, 2 guys flying through the air.
An Octane Luminosity team go in search rounds. Like,
yeah, I retired. I was out of there.
All right, dude. I'll see you in a bit. Hope you can finally get some sleep. That's insane.
Hey, we had uplink. That was a vibe, though.
That's true. Good point.
Purge, line up another one. Lucky, though. We'll get him right
Fine,
back
Standy
on
just
the
stays
feed.
here.
Now, another 2
Should be
versus
good.
3. Now, they've already clutched in 1.
I didn't know Standy's here, though. I think he
Do it
found
again.
the opening.
He might have.
Yeah.
The door.
Surprise in his eyes! Standy is Maximus! Look! Somehow! Alive.
Posure to reset there.
Wow.
No way. No way.
Do it. Another 2v3. First it was Attach and Purge. Now the other side of the team, Standy and Nero, bring it back with a 2 versus 3 as well, and that is 3 straight rounds for Legion. Heretics.
They gotta kill Standy there. They have to.
Just had no idea Standy was B-Dom already, right? The way they were rotating.
Get control of that. Get control of this building.
Offense is finding some aggression B Street, kind of forcing some over rotation.
I guess Lucky was absolute.
Blood, going back to the A site. And then one time an 8, that time you have no idea where Standy is.
But he chows Nero just fine.
That situation, like, it's just awkward.
If you
like,
chowed
outside
Standy the way you chow Nero,
a lot of
like,
times you just like put some shots in, you don't get either, and then you
I don't
get
know
caught.
about all that.
Or you see both them back down and get out of there. The fact he got 1 and stayed alive.
Yeah,
Hell of a play.
Yeah, that was
It's, like,
huge.
Not the prettiest kill, but great job.
Yeah, some people shoot and just run away. That probably would have been me.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'd be like, 2, I'm out. Once he slid past to the car. Nice job, though. But Heretics, I mean, you're also thinking, I mean, probably should be 3-1 us, right? Like, we got to clean some things up, and we're in a good position.
And there was another chance there. They got a very aggressive right up the middle of the map. They had no one over towards B, but 30 seconds in, we've kind of reset here. So, Javi's going to be the only player over towards this B site. Spots 1, and it looks like they're just going to play this kind of retake. Saw this a bit from FaZe, just kind of giving up B, using nades now. Trophies are down. Nero has to deal with that. This alleyway, Attach, watching the flank. Bomb not down yet.
Ooh. Journey. They get bombed down, and Miami can't break within the next, like, 10 seconds.
First pick for Purge.
No. Nice.
Journey says no, sir. Not to my casa, but it ends up.
Bro, what is Lucky doing?
Lucky now. Last alive. 1 versus 3.
Oh.
1 behind him, though.
That's
So he's
4-1.
in a tough position here, and just a couple of seconds trying to dance like a ballerina. Can't dance fast enough. Legion 4 in a row.
Yeah, I think Attach spots him. You saw him working back blue.
I think Attach is so far in his spawn there. I don't know if you can really worry about that once the bomb is down.
You're hoping that they don't have trophies. A smoke can go down with what we saw from week 1. Work that alleyway. They just had nothing. The trophies were there for Legion, and there was just no retake. All the numbers were over to Legion, and now they're up 4-1.
Near on 3 straight.
This Vegas team has been very surprising.
The entire team's had a part of a clutch. The entire team's getting involved. I mean, look across the feed right now. Fantastic stats.
I forget who they played last week, but they've been doing pretty well.
4 and 2. I said everyone had like a 1-2 in search for this team. It's been balanced, and it still is. But Vickle, able to give numbers to Heretics. Now, they've had numbers a couple of times, and they've struggled with it. Last time it was offensively, it was that kind of rotation from B over to A. They get caught from the absolute Kobe from attach, but what can they do this time?
Cornier just needs to chill.
Boys, let's not throw away another one.
You can see it. Vegas, they're trying to get an aggressive.
It's a 3v2 though, so I don't know what's gonna happen.
They really have map control for A here.
Journey with the headshot.
Yeah.
Bomb not being planted yet. Already at B-Dom, but they're just taking their time and some nice trades. I don't know if he was fully healed quite yet. Journey. Good
if he can catch the bomb planter here.
Bomb being planted, so a 1 versus 2, and I think Lucky.
I don't know if you saw that guy or not.
Spotted him. Looks like he's got all the middle of the map, and now Metal's gonna back down up. Just plays for the info. Backs on down.
Oh, trying to tippy tap. Not gonna happen.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, I think that kill, the third kill, the one on to attach, is the kill they just couldn't find in a couple. Well, in the previous 2 rounds, they struggled.
Well, I think that starts with the first blood. We saw that stun hit Nero's point of view, but Standy actually gets back DVD. And, you know, we just haven't seen, a lot of players play for that position, but Victor ends up checking the corner, able to find him. So, again, similar to what Miami did up B Street, tried to take a risk, and the risks have just not been paying off for either team on defense.
Oh, shit, you really can get there. I don't really know what that timing is like.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Good call. Because I thought for a second like the game crash. I was like, oh, that's not good. Nah. Okay. Whew. My heart skipped a beat, Joe, but it does skip several beats when I'm near you.
You should probably get that checked out. That's not good. A regular heartbeat is. I don't think it's a good thing.
I couldn't tell you last time I felt my heartbeat. Is that bad?
Maybe.
I hope there's a heart in there. Purge with the first blood. 4 versus 3 now. We'll see if they can work up on the bomb plant. I mean, similar to what we saw kind of last time, a slow pick. We saw Heretics able to do that. They found success off of it. Now can Legion do the same for their 5th round in this game too? Eyes on Vickle. He's the one hitting the shots. Nade over the top, backing away from that to Metal's POV. We go.
Ooh.
Simtex is there, so he tries to peek forward.
See, I don't know why the defense teams always have that like left side locked down and then they overchow and die.
Lucky to find the timing.
Literally happened last round too.
No, Nero's gonna read that.
Yeah, that was the opposite of finding the time.
Yeah.
And that was getting
That's a 5-2 right here. God damn.
For Heretics, their defense has just not been strong on this map. They've taken a couple of risks, but every single time they have gotten caught. The one round where they get aggressive B, they try to play the retake B, and then right there, they just get picked apart. So have to try to find something here to clean up their defense on invasion.
Not bad.
This should be one of those maps where the offense is like, where do we want to go? We don't have a lot of options here, and they're just giving too many openings.
They really need to just lock it down here.
Like those
6-2 victory. You can't get 5-3 cursed.
Joe's all about possession. Don't have that. You can't do that here, Joe.
That's a great point.
1-0 wins with 80% ball possession.
Dude,
Joe.
I can't get up to the slate reflector, bro.
Don't have much possession here.
I would much rather use the MK3 over this slate.
One more round to close out the map too.
Like, look at this. It looks so much better than the slate.
Yeah, maybe favoring Heretics in this series, but not how it's playing out right now. The Vegas boys, too hot to handle.
Yeah, Metal's gonna have to back away.
The only thing they can really work is if he picks Standy here.
This sort of slow defense, you have Nero just kind of hanging out.
But he knows.
Back cube, one player
Hold.
looking over him. And Standy's always been trying to find these openings. He's the one player. That's what he is known for. He has so many shots.
That was a huge nade.
There is a trade.
That gunfight looked like 0 fun. Negative fun.
But insta traded.
We want to see it one more time. It was so. We're gonna continue. Wait. Oh, I think we're just seeing that. I just realized it's just on our screen. Never mind. We gotta look at different TVs. Sorry, guys. Ours suddenly was a replay of that gunfight over and over again. I got put in some sort of hell.
Ooh.
All right, so we're on a 3-on-1 now for Nero.
Bombs being planted.
We'll figure that out during this.
Yeah, sorry. Now I realized they weren't seeing what we were. Sorry, the V we were casting off just sort of broke on us there, guys. So thank you for hanging with us. Literally, there was like the windy shots of that tank, and it was on an infinite loop for Joe and I. Oh. We continue on.
5-3 curse. Is the comeback
So
imminent?
Legion 1 round away from going up 2-0.
It just might be.
Good here. Purge up to 8-4. Again, getting aggressive. Metals in visual. They did get up B Street this time through. So B Street is theirs. I'm not sure if Standy spotted them cross.
So similar setup. So
Yeah,
2
Metals
is like
setup.
way
Get
back
it.
on the
There we go.
tank.
First blood to Metals, and Lucky's gonna find 1B dom. So this time,
And then 4 is playing in the
forward
street
position,
and on
they're able to
A.
catch Legion.
A chance to bring it back.
Ooh,
Round by
they
round.
didn't see each other.
Heretics looking to do it. Now the 4v2. Just close this out. You threw some rounds early. Don't let another one slip away.
That's a big nade.
Attach, Mr. Clutch looking to maybe do
Nero
just
wins
that.
this.
What
One bullet.
a reaction there from Nero to back out of it. The
Oh.
rechallenge in. Metals though with the read. Attach will get another. So this
All right,
would be
1v2.
a 1v3 for the ace.
Don't get the
If
bomb while
Attach
you're
is able to
there.
Pull this off. The ace and the dub. One in front of the tank. We'll see you later. I thought he had the pistol shots over the top. He does not. Heretics. Another round. They survive
That's unfortunate.
bit by bit.
Yeah, I think the key there is in that 3-on-2. Who was it? Metals that finds Nero. I mean, that was like he gets caught back there, but at least finds one. Is able to take down that one player instead of it being a 2 versus 2. So they have choked some of those
I love
rounds
this
throughout
case,
this
bro.
map, but big kill from him.
The Elite Series 2 case, I've been just using, since I got a new one, I've been just using it as the charger.
Where's the first blood coming from?
And then you just
Heretics desperately needing it to stay alive for a potential round
put
11.
your controller in it, and boom, it's charging.
Legion, all
That
too
was how it's
familiar
supposed to
with
be
the pains
used,
of
but I
round
never
11.
used it like that.
Not
until,
want
like,
another
this
one.
time. I had the little charger thing on.
And another map where
Outside of the
they've been in control, but now lose a couple of rounds in a row. But back on defense with the advantage.
All right, they got 5-3 curse.
For a pick. Purge through this B-dom tank. Almost finds one. It's sort of that line in the sand. Everyone just kind of stopping. Waiting for the first pick. Maybe with that nade, I think, does that hit Lucky? And maybe he has to back away, but no, he's ready for the gunfight. So just trying to find Purge.
Whoa.
He is going to find him. Now he's going to back away. Now look at Mickle's POV trying to find him.
That's a good
See,
take.
it's on through, and yeah, Metals just goes. But Bomb is down 30 seconds, 3-on-3.
That's what I was worried about. Like, do you lose Bomb in too precarious a position, but Nero gets the kill and gets out.
Oh.
He's gonna get stunned. They stun each other. Nero's able to get the kill off of it,
Huge
but Lucky there with the
trades,
trade.
though.
Now to a 2 versus 2 we go. Heretics
He has Bomb.
find Lucky and Journey.
You have to
Trying to
know
clutch
that
up,
he's
push
gonna
this to the
plant
final
B.
round. Bomb now getting planted. Attach and Standy on opposite sides of the map right now, looking to
I
collapse.
really like this wrap from
Yeah,
Sandy
both
here.
players just trying to find maybe a timing here that Heretics won't be ready for. You
Sandy
have
gets
a
the
trophy,
timing
Lucky's gonna
on
throw
4.
that down. And he's just
It'll
trying to
be
see,
big.
is the push through alley? Is it through the defensive side? But I think Attach is going to wait for Standy. He's to be the key player here. You see where Standy is, number 6 on your minimap. This one-on-one versus Journey could decide the round.
Yeah, it feels like it's like set up for a couple of one-on-ones. Which will come first? Or they come at the same time? Looks like it comes from the other side of it. So Attach has to quickly get the trade and take the other fight. Not going to happen. Heretics do it.
Holy shit, we
looks
called
like
it,
the way
ladies
the
and
minimap
gentlemen. The
looked, I thought it was
5-3
set
curse
up
is
just for
still a
these
thing in
individual
this
one-on-ones
game.
with the timings, but the shots through on the cross, but attached to the position. He's got a chow instantly. And now to round 11 we go. A big one
From
here within this best
5
What a
to
comeback from Heretics. Nice
Right?
adjustments.
To a round
finding
11.
the
Did
rope.
not look great for a while.
No, it did not. But 6 in a row for Lucky. What, he was 12
It's that
and 5
5-3
in their
curse, bro.
first search and destroy. So
Well, to be fair, I mean, some gambles didn't work out. He threw away a couple of rounds. Like, it's not like they were getting smacked, you know? And they claw back into it. All the vamos. Now brought into this
Okay,
round
so
11.
I feel
Lucky
like
on the
Vegas
heater.
is really going to play this
Can you
defense
keep it going
traditional.
within this round?
'Cause
Where
they
does the
kinda
streak
have to.
potentially come into play?
They can't keep throwing these rounds.
As everyone bides their time for the
Yeah.
opening pick, it's time for the missile.
So again, same thing. 5's
Will
back
trophy.
alley.
Will it face eat it?
I think he has a
they
trophy.
catch Nero. They catch Nero running away, though, from B. He does not have a trophy at B, does Nero. So that means he tried to back away into Ice Cream, and he gets caught. Maybe not by the missile, but by the repositioning. So first blood comes in. Bomb planted.
Yo, Austin,
Now
what's
the
up, dude?
retake is Legion. Standing all the way through the spawn. Journey's not going
Last
to
day of
see
school
this.
today
Is
or
that
what?
Maybe an opening for Legion to retake.
Oh shit, what time is it for you?
Just to sneak through. Will that be enough? Maybe for Stain to find an opening. Now the shots come in. The problem is, he's got to rival this
I
range.
guess it's already
But his
335
shots
for me.
beat out one. That leads to a kill for Attach. Now 2 versus 3. Attach, Standy. You've already got 2 2v3s. Can you do another one? Maybe. Attach with the ice. Still going strong.
Still got a whole nother week.
12 seconds through the shot, through the smoke.
Okay.
He hits the shots. Attach on in. Not enough time. He almost gets every kill, but it's Heretics with the comeback in map 2.
Bro.
It's a frustrating start. They go down 4-1 early. They're 2v3 twice. But nothing but celebration at the end of it is Legion. Oh my God.
That's
they
4
know.
runs in a row, right? 5-2. They were down 5-2, 5-3.
Yeah.
Whatever it was, what a comeback for Miami. 11-6, Lucky leading the way. Yeah, another frustrating one for Legion on this map.
They know. I mean, they're getting a little too comfortable with like comebacks and also getting come back on right now. Like it's just they're experiencing everything early. They're looking forward to a Christmas holiday.
That's
stressful
insane, bro.
matches.
It was
Yeah,
up
Legion already
5-2.
at least you won map
Then they
number
got
1.
5-3 curse.
So series tied up 1 apiece. We're going to that control.
Well, what changed for you? Like in the
Okay,
was
we're
there
same
some
time
big
then.
change,
Same
or was
time.
it more just like you threw away a couple, they started not doing that?
Damn.
Well, I think some of the risks started
I
to
might
pay
load
off
up
for them,
the game,
but the
though.
first bloods definitely
We'll
went in favor of Miami, and then just taking advantage of that. And then Lucky getting that streak in that round 11, that was really the key. Because again, it doesn't find the kill, but it forces Nero to have to back away from the bomb site. He ends up getting caught, so they did a much better job on their defensive
And
rounds.
I think that's a great call too, because even I don't always have my eye on the mini map in moments. Like I'm trying to pay attention to the actual play. I think viewers at home.
Yo, what's up, Dylan?
We kind of
How you doing?
Streaks have become a meme at times because trophies are so good.
That's kind of crazy.
You don't get a kill. You
What
see
is
the trophy,
Chad
hit, you're
saying,
like,
though?
oh, what a waste. But might as well credit that with a kill, right? There are
Send
moments where just
Sandy
the
to
reason to show
China.
up.
I'm doing anything
That's
I can
insane.
to make it seem like they
You
are.
guys see the chat? Yeah, okay.
But no, it gives them the info, it allows them to get that kill, and then that B bomb site is
Watching
wide
Miami
open.
makes me
Great
want a
job from
Miami
Harris.
style
Yeah, Standy's
Cuban.
position looked good until I saw him shooting a rival at 200 meters.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're getting
Smoking
ready
that
now for
Cuban
a
pack.
break before we head to the map 3. So far, it's been a banger.
These
Incredible
maps,
comeback in
laziest
Rally
thing
for
COD has
Legion
ever done.
map
They're just
1.
the
Heretics
mono for
bring
2
it back
maps,
in the
bro.
map 2. These guys are fighting right now. Everyone trying to show what they're made
I'm
of before the
thinking
Christmas break.
After that,
After
I
this
kind of want the Spanish boys to win. Just because I haven't really seen a lot of them. Like obviously, we saw Vickle in the league last year. It's pretty good. But, I don't know. I think it's going to be close. I think it's either going to be a map 4 or map... Well, it's obviously going to be a map 4. But I think it might go all the way to map 5. I'm going to take Miami after that, though. I think that'll really propel them into the control, but we got to see how the control is going to go, to be honest. If they use that momentum going into the control and dust the control, I'm going to take them like a 3-1. After what we just saw in their search, I don't know really what their map pool looks like, but whew, that was nice. All right, I'm not sure how much time they're going to give us in between games here, but we're going to just go like this. Going to play some gunfight in the background. I can always go like this, too. Let me see. Who do you want to win, Dill? Welcome back, Austin. Love you. Display capture. Add a new one. Subliners don't play today, but they're looking really good this year. I'm not going to lie. I still think it's kind of some fugazi what they did to, who did they drop? I actually forget already. Yeah, they don't play today. It's just a Miami, Vegas, Boston, LA, Seattle, and Optic. Get some 2v2 action in between the games. I'm gonna actually make some overlays for like watch parties if we can get some good vibes in here every time. I can even make it, hold up. I can even make it so you guys can hear the CDL stream. How do I do that again? Application audio. Chrome. I can make it so you guys can hear the stream even when I'm in a game. Alright, they're just playing music right now. You want Optic to beat Seattle? I mean, me too, bro. Of course. Seattle's looking kind of nuts this year. It's the battle of Hook versus Illy, bro. Or Shotzi versus Illy. Oh. Come on, teammate. Fuck.
We lost that round. Prepare for the next
Damn it!
one.
Oh, I didn't even mean to shoot there. No! You tell me with the shoddy?
Focus on the next one.
Fuck.
Eliminate
Yo,
the
let's
enemy
go.
Or secure the package.
I hope they do too. Oh shit, we already got that map starting.
We lost that round. Prepare for the next
Dude,
one.
they're rolling these maps. It's great. Usually they take a break in between map 2 and map 3, so. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Just more experience, putting in some tough spots, like sort of practice search, right? You know who's going to be in the 2v3. Every situation's different.
Where's the audio at? There it is.
Thieves attacks, wins a big one-on-one, very weak. And well, Journey, I
haven't
think
watched
maybe you
Control
just
on
stay
this map,
down there.
I
You have
don't
Vico
think
look
yet.
over your street. Stanley was the last player alive, but instead goes for the peak. Maybe a bit of a highlight play, but instead does get taken down.
Yeah, bro. Dude, me
Tough
and
gunfight
Vital,
there.
the guy I
Vico
play with
drops.
like every night, are insane
They're
at
on
gunfight.
B, not much progress happening.
We played the other night
They're
and played for
trying to
like
get this first tick
2 to 3 hours and lost
there
one
you go, able to do it, looking
map
over him.
at 2
Lucky
a.m.
able to
and
get
then
the
we
kill.
just
Medals
decided to get
stacking
off.
the point for now. Now pushed up all the way. What, number 7? It's near.
But most of the time we're like undefeated.
Here. Maybe drop the reinforcements, get pressure, spawn them out. Don't let them work towards A at all. Get an easy transition.
If we lose, because we're
He actually
absolutely
did get
trolling
decaf
rounds.
as well. So still halfway through that second tick, but
I didn't realize you were Deke's friend, bro.
looking like be done. Now they can start to work this 2 minutes off the
I
clock. A
appreciate
nice
it.
start
I
here for Heretics
really,
on their
really
offense.
appreciate it, bro.
And Lucky coming off that game too, where he's in double digits, clutches up for the W with that cruise missile. 5 and 2 start for him.
Yeah, you kind of mentioned it never got cleared. We'll see if that ends up biting them.
Dude, I blinked
If
for
they
2
get a clean
seconds.
break, I mean, half a tick is substantial. And now you have an opening here to get onto it.
So
That
what you're
could lead to
saying
a
is
second
Deke
tick just
is
having that bit
ass.
done.
Journey's
All
already
right.
up there. Now they just watch the cross. You see all of Vegas, all the way to arrows start to work in this area. Vickle looking over him. There's that
Gets
second
it.
tick.
He would not have got it. He would not have got it.
Sounds
if he
like it
didn't
might
have
be
that half
Deke's
progress. So
fault.
you get the second tick, and will it be important? Will it be a round win? We'll see. I mean, ticks
Dude,
are the
they
name of the
took
game
D
for maybe
so
around
fast.
5 having defense, but we'll see if they can get the round win.
Yeah, what you had Nero really work up all the way A Street. Maybe he's the one player you want to deal with that, but at the same time, it's like it's such an important position. Forces the offense to have to work through B Street or middle of the map, take a longer route. But either way, we'll see if it hurts him.
I'm just fucking
Talking
with
about
you.
Persian, his respawn's 1-5 start for him.
I don't know. Deke
See
was
if he can
trying
turn that
to
around.
play
Yeah,
some
you think,
search
like,
last night and
defensively,
got a little
Get
dookie.
something going, but usually where you're padding the stats a little bit to control, but not able to do it yet.
Look at this map right now. You have all of they are pretty much in their spawn. You have one player on the point.
I think they're turtled up.
Yeah, just trying to lock this down. So if this goes the way of Miami, that might be the round. But so far, trades going Legion's way. Journey, the last player alive
for
in
sure.
the base of Legion, just trying to finesse, play
You're
his
not
life,
wrong
get
there.
his teammates across the map.
I was watching like
I
old
know,
CTF.
when me,
teams
him, and
turtle, I'm
Vital
like,
were
please stop
playing
doing that.
last
Please
night.
stop doing that. You just-
Holy shit, the
one
lobby's
wave,
got
you're
a little
toast,
sweaty,
But no, they
I'm
do
not
a good
gonna lie.
job just making sure the comms are in sync. The crossfires there, and once again, they light up the feed. They get the kills. They hold strong. And, I mean, you don't give away the round, but you do give up 5 ticks of progress, so some good damage done from Heretics.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Yeah, just right from the break. And able to rotate on over after capping B. Still some time here, so maybe a chance, but they're going to have to go, and they have to go quickly. Metal's flying on through.
No,
Journey
they don't
gets
have
cut
this.
down. I think the last player in position would be Vickle, but Nero locking down the A Street. So back and forth battle, but Legion
That's a good round.
wins that defensive round.
We'll see if that one tick matters at all, but in the scheme of things, we'll see. But Legion, give it up early, but shut it down late. The defense just enough, but now we'll see what they can do offensively.
Yeah, I think a lot here has been sort of just the breakoffs over
my God,
towards
guys.
A. Do you
Scump
go for it?
essentials
Do you
drop.
not? That was a lot of week number
Get
one.
your
The
Scump
teams that can get
essentials,
it done
guys.
pretty much won the offensive
Can't get them
rounds.
because they're
Well, this is
stupid
the one they
expensive for
lost.
Canada.
Was it 3-1?
Canada.
Like, I think they gave up an offensive round when they played this against Carolina, right? So they've definitely been susceptible to it and nearly happened to be in there in round 1.
They played pretty defensive over towards A. You had Metals and Lucky, making sure
Sweaty
nothing crazy
public
was going
lobbies
on,
are my
but just a
kryptonite.
normal B hit. Now you start to rotate on over, work through the middle of the map. Use those nades over towards B, but Standy able to stay alive and at least buy some time.
So if it's similar to Modern Warfare 2, we want to slow work one
Shots.
and then go for
Second
another one.
tick now done. In position to maybe disrupt this will be Journey.
Like we hold one guy on
That's
B
being held
here,
good luck.
and then we
Really
get
the
map
peak
control
on
and try and
the
get
wall
A.
bangs is narrow
If
as
it's
well.
anything like Modern Warfare
The
2.
other side of the street, they'll shut down any kind of progression and transition towards A. Now,
I really like how Miami's set up though.
first
They have
point
like a
is
full
done. We'll see
line
how they can do on the
in
attack
between
towards A. Let's have
B
Rachel
and
listen
A,
now.
so they
Vegas
really
League.
have to push through. And any spawners will be able to sweep back into that line, which
Journey,
is
pushing out
huge.
DVD. No, holding DVD door.
Alright, one guy's top blue, go.
Journey was DVD and one top
Okay, he's still there. He's weak.
I'm gonna
Listen.
run back for this guy.
He's dead.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah, he's gonna be bridge. I'm one shot. I can't peek blue yet, though. I'm gonna play for this guy bridge.
He's low.
Low on you. I'm gonna help you here. He's top respawn. Clean our
He's not looking at you
like you can play him. He's top side. He's not
this
looking
guy
at you.
low. Good one. Good jump top.
That middle.
Nice, bro. Nice. It's a big kill, bro. He's still low, Vickle. We have our right crunch. Back out.
I'll see anything mid
I'm trying him. Going back to top.
Probably top. Yeah, I'm going back
Right.
here.
Yo, right shoot on me. Lucky weak.
Okay, no.
Nice. Shut up.
Vickle back up. Back blue.
gonna be
Blue.
AC.
Yo, we have our back right control.
Couches ASD.
Couches and back left blue. He's gonna be in blue probably.
Couches.
I'm blue.
ASD, one shot Journey. ASD, one shot Journey.
I'm pushing out
Yeah,
ASD.
Okay, top low. He's very weak. Top stairs.
Journey was ASD.
Yeah, couch door. One couch door.
Fire truck. Fire truck lucky. One shot.
And Vickle was top blue.
Absolute fire truck lucky.
Mid tank
Check her
and
right
ASD. ASD and mid tank.
Summon tank.
You want tank and ASD?
Yeah, blue, low blue, Vickle. Laundry. Yeah, Vickle,
Laundry,
one shot. Back blue, still.
Laundry, one shot.
He's still back blue.
And he's red, just watching all of
We're down 5 lives.
like P2.
Okay, 5 lives, yep.
It was a Metals. Metals
Power
he
to
was
the left here.
Yeah, Metals wasn't red.
Yeah, ASD got me.
8 ace.
Back to it. The hold still strong. They found zero success getting across Vickle on 5 in a row there. He falls. Now maybe you're able to push.
See what I
through
mean
this
about
B
them
street
holding
and
this
start to
line?
move something towards A, but you're down,
Like them
what,
holding
6
this
lives,
line right here,
45 seconds to go.
across here,
Heretics have had him on lock.
basically forces them to try and flood through or really kill this guy. But by the time they kill him, they're gonna spawn back here. So it's really a risk to try and kill this guy here.
Then he's able to take down attach, goes up to 5 in a row. So props to him. He was a
I respect what they keep trying to do here, but they're not really having a lot of
He had
success.
them running in circles. You heard that in the listening, but they have had no pressure over towards A. Trying to work through B Street has just not worked for Legion. One last
hold the
attempt,
phone.
15 seconds. They have to go.
5 kills, 3 here.
But nobody in a great spot yet. Attach the closest player.
Nope.
Attach gonna drop. Not gonna get there. Next person up with a shot. Not gonna be anybody. Not get there if you are narrow. So what? 5 ticks for Heretics on their offense. You get 3 here for Legion.
All right, 1-1, but Miami's up 2 ticks.
No, that was about as clean as you're gonna see it after you lose
Really
the first
good.
point. I mean, I don't think we've so far. Have we seen anyone just not even give up the first? Give up B? Well, if I was trying to think if anyone's clamped him down that hard. I don't think so. I mean, that's
Maybe one round. I mean, there was kind of like, do we just play really heavy over towards A and just kind of give up B?
True.
That's really what we saw.
Yeah.
And just deal with the A pushes.
I was thinking that's one of the cleaner holds we've seen for A. There was never a question.
Yeah.
Usually teams got like a chance or two to maybe make some kind of play, but not there. Early kills for Legion now. Puts Heretics on the back foot. 3 on 2 you've got right now here for your Legion.
Yeah, with that clean break as well, you have Purge all the way up A Street. So he's giving them some info on what's crossing, but Metals with a big one-on-one with that rival 9. Continues to use that sub.
I know, right?
Some of these close areas.
Really slept on.
Get some more info,
Really
hit some
slept
more
on.
shots. And with 3 dead now, I imagine B should be done unless some nades connect on
I
the
don't know if
Legion
I
side.
like where this B point is at.
Yeah, after attach drops, I imagine they're going to give that up. Nobody really in a position
like
to do anything. You've got to lock
It's
down
too
if
easy
you
for
are
the offense
Heretics.
to get it.
So they've only lost
But
2
some of them are
players in
just
that
like
too.
that,
I think it was the first 2
right off the
Legion.
start.
Yeah, literally, they got those first 2 picks. They attach and
Well,
purge, and then you saw nothing after that. Calm, clean,
That's
clinical.
3
now.
whole wells.
And you had perfect defensive A, you had perfect attack there on B. What can you do now? Can you
Bro, they
get
hopped
A this
straight
time
into
around,
map 1.
really
You
take
missed it,
control of
Vito.
this map
The
3?
casters were still
But so
talking.
far,
I was
so
like,
good for
okay, I got
movement
some
and
time to start my stream. Boom!
Saw Metals
Gameplay
try to clear
turns
that
on. I'm
spot
like,
from
shit,
Nero,
we gotta
but
go!
just, such a tough corner to clear. Bit of an
Jesus
off angle.
Christ.
Yeah, Purge working on up. Journey just staying alive, trying to
Okay.
get his teammates get into this position, and maybe he finds an opening to at least stop the clock, and he will. Goes for the reach out, but Nero slides on through because Purge just been hanging out. We saw Boston do this a lot. Always have a player over towards these Humvees, not allow this spawn to come into play. And with that, the defense is held strong.
That's what's so tough about A. Like, if it
So
was a
similar
spot
setup
that
to
you
how
could
Miami just had
at
here.
least
We
get
got
to a good
one
test,
like island player here, and then we're
easily,
full
you know, like, get
sweep
to a pretty
line
consistently
across
have
the
sort of
map.
contest where to pause the
And then
clock
we're
and
going
play
for the
down
same
lives.
break from Miami
Just 'cause
to
what
go
happened is
through
I mean,
here.
half the war's getting there.
Because if
Yeah,
not, we
with
got to
those
kill this
crosses.
island
Yeah,
player.
it's
But if
just
this
so
island
close.
player
I mean,
dies right here,
how long have you seen an extended contest on A? Like, it doesn't usually last
Okay.
very long. The fight happens pretty
Now we got a
quick
full
'cause the spawn's
pinch.
so close there for the defense.
Or's got to
Here we
play
go.
his
Here's
life,
maybe
and
a
they got to
chance to
fucking
go
pinch
down
this
to
shit
the
right
middle.
here.
Blue arrows are here. Just
1 to 4
trying
right here.
deal with this 4-on-2. You have one player on the point still. Standy off a spawn.
One trade, one trade.
Will stay alive, but there we go.
That's
Gonna pause
exactly
the
what I
clock.
said.
You do have lucky and medals in this area. Trophy's trying to get down. And with that kill, maybe a chance here, but still only one body on it. Legion know that, so they're just going to take their time, trying to find the rest of the kills around the point. And well, there we saw Metals goes for the peek, ends up getting caught.
Yeah, I thought he was just going to stay there.
They didn't
as
get
long
that
as he
tick
could,
either.
Just
Fuck.
stop the clock, but I mean, there's still so many lives left. It's not gonna come
did
down
they?
to that.
Doesn't look
You got
like
two
it.
still trying to work up the
Can't tell.
B Street for assistance, but they're not getting there. Purge and Nero
Oh, it snowed.
keep
That's
shutting
gross.
it down. They get basically all the kills there through B Street.
We can alert
One
them.
with
We're gonna
Vickle
make sure-
working the
yeah,
opposite
it's gonna-
side of it. But time is dwindling.
That
No
is
opening really
disgusting.
here. Outside of Vickle maybe making some sort of insane play.
And then you kind of have this position where you're all the way in the back if you are a Legion, and you see he just kind of crawls on up. Standy does get taken down. He was on 5 in a row, so no cruise for Legion. Defense holding strong yet again. So what? 8 to 3 ticks, but you still had 5 ticks coming to play in that round number 1. for the Heretics.
Yeah, that round one might be the difference. Just kind of came out and caught him off guard.
Damn.
That's why even though if you're maybe new to watching Control, it seems weird to kind of praise them even though they lost the round. That 5 could be big. But probably the big chance to shift it on its head would be this. I mean, you get 5 ticks. We'll see how the defense plays out for round 5. If you get them all, you win the map. So a chance for Legion to make sure it doesn't even get to that point.
Right,
and they're going with the early hit towards A. This is where success is coming. When you're shooting like that, Purge, nukes coming out of the MCW right now onto the point. You've got 2, maybe 3 about to stack it. First bit of progress done. Retake opportunity up and awaiting.
I respect that
no,
play.
Sir. He's finessing back
We
and
gotta
forth,
go back
trying
and
to put him
watch
on
that.
skates.
I love
You're
it.
still on the point. About to be done. The break
They
is
get A here?
in. They finish it. It is secured. And now if you are Legion, just like I was saying, you got a chance to make
That's
sure
really
this doesn't even
good.
go to a round 5. Throw that round
That
1
is really
5
good.
pick, give up off the board, win the map here.
There's that break off, and what a life on a burst. 7 in a row, by the way. But the opening 2-piece, the beams across the map, front DVD, gives them the numbers, and then the 3 stack. We have not seen that very often. Nero does a good enough job to deal with one player
All right,
off
now we're
the
looking
sponge, just
at our
buying
first
enough time
B
for his
hold here.
teammates.
I don't really know
So you have the
how
crews
this is
now
going
to
to be.
work with. You have life advantage, 2 minutes. We're going to invest in this
I
early
think
to
they
try
play
and get
this
beat
from
done.
here and then sweeps
Put them up
here.
in the series.
People wanted Purge
they
to
keep
step
spawning
up, right?
there.
Like, you know, he might not even in this game positive. He's even right now, but it can be a game of small moments. And that there, the round
Trades.
4 push, the beams, the 7 streak, the double,
Two
everything
dies
you're
here,
looking
they're
for
fucked.
out of this young man.
Yeah.
But you're not done yet. Heretics we saw with 1 point to defend on A, even though a
hold
little bit
one,
easier.
stop
They
the
were
clock.
disgusting. Now not going quite as clean. They're
Now
getting
4.
chopped up, turned into stew. On the point is Legion.
Easy
First
stack.
bit done.
Easy stack.
It's cruising, stacking the point. Everybody on Heretics trying to fly. They have to break now or Legion will win the map. They'll get them off the point at least for a moment.
Yeah, let's say Metal's able to sneak through alleyway as well, so he should have this flank. At least deal with the players off his spawn, but with some positioning here from Nero.
Even though they
he's
didn't
like,
get
"I
it,
gotta
they
go help
stopped
my
time for
team."
quite a bit there, so that's
So
huge.
you can already see Purge is near the tank. Not going to have that cutoff now. They do. Lucky and Journey with the MCWs will connect. So 1 minute to work with. Still a Legion life advantage.
This is where lives might come into play. It's a little bit different. You get more contest here. You have some fight on the point. You might stop this clock quite a bit. We'll see how it plays out, but still, good amount of time to go. Metals and Journey doing their best to stagger this push. Lucky involved now as well. Standy dropped. That's all 4 dead, and back to spawn they go. Is Heretics heating up in a big moment here late in this map 4. Map 3. I skipped the map.
Feels like a map 4. Maps 1 and 2. There's crazy comebacks on both ends. We might have another one, right? Just where Legion have that advantage throughout this round, but Heretics holding on, trying to get us to a round number 5. Well, that is going to be 2 dead. Last 2 players left, Attach and Purge. Just waiting for maybe their teammates off a spawn, but just look at the street control
10 seconds.
that you have for Metals and Lucky. This is going to look like an S&D retake in a way. Numbers going the way of Heretics.
Damn.
I think with that one, that should be it. Metals locks it down, and
That's
they
a good
clutch
fucking
up.
hold.
That's a hell of a regain. You know, after they had what? They had 3
That's
down.
insane.
You got onto the point if you were Legion. That was your chance to maybe win the game. Right there. You had 1 chance to retake it. Heretics do it. From there, they don't look back. It was messy for a moment, but they got him on clamps again.
Yeah, I was really worried when Nero got forward and found that double right front blue. I was like, uh-oh, this might be it, because you saw 2 or 3 players for Legion start to stack the point, but I think their trophies were gone, and nade connects, and, you know, as soon as that hope happens, there's an opening, and with that round 1, 5 takes, it was a 1-take difference for round number 5, and Heretics, they're going to be on D.
I just thought that was going to be more extended a fight. Like, once they cleared them off, they stacked around the point. I thought that was going to take a while to get them out. It just didn't. Just kind of bullied them off. So, as much as we were gassing up Legion and what an amazing break it was, at the end of the day, it's a defense for Heretics in round 5, so ignore it all.
Yeah, a bit of a 2-2 split here, though, and they're working both points. 1 tick of progress done at each of them. Metal's going to have to deal with Standy off with spawn, so already 1 tick done. B is going to be done, so a lot of map control over to Legion.
Sure.
Objective work over to them as well.
Yeah, it's a good start, but, like, you got to be able to finish here, and they haven't been able to yet. Granted, it's one of the harder things to do right now in our current rule set is to get the offensive dub here. They've had some clutch moments, especially in that map 1 respawn, especially in some of the search and destroy rounds. They brought it back. What can they do? Now in this round 5 offense.
2 players on this now. And Purge is inside of Laundry, able to take down 1, but the last 2 players are on a second tick. Done. Standy's alive. He's able to find 2. Can't find the third. Maybe
That would have won the game. I think that might have won the game. That would have been damn close.
Yeah, maybe if Nero is there to like put a couple of shots in as they crossing off his spawn, but
That one-on-one, I mean, he needed what? Like less than half of that final tick? It goes real slow with one person, but maybe that wins the game. He was weak though. Not an easy fight to win.
yeah, it would have been insane triple.
Oh yeah, that would have been nutty.
But this is a much better offensive round out of Legion, just already with map control numbers once again, with the players over towards A taken down.
Funny how round 5 things go out the window sometimes. Like it's like
It feels that way. You have Vickle push.
you know, in the last round, yeah, it seemed like they had an eternity to try and work B, but it's really not, because once you start getting staggered, and once you get in this position where you have to work up through B first, it takes 45 seconds to get there now. You've got what? You might have 1 push left in the final 90 seconds.
You know, like what we're seeing from Metals as well in sort of these retake situations, they're kind of waiting for him with the rival, right? He's the only player on the map with his sub, and he's winning some of these key gunfights around the objectives. His attach starting to work through the defensive spawn, waiting for the rest of his team.
Here we go. That's 3 dead.
Not bad.
You've got Metals and Lucky up. Spawns are kind of coming in all over the place.
I come down to lives if they complete
it
attach
so
here.
good for a second. Attaching another bullet there. He gets flanked, and that took, what was it, a minute and a half? About 50 seconds there.
It's going to come down to the time and the lives here.
So good for a moment, and then spawns come in. It's tough. That next wave, like, they're just like spawning in the middle of you. Like, you're pushing. It's hard.
Yeah, kind of spawning all over the place. But again, those subs clutching up for Heretics. I think Lucky even pulls one out. Or sorry, Journey pulled one out just to find another kill with that retake. You have Standy and Persh all the way pushed up.
Good.
Just kind of waiting on them to see what plays they can make, but Heretics are hunting them down. Last player going to be Persh. And well, maybe with the Tatcha skill, a chance here. Lucky's the 50-yard line guy, but the clock is stopped due to Persh's position. It catches him with the nade.
Shit.
Now you have Nero looking over the cross.
I didn't think he was peeking. I thought he was just be holding this, but now was that enough time to get somebody in? Nero gets there.
That's rad.
1 more person. Standy, good luck. 2 are there. It's close.
Holy
but for
shit.
Heretics, these last 2 maps, what? Bend, don't break.
Wow. That's 2 back-to-back
struggle at times,
incredible maps
but
from
they do
Miami,
enough
I'm going to be
get
honest.
the dub, and now it's back-to-back maps for Heretics. And man, midway through the Search and Destroy, we're thinking Vegas are running away with this series.
Wow.
Not looking that way now, Joe.
No, it is not. Not at all. I mean, just a back-and-forth series or game.
We got a series on our hand. Can we get a 3-1?
I think when you have
No
3
jinxes.
defenses, they're going to look a little bit better. Metals, though, 32 and 22.
Insane. We're looking pretty even for Vegas. Highest streak 7 from Purge and 6 across for Metals. Damage consistent for everybody, but
Leading the way, damage-wise.
that Miami hold
Everyone just got
last
right
round
there.
was
When you look at
insane.
I think you would have had Nero watching across. Would have
It would have been
close.
Yeah. But that he killed 2 before that or 1?
2.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, that's asking a lot.
Yeah, triple.
Yeah.
He had a player with him, but yeah, just the shots come in. They were on top of each other. A hip fire.
And I didn't see how much health he had exactly,
No,
but
he had much.
Just the visuals on his screen, the blood, and all the fun stuff they'll do in Call of Duty, he looks very weak.
Very red.
Yeah.
I think the key here, though, is once that 8-point was done for Legion in that round 4, just that B hold from Miami Heretics. They deal with the cruise missile. They're able to push up that B street and lock it down.
It's a huge round from them, I'll be
Couple
honest.
of chances here early. Sorry, throughout round number 5. There was always just one more player from Miami to win that gunfight.
Yeah, I think like they never saw that point again, which I
Buffering.
Don't think it should have been that easy.
Yeah,
And we're loading in quick.
We're staying on invasion for game 4 as Heretics. It's been a
Engage and
2 out of 3 they've been able to take. Now can they close it out? I mean, they went all invasion. Right, that's their map, sure. But invading the minds of
Damn shotty.
Legion fans, it seems like it. But we're gonna take a look at some of the hardpoint stats. We get ready for map 4. We're now gonna check out Lucky versus Attach on how they've been thus far. You've only got 1 hardpoint plate for Heretics, so not a ton. Just one. Not a well, 2 plate now with the not one, but. Ooh.
I mean, Attach is, you know, putting up the numbers that they did.
Who voted for Rust over Shipman, bro? That's crazy.
Attach has got that hill time. The objective, he does it all. But great numbers for Attach. And yeah, for Lucky, I mean, the one map that they've had played under their belt is an invasion. I think it was a 250 to 255, so it's a close one.
What does that spawn? Bruh.
That's all. I feel like last week was like literally either game 5s, and listen, I'm exaggerating because it was either like game 5s or like super close 3-0s. Like I felt like the 3-0s were all like 250 to 230, round 11, 3-2, like, and then game 5s is like all was. And I know there are a couple of outliers, but there are a lot of close matches. And I don't know, in your like experience, like is it usually like this early on? Is a factor of it being a new game, or is it the competition being high right now? What's the deal?
I think the spawns help that a lot.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I mean, especially in the respawns, right? Yeah, I mean, just with the hill location, the spawns.
Oh yeah, you think maybe?
Dude, I am getting naded.
Oh, I just think yeah.
One of those situations where
Maybe they could be better.
spawn points are, they allow teams
Yeah.
that they punish as much.
Dude, Maven is trying to get Merc in trouble so bad.
Map 4 time. Here we go.
All right.
Legion, can they win this and get to a map 5, or will Invasion be their tomb? It just might be.
We're hopping into these quick, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know why I didn't minimize it.
He's out and hitting early. As they look for control here of the hard point.
There it is.
I feel like they were just not great. Every time you say Purge, I think of those movies. Wasn't there one of those that was alright? Some of them were horrible. You know, ones where it's like start.
Oh yeah, he just kept making them.
Yeah, it's like kept making them. Like we need like 12 of them or something. I don't know.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, that's all I think about when you say it. Like
They were really pushing for that holiday, I guess.
yeah, yeah. Who knows? Someday, maybe.
Maybe not. Let's hope not. No.
Speaking of Purge, though, he's on the feet again. There with Attached. They're working, but Vickle. He's sliding. He's snapping. He's taking out 2, and he's on 4 in a row.
I don't know if they'd be ready for Standy though. You've been a split spawn.
Really gonna come down to that P4
yeah,
or
hello,
whatever.
Standy. It's a free
P3,
pinch,
P4.
or I thought so. Metals is
Always.
there. The nade connects. The teamwork on point. But everything
Vegas
doesn't really
has good
matter.
side. It looks like they're down,
is able
though,
to find
so.
2.
Look, yeah, pinch from behind. Not always going to be free. Attached. The beams look real clean till he started like drop off that ledge. Then missed some shots. Tough gunfight. Ends up dropping. Already got like 40 seconds on the play till the clock. Is a ton of contests and just battles on the point early on. But as the chaos,
Ooh,
we
that
take
angle.
a breath. It's mostly kills for Heretics. Just fights all over the place.
Just some insane heady battles. Just
Yeah.
I mean, I imagine
Everything's a heady.
They're
You
just shooting at nameplates more than likely, because I sure as hell can't see those guys.
I mean, if you just had your controller in hand, you close your eyes and you held forward, there's a 99% chance you're going to end up on a
Damn.
heady jump.
yeah,
Yeah, it's statistically true.
that sounds statistically true.
Yep. In the point, Heretics got teammates fanning out across mid-map. Journey doing what he can, just make sure they get near the point. He's doing a fantastic job of that.
Ooh.
Almost the triple, but not quite there. The dumpster in his way.
You were in his way?
That's just cold, Joe.
That's
My
fucked
bad.
up.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
I wasn't sure if you were calling someone a dumpster or the actual dumpster itself.
Yeah. No, that's all right. I'll take that one on the chin, Joe.
I don't get many very often, but Legion with the big break there, 30 seconds left. I mean, Heretics had a lot of early control, a lot of map positioning. Lucky, though, already rotating over towards Treehouse 4P4. The rest of his teammates going to fight for the scrap time.
So far, so good with regards to scrap time. The other side of the map, it was Lucky maybe trying to set up, but he's not going to be able to take that.
It's P5 that they really need to
New hard point. Ready to pop. Metals POV as he is surging forward. Already there will be Nero. Following him up will be attached. You're going to have some action to deal with. Trying to get the second man. He's able to do that, but Nero is still there and get that information as soon as the hardpoint pops, sees somebody's inside. He's sort of waiting on some help. He's just cutting people off for now, making sure the extra players can't get there. Now gives himself a 2-on-1 on the point.
Yeah, I love that play from Metals, but a difficult one. Lucky though.
That's why you wait for the 2-on-1.
Yeah, able to win it. Attaches here though, just climbs the ladder, wait for the stun to go away, shooting at a trophy, and then Metals and Journey off a spawn with the rival 9, able to take this. And now you flip the spawns. If you are Heretics, you see Vickel's position locking down the map for
As long as these
P5.
guys stay alive, they can give up a little bit of scrap time.
And Heretics have set themselves up for the bank.
And this is scary because Heretics get this time. You're maybe going up 100,
We're gonna hold the line right
120.
here.
If you're Legion, you're starting to think, we got to Invasion. We may never leave this goddamn place. Like, we're just stuck here forever. As they may lose all
You
three.
just keep holding that.
Granted, a lot of time, a lot of gameplay to go within this map 4, but you look at that lead, you look at that mini-map, you know how this hold is. Things not looking good for Legion right now.
Not right now. We have seen some brace though.
It's not possible.
It's not possible.
Probable.
It's just very difficult. Trophies down.
Not bad.
Difficult to get nades in. You're just not close enough to this hill, and I don't know if they're going to get close enough. A couple of players off spawn pushing the street. Vickel 1 kill away from a cruise. He's the rotate man early on to give them the spawns for this, and there is the cruise missile. His investment pays off. Looking for number 7, does get taken down. Already 30 seconds off the clock. Over to
Ooh, they're spawning out,
Heretics.
though.
Looking more and more comfortable, and well, with
But it really doesn't matter at this point.
I think you'll take this if you are Legion.
But on the other side,
a decent amount of
your
scrap.
40. You can rotate. You've got a significant lead. You're up 70. But yeah, I think it's more important for Legion just to stay in the hunt right now. But I think Heretics is just stood
They
out
hold the
sometimes,
scrap and
so
rotate, though.
control
Legion
and
aren't
maybe
out of
early
it.
in that hard point. Like when they get
Yeah,
their
they got the
setups,
row.
like they'll thrive in the chaos. This Purge, chaotic, drops a triple. When they get their setups, like they can really just lock you down. Like it seems like they're once they used to use the word comfortable. Once they're comfortable, they're a unit.
They're gonna need a break
Wow.
here. And maybe with everyone deal with the scrap time.
How is there only one guy on
After that
hill?
first triple, it's just Metals winning the one-on-one. Getting inside the hill alongside
Wow.
Journey. He's on 3 in a row. And just look at the subs. Metals and Journey, I've seen them mostly with rival 9s. Leading the way, 34 and 24 as a duo. Putting Legion
Cannot
into a
let them
tough
extend
spot.
this lead here.
Sandy just able to take him off the bar, but the
Jesus
rival is
Christ.
there again. Metals able to come through, maintain this 80-point advantage, try to build it back
Wow.
up. Metals just keeps on shooting. He's found a nice little sequence here inside the point. I think he's had like 3 wall bangs
And
I've
they
seen
can just
pop
hold
up
this.
as well, just being a rat.
Because this hill isn't hard to break. This
90
P2 right here.
seconds now. There's that dog. I didn't hear the dog you said last time. I just
I'm
heard
telling
it.
you, bro.
Where's the dog?
He's out back.
He's hanging out?
He's just out back, yeah.
Pissed.
On the other side of that green fence.
I thought you made it up last time you said it. I didn't
making
hear
it
it.
up,
There
dude.
is a dog.
Oh,
There
one
is a
pinch?
dog. I wasn't
Yeah,
kidding.
one's gonna
They
go
put
for
a
the
dog
pinch.
on the map.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna be a 1 in
Cruise
5 right
missile
here.
Called in,
1 in
doesn't
5.
find much, but maybe gives them the info they
That's
need to get this
huge.
break. His Metals is now on 5 in a row. Can he
Bro.
find number 6? He's going for some spawn
one's
kills,
playing
some
for the
cutoffs,
cutoffs.
but they got to deal with the players on the point. So while
That's
he's doing
huge.
that, he needs his teammates to lock
One
it
more
in, but he
from
does
one.
get the cruise
One more
missile.
from one. Ah.
Barely wins it. The stun comes in.
That was
Those
super close.
Gunfight's not a blast, but he does it. And
Wow.
you're staying in this if you're Legion, but like, I don't know, like, I guess staying in it is the way I want to phrase it. Like, you're doing enough that you're not getting blown out, but like, when is it too little too late?
I mean, props to Nero, though, right, for, hanging on to that hill, because he was put in
Oh,
a very tough
Miami
position
really
where his
made the
teammates were on
right
the
play
spawn,
there.
dealing with
They just
Metals
couldn't
on the
lock it
spawn
down.
kills, and he just had to lock that down.
They've had good moments that are just enough to like not lose right then, but
All right, they have spawns.
Yeah, you need a
Once
break.
Vegas has a lot of map
Now down
control.
50.
That cruise might be
You
good,
need a
but I
break,
feel like they could have
Yeah, you need a
had
break
better use out of that.
soon, because you know what Miami's probably
Like
gonna
now.
be thinking. Worst case scenario, re-rotate to Palace and try to win this game early. Like, just give up the lead if we really have to. But maybe there is the chance. One player left on the
Oh, that's
point, but
big.
Lucky looking over his team.
Purge. Purge.
Metals probably with that
Found out.
rival gonna have a
He's
one-on-one.
weak. No, he's regen
This
now.
is really going to put the pressure on the Legion, because you have P4 coming up next. Maybe Lucky starts to head that way.
Honestly, they
Now
can
the
just
rival enough to at
keep
least
chipping
guarantee
away
that
at this
first
lead.
gunfight
With the
win.
lead that they have,
Journey
216,
sliding around the corner.
they only
One
need
tracking
like
down with him, pistol
2
in,
20-point hard
and
points.
The kill is there. Let's see how many of these final
30
15
points total.
points they're going to be able to get. Okay, so that they'll get to 220, and
They can just keep chipping, especially if they get that P5 spawn. They'll keep chipping.
Get close. It feels like the leads get pushed out, but there's 3 in a row. Standing narrow, we'll line them up. Also, that was a good kind of little segment there on both fronts. Like,
No,
get the scrap time, you get the next
great
point.
for Legion, because not only
they
did
have the
deal with
spawns
that
for
hill,
next.
Standy actually won the first one-on-one versus Lucky, and then held this position, got 2 more on rotation. If Standy gets taken down, P4 is controlled over.
Come
The
on,
Heretics,
Miami.
the map is probably over. So Standy not having the best map stats-wise, but has kept them in this game based off of this rotation. But this is what I was talking about. They are going to invest in this Palace Hill. You
5
already
and
see
7.
Lucky staying, Vickle is staying. They're going to try to win it
5
here.
and 7 have
Makes
to
me
make the
think
move
like
for
a-
2 and 3.
I don't even the control. Like you had to get that
There's
B
5
break
dead.
to win the game. Here you have to break Palace to win the game. It is going to be an uphill fight for Legion if you are going to win. You're going to have to do one of the harder things in Hardpoint to get the win. They're going to be trailing by
Miami
about
only needs 30. Last time they got 40 on this hill,
points-ish.
so it's going to be
As we
really
get ready
close.
now for Palace. Can you get the prey?
Number 4's positioning right here is kind of huge
Cruise
too.
missile.
Yep.
Well, that is not what you want when you call a cruise. Your first players just get taken down.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah.
And that's because Journey was off spawn and he just stayed a street. He literally just stayed in that area.
25 seconds.
Very far pushed up.
Metals
with the double. Now it is a courtyard push from the rest of the team, but Journey is there still. Have to deal with him.
This is big.
15 more seconds, and every time you need a multi-kill from Legion, instead it's a multi-kill for Heretics.
6 dies, they're done. The 6 dies, they're done. Yep, they're done.
One chance to break.
Woo!
They are staggered. They're in
Miami
trouble.
W.
Now Vickle, though, he's giving up the window
Nice.
for a second. You got to get there, though.
3-1.
Seconds to go. Not going to happen. Heretics lining it up. They drop map 1. It is 3 straight. Invasion
Vickle looks stressed
ends
as
up being
fuck.
the grave for Vegas Legion. They
That hair
can't get out
transplant.
of that one. 3 straight for Heretics. Incredible stuff.
It's a good first dub.
Yeah, so Heretics
That's a
now
good
up to
first
2-0.
dub.
You know, it's kind of this conversation.
Woo!
How are they going to come out in the league? Maybe with a lot of fire. Maybe it would take them a little bit to just get used to the competition in the league. But a nice 2-0. What they
Let's
beat
get it.
the Ravens in Legion. I think Legion.
Yes.
Probably another frustrating series where they're at least thinking this should be going to a game 5. But they had a chance. They should have won map number 2. Just did not happen.
Yeah, I mean, said it twice already, but halfway through the search, you're thinking it's Legion series. They are in control, up 4-1 or 5-2, whatever it is in the search, and then from there, Heretics just, they take over. I mean, they come in and the round 1 of control, they get 5 ticks right away to kind of put you on the back foot, get a nice chance for round 5 defense. Then here in the hard point, they're just strike early, they lead the whole way. Like,
I mean,
you just kept, there were like 5 really good moments for Legion. It's just the good moments that got them back to within 50, not taking the lead.
Yeah, props to Metals as well. 29 and 17 with the submachine gun on that map. Not easy to do, but he led to a lot of those breaks and holds for their team. And yeah, so 2-0 for Heretics.
No, good shout. Metals an absolute demon. Heretics, all the vamos. They get the W over the desk now to break it down. Christopher Puckett, take it away, sir.
Thank you, Maven and Merc. Great work as always, and a good way to start the day. Miami scared us at the start of this series and rattling off 3 comeback victories. Well, I want to start there because Vegas Legion, they come out with a clutch Game 5 victory in their first match. Then they allow a reverse sweep, and now I'm watching a series where they're up in every single game, and yet they let Miami back into it. What's going wrong in the Vegas camp?
Listen, every Miami Heretics fan was sweating during that map number 1. I mean, Vegas Legion looked like a completely different team. They were out-rotating them on Terminal, and Purge was having a fantastic map number 1. This is a player that I was going to speak on watching in this series because he was doing incredible in the S&Ds, but really struggling in the respawns. So my hopes got very, very high after that map number 1, and then you move into the map number 2. Vegas Legion, once again, choke a lead.
Yeah, Ali said they were sweating during the map 1. They were probably sweating 75% of that map 2 as well. They were down 5-2. You know, for Vegas Legion, making some changes schematically coming into this series, but they're going up against the Heretics, and I don't think the rest of the league has noticed how good this Heretics team can truly be. In the final moments of these games, grabbing a hold of it. You talk about the 4-piece Journey got at the end of the control, talking about the search and destroys, getting those bomb downs. Those are aggressive offensive rounds from Heretics over towards B. You know, Vegas is giving them a ton of different looks. Well, they're able to hold on and get those those clutch round wins. They're keeping Standy at bay on the flank. Like, it looks easy when you have X-Ray and you're watching a Codcaster. It's not easy to find a guy like that on Invasion. There's so many holes at different areas that he can get through, and Heretics were able to contain that and get the victory in that game too. After that, I mean, these guys, I mean, that was a barn burner.
Look at this, the 6-5 comeback, the 3-2 comeback, and then of course closing it down. That's 3 straight Invasion wins. I saw it in the chat. Same question to you, Ali. Is Miami just good at Invasion, or are they good at MW3? Can I ban that map in the future?
I mean, you can ban it in the future, but honestly, I want to say that they're just good at Modern Warfare 3, mostly because in each Invasion, a different player from Miami Heretics went off. In that map number 2, it was Lucky going on a 6 spree in the final couple of rounds. On the Control, it was Journey popping off, and then in the Invasion, it was Metals going 29 and 17, and also having over 1 minute and 30 seconds in Hill.
It's time for your play of the game. It comes from that Control, the comeback at the very end, and I mean, Lucky starts it, but Journey slams this door shut, right, Nameless?
Yeah, I mean, this is a beautiful round. I mean, we've seen a lot of these Invasion controls come down to the very end, how good defense can be, but he's able to just get inside the point and just pop like a 3-4 piece. I mean, when you're on offense, it's very difficult. You have to get inside red, you have to find a couple kills, you then have to get to a point, and then you have to hope that you are the trophy player once you're in that point, because you can spam that from gas station, and you have to watch cross simultaneously. So Vegas, they have a lot of stuff that they need to accomplish here, but what you're going to see from...
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's a good map. Dub, you'll have to see it.
Jump in, get the first kill, and play his life perfectly. They have to fly at him. He finds 2. The third guy gets in a 3v1. Nothing he can do. Heretics, Vamos screamed, and now they're up 2-1.
Metals getting fired up, the whole team rallying as Miami is able to take...
I think I have this open twice.
And are now a perfect
I do.
2-0 with just 1 map.
Yeah.
How we feeling?
Oh, interview.
I mean, we're feeling pretty good right now. Like, I'm just so proud of the composure we kept, like, throughout the series. I
Forgot about the interview.
It was hard for us. We knew what we had to do to come back. So, just overall, I'm proud of the team.
Absolutely. Lucky, this is something that I think really sets Miami apart from some of these other teams, is seeing you guys in these clutch moments. You all are on the same page.
I'll set up
and that's
different
something
scenes
that's
for the next
followed
stream.
you guys for a couple of years now since you've been playing together. For the people who don't know about the Miami Heretics team, tell us a little about you and your history with professional Call of Duty.
Well, you mean like my own, or just
Yeah,
like
your own.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, I've been playing like for a lot now. I'm 24, so I've been playing professionally for a while, and I was like in a very bad mood after what happened in Black Ops 4. I think we made we did a good year, at least at the first half of it, and I feel like I didn't get my deserved chance in the next year. So I think I was like in a very dark spot for like the next 3 years, playing in challengers with some of my friends, which are now my teammates as well. But as soon as we all got the call from Miami that they were gonna build a CDL team, like just the light came, you know. So I'm just so happy about it.
Amazing.
That's got to be so huge for the Spanish guys. Like, I couldn't imagine being out of the league for 3 years and then finally getting your just opportunity.
Lucky, first off, it was so exciting watching you guys burst onto the scene in Black Ops 4, and then you had to go back, didn't get that opportunity when the CDL came around, and now you finally have it with this big staff and facilities, being together in the States on the biggest stage. How's it been for you guys, like trying to still focus on the game, which is what matters most?
Honestly, it just feels like a dream come true, because in Black Ops 4 we used to travel a lot because we couldn't stay there for longer than maybe 2 or 3 weeks, so we had to travel every month from between Spain and the studio. And now that we are settling here in Florida, in Miami, I mean, it's just so easy for us to go every day to the office, work together, be with the coaching staff, and like you said, I think our playstyle in game is very similar to how we live here. We are all we are together a lot of the time. We know a lot about each other, and we have a lot of confidence between us. So just transmits to the game, I think.
Love it.
Miami, New York, Seattle Surge, Atlanta, all sitting at 2-0. Lucky, where do you think your team stands amongst those squads?
I think, well, talking about this match as well, I think we didn't prepare a lot for it because, like, compared to the first one at least, that we had like a ton of time to do. We only had like 3 or 4 days to prepare for this one, and I think that this is not our real level. I think we still need to practice a lot, and I think to break into that top 4, which is our main goal right now, we still have some work to do, but I'm pretty confident on us. Like, I think we can beat every team, but we just need to like perfect the craft in all the 3 modes. I think we are not very good at like any of the 3, you know?
Well, just looking at the chat, it looks like a lot of people think you can compete with the top 4 right now. Lucky, we got to let you go. We got 2 more matches to go, but congrats on your win tonight.
Absolutely, they can.
Thank you so much, boys.
After what we just saw, I think
that is Lucky in the Miami Heretics.
I don't think they'll have a problem.
First W, a 3-1 victory to open the day. When we come back, we've got another good one. It's LA Thieves looking for their first win, going up against a 2-0 Boston. It's going to be a great one. And while you're waiting for that match to kick off, reminder, pick up your Warrior pack, sync up and earn in a big way as well.
All right.
I'm ready for it.
See what I need for some camo challenges in between the games here. I want to get the sniper done. 50 shortly after ADS. 3 kills in 1 magazine 10 times and 1-shot kills. So I need to really focus on those magazine kills. Just staying alive more than anything. We could honestly, because these maps are so close range, we could probably change the sight on this too. Yeah. Still got a while until the next game, so. Damn.
Plus drinking Mountain Dew.
Yeah, you don't have anxiety, bro. You just don't eat right.
Fuck. There's another one. No. No. Oh, what is that spawn? What the fuck? Damn it. Come on, teammate. Aw, bro. Ah, I didn't even see that guy. CDL music is banging. It's a great spawn. No, I don't have my settings right. Whew. Oh.
In the city of Boston, where champions are born.
No. I didn't even see that guy. Oh, what the fuck? Why did he spawn there?
So much history in one place. It's time to make our mark.
Oh, God. All right, they're going to play soon. Here's the intros. Oh, this intro is so trolly. I hate it. I hate it so much. I love it, but I hate it.
Get your goofy ass up. We're about to play.
So dumb, bro. No.
The fans are filing in for this one. Two 2-0 teams looking to battle for their first dub of the season. If you're looking at the calendar, now's the time to do it. The Boston Major is about a month out, and Boston will be playing in front of their hometown
God damn it.
with a bottom 12 seed.
I think I just need the mag one left.
Really tough situation for Boston Breach. We touched on it earlier during the pre-show, the fact that there is a lot of pressure on it. All these players are trying to prove something. They're heading into their home major. They're starting 0-2, and they have one of the tougher schedules of all the teams.
Now what's cool here, Nameless, you pointed it out. Both of these teams played the same opponent. So let's start here with LA Thieves. You've lost to Surge. You've lost to Atlanta. Yeah. Joe Thieves, Ghosty, Cammy, and Afro. Where are they falling short?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's a brand new roster, so we give them a little bit of leeway. When you talk about the hard points, it's been 20 points or less in basically all the hard points
Damn
that
it.
they've played. They've lost 2 Karachis, so that's another thing where the coaching staff might have to look at it and be like, hey, we're good at Karachi and scrims, but in these games we're choking them in the final moments, so maybe we see an adjustment there. And then when you talk about the individual performances, now the only glaring thing
Not too shabby.
in the last match, Afro had an abysmal performance, 11 and 20 and then 22 and 35. So on an individual level, he would be the guy that I say needs to step up today.
Yeah, so for the Los Angeles Thieves Monster Energy pregame, first of all, slowed down early.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
They haven't won a Search and Destroy yet, so honestly, I don't even think that's where their focus should be. Their focus should be on closing out these respawns because they put themselves in a favorable position and lose to like one player. It was Illy on Seattle and it was Simp on Atlanta FaZe. So just don't get ahead of yourself and lock it down.
Don't do what Vegas Vegas has been doing. For Boston, real quick on this squad, what do you like about our green team, Allie?
I like their teamwork, to be honest. I like the layout of this team. And Capsule, I think, are a great duo. I think it's just about Capsule translating his S&D prowess to Respawn. That's kind of...
There we go.
That's kind of a continuation of when we saw him a year.
What's up? Ewan.
Those into W's.
Yeah.
They're 12th right now, so fixing that small mistake is going to have huge dividends.
100%, Chris. You know, we talked about it in the show open, right? They won the first blood battle on that terminal 7-3 and end up losing that map 6-4, right? You see that and you think they won that map with flying colors. So some teamwork things they need to work on. On the bright side, their games have been way closer than LA Thieves versus those other teams. And also on top of that, when you think about this Boston team, Priesta is the guy who's coming in trying to get revenge in the league, prove himself once again. He had a crazy performance last series, 16,000 damage, led his team. We've seen bright moments from all of them. Can they put it together today? They need a win, otherwise it's looking like loser's bracket.
This is week 2. This is match 2 of day number 1, and it's Boston versus LA Thieves. It's time to make it official. Chat, put it in right now. I'm going Boston here, Allie. Where are you going?
I just really don't want the first team
You're
holding
8-4, by the way. Don't choke this.
Oh, God.
Don't choke this lead.
I don't want Boston to start an LB at their own home major, so I'm going to believe in green today.
Going Boston. Okay, I can't catch up.
Despite them calling me out on Twitter and costing me in the first pick'em in that game 5 versus FaZe, I'm still going Boston. I got them winning this series. I just think that they've looked better and they can improve.
Boston
We're all
versus
going green,
FaZe?
which means
That
LA
sounds like
Thieves
his
is going
fault.
to win this one 3-0.
No cap.
Get your pick'ems in on your own. Reminder, pick'em.callofdutyleague.com. The winner can score big. All you got to do is scan that QR code and get in on the action today. Allie and I literally did it 30 seconds before the show.
I watched it.
It was pretty fantastic.
It was quick, too.
Get your pick'ems in, and of course, let us know, chat, how you feel about this battle. Will we go beyond 3 maps? Let it be known as we send it over to our casters. We got Miles and Chance. Chance, how we feeling today?
Feeling fantastic, Puckett, as always. I get a cast with Miles. Who could ever be mad at that?
Yeah, that's my guy right there, saved by the bell. We do have a very fun series ahead of us, and one of these teams gets a win, at the very least. However, Chance, one of these teams hasn't won a game of Search or a game of Hardpoint.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's kind of been both for, like, both of these teams. They've played against Atlanta and Seattle, and obviously Seattle blew out expectations.
Are we talking battle of
2-0. They look hot,
what?
but yeah, I mean, LAT 1-6 in map count right now is not exactly super ideal, but we also have quite a few new maps that are in the mix. We kick it off with, like, a double
I'm gonna get me some snacks or something up in here.
for both of these teams, but we haven't seen either of these squads play high rise at all. So we double up there for the control and the search and destroy. So a little bit of a mix and match for the series. And admittedly, Miles, we talk about how poor some of these map records are. Both of these teams, when they're losing maps, incredibly tight series and like tight maps every single time. So like LAT's 1-6 map count, it looks atrocious. However,
get right
they're
into
losing
the
about
news.
15, 20, 30 points in the hard point, a round or 2 in the search and destroy. So they've been very competitive, but that just means this might be a ridiculously competitive series as well, because these are 2 teams trying to establish themselves away from the bottom of the pack, because I don't think the record reflects the skill of either of these squads.
Well, we'll find out how all the standings sit as we roll in towards the Boston Major week number 2. Map number 2, here we go. Let's see how the boys in green can fare up against the LA Thieves. Of course, we started this series off the way we ended the last one. Very exciting matchup there between Vegas and, of course, the Miami Heretics. And so far, so good for the boys of Boston. All the kills go their way, and now they get a chance to take the lead back.
Yeah, really nice opening break by Boston. Like, double up your SMGs on one side, double up the ARs on the other. You don't get to the hill first, but very effective with the trades. They get a very quick retake on P1, and enough kills that maybe a small window of opportunity to start making moves and push towards that new time. But it is a scatterfest right now in the middle of P1. Every single arrow nearby, and I mean, LAT on top for the moment, but if the spawns flip, Boston have a very big opportunity on this rotation.
Yeah, P1's coming to a close. There is gunfire and bullets literally everywhere across this side of the map. Top left there we go to construction site. So far we've got Boston Breach in position for this one. Ghosty trying to make the slow approach alone for now. Final few moments go to the LA Thieves, no problem there. They do have a little bit of a mountain to climb. Look at Snoopy trying to cut these reinforcements off. Not going to happen. He's in Thieves part of town. Slasher, the lone man over by the point, but that trophy's going to keep him company for now.
Yeah, that's that lone man with a little bit of help that needs desperately to stay alive. His teammates are soaring in for the trades, and he gets out a little bit of damage, doesn't get the kills. Teammates need to be able to collect and get those trades. Capsule, unfortunate timing there, just a little bit too slow, and I think Boston maybe going to get punished for it. They have the bad spawns for the moment. They do not have the time. This is an opportunity for LAT to really make a run.
There's a smooth break. They're holding it so far so good. Boston not overcommitting just yet. A couple of members of the Boston Breach lineup now through the middle of the map. It's Cammy in the feed, slowing him down. Snoopy finds a nice 2. A long rotation now. We're watching Ghosty make the entire journey as he tries to meet up with Cammy. Can they link up in the showers? It sounded weird, but it's because the new hard point's over there.
And hey, they're going to get that early time as well. It might not be linked up, but certainly have all the crossfires set up and ready to go. You actually have Afro pushed up in a very deep spot, maybe for a late pinch. And I mean, when his teammates start getting these kills and Ghosty makes it look easy, you are now just clearing space. And Afro getting sent in for the kill should have a freebie in front.
He's looking for it. Nice work. Takes care of Snoopy. Oh my word, got a lot in a capsule before being brought down. Lead change the LA Thieves, starting to work things up. Joe Thieves at range, cuts down the attackers. Slashes down, Priester up next. You're going to see players in this position all season long. Lovely rebuttal there from Priester, opens the window now. Can Snoopy get forward? Afro, perfect reads, perfect positioning. Here comes the immediate turn, eyes on his next. Not good enough, Capsule though, gets it. And once again, Chance, magnificent work in the showers, LA Thieves.
I mean, yeah, absolutely perfect. It's going to be a full 60 secured and really not a sweat off their brow. In fact, it made it so easy. I was going to say, they still have a ton of pressure over towards P4 as well. Slasher, the lone man again inside of the point. Similar story towards the P2. Slasher does a nice job to at least get that first kill, but the trades are in for LAT. The rotation is there, and the power position now firmly in control for Afro. Should be easy gunfights for him to win unless maybe a double chow comes through, but defending for his life, not good enough. Boston keeping that fight up.
Keep it going in broken apartments. Riddled with gunfire once again. Thieves with the hard point. Ghost TV Slasher at range, not a whole lot going there, but the rest of the LA Thieves members finding their kills across the point, and this is a great hold once again. Can Boston find the opening, find the break? Again, Chance, we're going towards a special hard point indeed, as we reinforce the far left-hand side of the minimap now. Boston Breach will have full embassy control going into the next 20 seconds. Ghosty, though, he's looking to infiltrate this solo for now.
I mean, look, make no mistake. If LAT get this break, their odds of winning the game go up to like 99%. They built themselves such a massive lead. Even with a full 60, they're going to be comfortable. So there is no sweat right now for the Thieves. Take your time. Do whatever you can to get these kills. And already, they're getting kills.
I'm hella early, bro. We're watching the CDL.
Around the hill again.
Boston are in trouble. Embassy's wide open for business. Let's go for a quick listen in with Boston Breach and see how they hold on.
Two in the back, two in the back. One's low, one's I'm coming to you. Look at Cammy and Ghosty, Cammy and Ghosty. There's two, bro, there's two. I need over. Close right there. Dark, cut me off. Weak, Dark.
They're gonna get broken so easily on this hill.
We can time. That's fun ACD, bro. I'm trying to make sure they're not new. No. He's beat on with tank again. I saw him beat on. Dark, he's gonna go blue. Yeah, watch right. I have him. Still blue. Beat on.
I don't know, bro.
He's back that street. I'm thinking. They're backdoor guys. Yeah, one's like from P3. One's a new one. Yeah. New trade. We're good. They knew that.
Bombs are important.
I'll put my spawn on you. DVD. She stunned it. DVD's one shot. Dead. Nice. I'll fight for her back. My spot, I'm right. I'm one shot. Are you in the street? There's one blue. Nothing my sheet. One right on me. I'm one shot. Watch your back door. Watch my back door. One's the rugs. One's DVD on me somewhere. Rugs. DVD came me. And one's blue. Hitting beat up tank. Beat on one back. That's one blue. I'm hitting them. What's back door? I threw the thing. Yeah, he's on time. On the desk. Two. I got one. One on the desk. Small.
We'll see if that 99% increase to the chances of the Thieves winning is getting a little closer to the 100 mark.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're looking at the kill feed, LA Thieves have not slowed down even a tiny bit on P1. Just a clean 4-man wipe, spawn him in the back left corner of the map. This might be the largest blowout we have seen in Hardpoint all year long. Granted, week 2, but this has been brutal to watch. Joe Thieves now has a cruise missile, has all the information, and thought he might have gotten that kill too, but LA Thieves can do no wrong. They got the scrap time. They're winning the rotation. This has been a very easy game.
Absolutely. Well, word to the nub. LA Thieves are running it up. Last ditch attempt now from Boston Breach. What a comeback this would be. Can they get in towards the point? Nice work out of Capsule there on the close slide. Gets himself into the hard point. Joe deceives. Here's the investment. I don't believe there's a trophy there yet for Boston Breach. We'll find out in a moment. But either way, cruises in. Takes care of Capsule. Open hard point.
Yeah, that's the start as well. But of course, Snoopy and Slasher respond. So Boston, you really have to keep him out of this. Hill, Priesta gave it the old college try. Couldn't get it done. Good news for Boston. You do have the spawns toward New. Bad news for Boston. Not shooting that. Ghosty's picking him apart. That's going to be a 4. Surely almost going to be able to make it a 5 spree, and now Boston even flip. So the one possible advantage they're going to have, now you spawn at Palace, so far away from that rotation, and any small window of opportunity Boston had, I mean, just completely snuffed out.
Oh my god. Damn, Daniel back at it again with a big old rotation towards New. This should be the game. The backside there of Showers now. Ghosty's in there, washing himself clean after the bloodbath on P2. It's basically over. Slasher now and Priest are making their way forward. Over to Ghosty now alone.
Have you ever watched
now trying to
CDL?
take care of the cut. Capsule flying through the front. This should be game.
Not, you're in for a treat.
Joe deceives, ringing out the MCW across the map. Oh, but Boston are in. They've made the break. Better late than never, but boy howdy, it is certainly the 11th hour.
Congratulations, the moral victory. They're not going to get 100-point club. The small W, maybe for some sort of momentum in the series, but I have to imagine we're just waiting on LA Thieves to do their victory lap. Whether or not they get the break for the final 5 seconds, or if they just want to rotate to any of the next 4 hills, LA Thieves have every single opportunity to win this game.
Cammy's got a house viewing over by a damaged old apartment. In 10 seconds, he can go in there and take a look, see if he wants to put down his name for the purchase. But Slasher and Snoopy find their kills respectively. It's a 5 seconds that the LA Thieves need to close out map 1, but it's not over yet, Chance.
Okay.
We've got Boston and New.
There's no way.
And they might be at New. LA Thieves, they just have to leave one person at Palace. You could start it now. Like, whoever comes off spawn should just instantly rotate for LA Thieves. And of course, you can still make the break here. Joe
hundreds of thousands of dollars to play this game. Why would they ever touch grass?
Can't quite get the kill, and LA Thieves, they're fighting for this final 5 seconds. They're trying to put this game down here.
They want the break. They want it badly. Number 6 throws that the minimap. Joe deceives. It could be Cammy. Keep it on that left-hand side. The kills keep coming through. That should be game. Or will
I better be game.
Okay. Okay, but still, the bigger problem on the map, you have to rotate to Palace. You can only give away 4 seconds, and LA Thieves did a good job. Never lost the spawns. They're keeping it nice and secure. So unless Slasher guns about 3 different players, there's literally nothing you can do to get to this hill fast enough.
Clock's ticking. How fast can they move? Here we go, Boston. Show us something truly outstanding.
Oh, no.
Slasher finds one. Joe deceives now alone.
Okay, surely not, right? Surely not, right?
No, it's not
there's
over
no
yet.
way.
Boston with a point.
They are choking so
this
hard.
was 245 to 85 from a near 100-point victory. And now Boston may be able to get it done. Capsule roaming down low. Cammy, though, trying to toy with them. And Cammy does indeed. It is all up to Snoopy. The back,
Dude,
they
there's
rely
no
on
way.
him.
You have to find all these kills. Here
Come
they
on.
come. Snoopy.
Snoopy.
Guns at the ready. Number 1. Oh, God.
Bro.
He's going to get the time now. There's one player below him. He's on the hunt for it. Also, I don't believe it. Chance.
LA
Snoopy
needs
playing
4
very carefully.
seconds.
Staying alive. How many more can he get?
Insane.
He's going to have to get 2. There's number 1 in front of him. The trades are going to be coming through. Those LA Thieves players are jumping
Come on.
You get the trade,
Come on.
You get the
Priesta.
3 and Priesta
2 seconds.
get it done. Afro
Oh my
stamps
God.
the game. Finally.
They got
LA
100
Thieves
points
close it out,
straight.
but my God. They made that way more complicated than it needed to be.
That would have been
That was
insane.
a very, very bumpy road to the map 1 win from the LA
Holy
Thieves. Could
shit.
not have looked better up until what, the halfway mark when Boston started hitting the comeback. Woo! My word, what a start to our series. As we peek across the stats, I don't think they matter too much. The story there was certainly the comeback from
God,
Boston
that would have been
Breach. I think
insane.
something that the Thieves are certainly going to work on, but for Boston, you showed an iron grip when you needed it the most. If you had that at the start, this might have been a very different hard point. But wow, what an invasion that was.
Yeah, that definitely got a little bit spicy. We can look at some of the highlights. I guess this is the second set of rotations, but the theme from the first set of rotations, we went to a P2 where Slasher was completely
that
by
would have been
himself in the
insane.
hill, had absolutely no help. They got broken down. Slasher also early rotated over towards P4. We got to see him by himself in the hill, no support from
Holy
the team, got
guacamole.
broken down. And then the similar thing happened on P5. Like LA Thieves, they got that break early on. His teammates just lost the gunfights up front, and then we just clip over to Slasher by himself in the hill.
They got
dealing
100
with, like,
points
2 players.
straight.
Boston really in that
And
first half just
LA only needed
completely
4
unable to
points.
lock down any set of rotations.
That's
Admittedly, certainly had
insane.
the fight in them, but in for the sort of that final moment, Priesta able to
I don't
pick up
even
one
know.
with the pistol,
I have
but
no
just
clue.
could not ice up and get that second. So maybe again, like a moral victory for Boston towards the end of like, hey guys, if we just played better at the start, we clearly could have won that game, but moral victory only takes us
If
so
they had
far
started off
when you
that
need
way,
these
LA
CDLs.
would have got dusted.
Yeah, hearts and minds are one things, but you want to win the map. There we go, though. Map 1 finished. Invasion, we stay on it. And I got a tweet from Mud Dog saying, thanks for recognizing how much time the team spends in the showers
was
together.
insane.
A team that cleans together, beams together. There you go, Eric. That's a fun one. Invasion, search and destroy.
Excuse me?
On its way up in a moment. High-rise control. Fun to see how that one goes. We haven't seen too many high-rise, 2 so far, chance so far in the league. But either way, very, very fun map. Fun times there on control. Surprised me, to say the least. Interesting start. Bit of a disconnect from Boston. See if they can find the teamwork in search and destroy, because they're going to need it with all those respawns coming up later on in the series. But Chance, any major takeaways from that first map apart from big old comebacks and Boston being slow?
I mean, really, it just felt like sloppiness from Boston in the first half is pretty much the entire theme. And I do agree. Control, I'm looking forward to as well. I think High Rise might have a pretty high rate of rounds ending just off of like kills rather than objectives captured too. So a very spawn trap central sort of map. Definitely something to pay attention to.
Search and destroy again on Invasion. That's going to be our next map. A lot of fun so far, man. Too
Wow.
many nooks and crannies to count here
That
on
was
this
way
map.
closer than it
Lot of
should have been.
elevation. We've seen some cool stuff so far. Of course, the Heretics, their last map win, massive comeback from them, 5-2 down against Vegas. Are we going to see a similar situation, Chance? How do you rate these 2 search and destroy teams?
I think like they both feel like a little bit standard in a sense of like they both have like very good weapons, SMG threats on the front line. They have the ARs that like to post up and sort of play for picks. So on a map like Invasion, these are 2 teams where I think it's going to be more of, instead of a blitz out of bomb site, more of a chess match, nice and slow.
Well, Snoopy, Chance, another player we've been talking about plenty. He's the rookie. He's the youngest player and the newest player in this entire lobby when it comes to, experience. This is the first season he started
like
for a
he's
pro
like
team.
16.
And last week he had to go up against FaZe. It was a tough
Insane.
time indeed, but your boy was absolutely beaming. We saw some great plays out of him. These are some of the highlights from that matchup. Snoopy, though, slow and steady start to the league, but tremendous prospects indeed.
Yeah, he's had some gunfights too where you just like even watch it from the opponent's point of view and you're like, oh my god, Snoopy genuinely has the beamer. Like the boy can shoot. We're not going to see the clip, I assume, because it's a moment where Snoopy lost the round in Search and Destroy. But when Selim was like on the back cinder block on Invasion, that's almost like an unlosable gunfight, and Snoopy out of nowhere nearly fries him. So Snoopy, again, you better be a little bit fearful of overchallenging this guy, but I know as well for like S&D specifically, he's like 5-1, I think, on the opening duel.
That's a little
So
better.
mentioned those lethal SMG threats rather on the front line. Snoopy at times has been that guy. His first bloods have been out of control. But
Hopping
the
into
team from
map 2.
Boston, they're like 3rd overall in first blood
Dude, I
percentage.
can't get
throughout the
used to
league right
watching
now.
these maps.
They're 12th
It just
in
feels so
conversion.
weird.
So it's one thing to get them. It's another thing to actually lock it down. Boston need the ice.
All right,
That was
ladies
one
and
of our
gentlemen.
Monster Energy pre-game stats. We'll see if Boston Breach can live up to the statistical advantage that Snoopy can bring them. Opening salvo, tremendous range there. Cammy taking a couple of tags or 2. It is possible to lose that fight, and a few more bullets would have got the job done. But for now, slow and steady. Bomb in the hand of Joe Deceives, and he's very, very close to that A-bomb site. Chance the breach and clear, not necessarily good enough there from Afro.
Yeah, and you see
Similar
again a
setup
very
you see
slow
from a
approach
lot
by
of
the
the
team on
teams.
offense, especially
One's
in
near
round
A,
1
one's
without the
near
trophies.
the
You can't really blitz
A
up
street.
B street just because the vans are going to explode. So you do have to be patient and
attention
sort of
to the
feel out this
minimap.
round. Very standard setup, but
That's a huge
speaking of no
grenade.
trophies, there's Priester for the first blood. Fragnate going to get it done.
Snoopy's wide out in the open here on this courtyard. He's going to play safe. He's going to get at least 1 pick before he becomes a very, very wanted man. Stun check, nade check, smoke goes out as well. Snoopy, eyes on the cross, damage dealt. Not enough to get any more out of it. Semtex is going to make this real tough indeed. The Thieves punish him very fast.
No trophies
what a
round
lightning
1 is
fast rebuttal
insane.
there.
Yeah, no trophies
It's
for
just
either
all
team,
grenades.
so every kill
All
has come
grenades.
by way of either Semtex or Frag Grenade, but a 2 versus 3, haven't planted the bomb yet. LAT, you're going to have to make a move. Instant, the call is going to be over towards B. Capsule stays alive, backs up, and now at Slasher for support.
Lines them up. Joe Deceives trying to stay alive. Fast re-engagement from Joe Deceives.
be
Final
one,
10
yeah.
seconds. Can't get it done. The Thieves.
Where are the player cams
composed
at?
as ever. It's such low-hanging fruit, but I'll pick it, baby. I don't care. My standards are rock bottom. Boston, though, great round out of them.
Want to
Good
see them
beamers
Thieves
from nearly
boys,
everyone
bro.
we've seen in the lobby. Fantastic shots, but Boston, opening pick from Priester goes a long way this time. Not Snoopy.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, Invasion seemingly or not seemingly, definitely going to be a defensive-sided map. And, you know, Heretics had a lot of rounds on offense, able to string up some success. But if you don't have trophies, it's going to make that very difficult. And maybe LA Thieves want to pour on the pressure. This is an aggressive stack towards A on defense. It's a unique look, and I don't know how easy this is going to be to read. Right now, Boston dealing with some chaos.
All right, come on.
Chaos is a ladder. That's a throwback. Howdy, Capsule. Lovely opening shots on a Kami. Bit of a surprise engagement. Doesn't
We got
surprise
the trophies
Capsule.
now. We should be good.
Clock still ticking. Man advantage. Boston breach once again.
And that also is a pick that really destroys sort of that aggressive setup you have on A, because Afro then has to go and wrap all the way back over towards B. And in the meantime, again, you break down the setup, makes the picks that much easier, and everybody falls in line. And oh my word.
Oh my!
I know I talked about Snoopy having the snap, but Capsule.
I gotta change my title.
You do, man. Looking good.
That man did it all in that round. What, 2 kills to open things up? The big old smoke over by the B-bomb site. This kill was something else, and then the next at range, Ghosty,
Dude,
busted by Capsule there.
I don't even think he had help. I was looking at the minimap. I don't think Priesta was shooting at him just yet from the bridge. So yeah, Capsule, he's spooky.
In with the old sweet fake smoke as well, drawing the attackers. Slasher now, 2-0 as well. Boston breach, what a delightful search and destroy we've seen. Afro's not going to get singed by that. You are surrounded. Boston breach. There's not enough angles, not enough players to cover all the openings into this building. Snoopy's backed on up. He's looking to catch his first kill here of the map. Still 4v4.
Yeah, and for the information LA Thieves had, they know 2 players were stacked up in P1, so it's going to take an extra few seconds to clear it out, but looks like Afro and Jodeci's have done just that. They know that Cafe is open. Bad news, not a bomb site there, so they still have more work.
44 seconds. 4v4.
The bottom of that hotel lobby, everyone managed to tactically retreat and actually give up the position without losing any lives whatsoever. Quite an amicable decision there from both teams. Just
Boston
about 30
can really
seconds
just
to
start
go.
playing their time
The bomb
here.
is going over towards the B-bomb site. Everyone has been spotted out. There is going to be no surprises on the next hit.
25 seconds.
Capsule making his way forward. Oh, and he's been caught unaware. Joe Deceives now. Pressure on.
Wow.
Oh, what are we saying?
That help
Take it all
from
back.
Snoopy was insane.
Capsule finds 2. He is a demon.
And that's the round, ladies
He's
and
the
gentlemen.
monster of invasion right now.
Holy
And so
shit.
a Boston breach.
Just boom.
I mean, that's
Instantly
just efficient
flip.
work, like the young guns right there. Snoopy and Capsule just jumping all over them. The moment where you think Capsule is going to get caught, but just turns that into straight gunny. Crossfire set up perfectly as well. I mean, that is efficient work, and a nice smile on Capsule's face for that final kill as well. Or laser focus. Thought he was going to crack into a smile. Nope, that man is locked in. And with shots like that, you understand why everybody on a streak right
They don't
now
even
for
need the
Boston
bomb.
Cap, especially one away from the cruise.
Strictly business from the Gentle Giant. 3-0 so far, Boston breach, as the LA Thieves have been left. With empty pockets, scratching their heads here on Invasion so far. Joe Deceives dips on in, and this is a lovely bit back and forth. Capsule once again. That streaks now, 6 in a row. First blood goes his way.
I can't wait for ranked play, bro.
You've got an open bomb site to play with, but they're wondering now where the hell are the rest of the Thieves.
Yeah, if you get that bomb down with the cruise, that'll be a massive window of opportunity. Doesn't actually see Cammy on the back Jeep, and obviously they do not have the bomb down either. Boston, the ARs, turtling up for the moment. Everyone inside of P1, they're going to play off the intel.
Pad comes out. There's the info. The cruise is going to force some movement. Interesting attempt there on the splash damage, trying to get them through the windows of the second floor of the apartment there, but not to be had. Trophies all over the place as well, makes that very, very tough. A bomb site plant, here we go. Boston, post plant set up. Where are you going to be, boys?
3v3.
Yeah, you got to be worried about your deep flank and your
This is
two
gonna be
kids
a hard
over
defuse,
P4,
I'm
so
not gonna lie.
Capsule wraps all the way
Really
out.
depends
He's
on
just
if
watching the
Five can
flank
get
for
a
the
pick here,
team,
Ghosty.
and then it's just a double stack up for the ARs inside of P1. But if it is 2 AR players inside of P1, might be an opportunity, although Snoopy, not Slasher, I apologize, so they got the rival 9 where they need it.
Here we go. 2-man hit, perfect trade.
Cammy, bro.
Whoa,
What
son,
are
there
you
are red
doing?
dots on the minimap these days. Ghosty now in the 1v2. Spotted out. Snoopy beams him.
That was a hard position to be in, but
Great rounds out of Boston.
They threw that
This
away
is
anyways,
really
I'm not gonna lie.
good looking search and destroy. Squeaky clean.
Yeah, that's textbook as well.
Yeah,
I
look
thought
at
for
Cap,
I
he's
don't know
like, what
why
the
I
fuck
thought it
are
was
they
Slasher,
doing?
not Snoopy alive.
What
so I was
are
a
they
little bit
doing?
uncomfortable with like the double MCW setup inside. Then we flipped over to Snoopy's point of view and I was like, oh, never mind. This is perfect. So yeah, absolutely just classic use out of the cruise missile. You get all of the intel in the world. You get to take your time to go for whatever setup you want to have. Now, of course, you have Ghosty and Cammy both sitting on a donut. AR is getting picked apart.
ARs and donuts on the LA Thieves. Got a word to Sam LaRue. We'll never forget, mate. We will never, ever forget. Well champ, though, and a good dude. Snoopy looking to get his 5th kill in a row and get himself that cruise missile. He won't be using the UAV, even though he does have it.
I hope he doesn't use the UAV.
Nice bro got a UE on, bro.
That'd be a tough one. Yeah, that'd be a tough one. Here we go, though.
Easy.
There it is. Kill number 5. Man advantage once again goes to Boston Breeze. Snoopy living up to the monster pre-game statistic here. And this is a nice aggressive play. Capsule spree may come to a close, or he may find another. Oh my god, he's out like a light.
Christ.
And now he is a ghost. A side invasion, the snap.
This is what happens
Not
when you get the
enough.
SMG players and AR, bro.
Snoopy, though, the reinforcements arrive.
They just do
he's got
some
himself
crazy
a
shit
rival
with
to
it.
play with as well. All down to Ghosty.
Nah, this round's done.
Just get a kill. Yeah, thank you. Get off the donut cam. At least get something going. A 1v3 would be not a momentum shift, but
They're just
a
gonna
big
hold this
round
and then
for
row
LAT
in
to
10.
attempt to get back in this game. But 15 seconds left on the clock, and Ghosty just gonna jump into both players. There's the freebie though. It's now Priesta, a little bit nervy.
Well, you know he's planting now.
And he's going to give up the bomb plan as well. We have an actual 1v1.
Can you check this?
Actual 1v1, he's moving fast.
Bro.
There's attack damage dealt, but Ghosty's going to be there. It's an immediate hop onto the
I don't know why
bomb.
he
Is he
didn't
going to
check it.
defuse? No. The check.
Gonzo.
It. Unbelievable. LA Thieves
I
get
mean,
on
what
the
are we
board.
doing?
Damn Daniel.
And poor Priesta as well. I mean, the end of the hard point couldn't get that final kill, and then here for the 1v3 clutch just gets gunned as well. I mean, back turned and down to literal 1 HP. So as close as you could get, but Ghosty goes from 0-4 and just gives his team a round. Let's see if LA Thieves can make any sort of use on it.
Oh, that's a fantastic.
I mean, but we're down 4-1
situation
here.
to find himself in.
They're gonna have to really claw back.
Okie dokie.
I mean, but we already saw 5-2
Is this
doesn't
enough
mean
to turn the
shit.
ship around for the LA Thieves?
Florida
As
went
Boston's
crazy
still
on this
sitting
map with the
incredibly
comeback.
comfortable
So.
at that 4-1 lead.
I think Jodeci's might be in the perfect position as well. I think like as soon as this round starts to develop, a couple gunfights run through, he's just going to get sent in for the kill. The cruise missile though is going to call him out. So yeah, the positioning, we'll see how it pans out. But Boston, they can see everything.
Meow. Oh no!
Pretty sure he hit the pole there.
Or a power line slows down the approach to the cruise missile there. If his trophy wouldn't. Cammy with a pistol. Ah, a second as well from Cameron McGilligan. He's keeping things flowing. And he messes up the ladder. That's all right, mate.
That's
We've
a
all
hard
been there.
ladder
It's a
right
strange
there.
bug. Sadly now a 2v3. Snoopy and Slasher against Ghosty and Jodeci's.
Yeah, but
And Frozo.
Ladders in this game are a little bit broken for
2v3.
sure, especially on the section of the map that is called broken. But as you pointed out, they've dealt with crews 3 versus 2, and Jodeci's spot might have been given away, but you still have control of DVDs. You were in prime position. 15 seconds left on the clock. Boston, if they can get the bomb down, maybe there's a small window of opportunity.
Slasher's on bomb though.
Oh, they're trying
1v3 versus Slasher.
There's no way.
Yeah, there's the process of elimination, and with that, Boston have been eliminated.
All right, 4-2.
Ghosty on the quick defuse.
Not looking
It's
too bad.
2 rounds now in a row. As the LA Thieves springing to life. Shades of Boston in the hardpoint chance. Better late than never, but is it going to be enough? Do they have the resolve to actually close it out and complete the comeback?
I mean, look,
I don't know,
if the
bro.
thing that ends up costing you for like giving up the comeback is a 1v3 in the situation Ghosty was in, like he won an unwinnable. There was 13 seconds left on the game clock when he was like running through DVDs. Gets a freebie, no trades to be found. They give up the bomb plan as well. So if that's how you get broken down, that
bro,
is
I
going to
can't
be
believe
a
they
very
gave up the
difficult pill
bomb
to swallow.
last round.
Also, yeah, I don't know why this is a thing. You can climb the right side of the ladder and it stops you from going all the way up. You can't mantle up on it. It makes no sense. It's very uncomfortable, but I guess Cammy's left arm, super strong.
Hella strong. He's like Rafa Nadal. One of those arms is way, way, way bigger than the other.
All right.
Let me
He's a
tell you.
tennis player for the Americans. A tennis player.
Yeah, that arm's big. Not because he plays tennis. Here we go. Next round's up 4-4.
Yo.
In the life count, friends. That's how we do it here in Search and Destroy. Big old 5 spree from Ghosty. He's looking to get himself a cruise
Oh, he
missile
knows someone's
also.
there.
Not that they've been terribly effective. here on Invasion so far. Double stun check there. Afro eats one of them. We're going to pump the brakes hard as we try to break into this hotel.
And you've also had LA Thieves lost a few rounds because of time. So you had another aggressive setup from Boston just to sort of like get that initial aggression out. They've burnt 35 seconds off the clock, and you really have no map control just yet for LA Thieves. So another one of those sort of not dicey yet, but become a bit problematic. Smokes out down the A street, and you are getting obliterated through a Priesta. Stops that play in its tracks.
That's smart, though. You saw the contrails of the smoke through the air there. It was an immediate stun. It slows those players down. This hurts the clock.
Never really thought about
Snoopy
through the
eyes on the
like
cross
that.
there towards the A-bomb site. Afro has got
really
to take
smart.
care of at least one of them. Jodeci's there still with the bomb in hand. The A-bomb site, they're not giving up on it. Ghosty sends himself in. Trying to be the tip of the spear. Back and forth we go. We dance the duel with 20 now on the clock.
And you just have to get the bomb down. Someone's got to be able to do it. Jodeci's might actually have the perfect spot. They can't see it from the top tank. So 4v4, no one's fallen yet. Bomb is planted. Pressure on Boston, and the pressure might pan out. Man advantage for the Thieves.
Snoopy knows Akami's now behind them. Priesta doing what he can over by Afro. Oh, wait, the timing might be a bit awkward. It is Jodeci's and Afro still fighting down that side of the map. All down to Snoopy now in the 1v3. And he's playing it very carefully. The first. Armed up.
Come on.
Baits the kill cam. Running out of time. No!
Bro.
Range. Afro gets it done. 3 in a row for the Thieves.
And
holy shit.
Nail bite around too. I mean, you get that bomb down with what, 20 seconds
This
left
map
on the
is
clock.
just comeback season on Surge, apparently. Like, what are we doing?
Like, Sasha was jumping
Oh
up
my
on
God.
the top tank just to go for like the spots towards A. I think Jodeci might have just been planning in the perfect position
We
to
just
not
saw
even
a
let his like
5-2
foot get
comeback,
spotted.
and now
certainly had a little bit of help from
4-0
Ghosty or Cammy towards the
comeback
middle
so
of the map.
far.
I didn't see if Ghosty actually got his 6th kill in a row.
These are
So I don't know
some
if he got the
gruelers
cruise,
searching
but he
to story
certainly
games.
got close. And by the looks of it, does Afro?
Yep. He got it.
Yeah, he does have
Good
it. Okay,
trade,
it's
good
highlighted.
trade.
There you go. So tricky.
Doesn't need it on cue. The kills keep killing. It's now a
Ghosty should
3v2.
know that's
Boston
bomb
Breach once
down.
again on the receiving end of a smacking. Can they find some sort of recovery chance? This is 3 rounds in a row for the Thieves. They're poised for the 4th.
I mean, I spent so much time talking about the cruise that the round, I mean, could potentially be over in the first 15 seconds with the man advantage on defense. Bomb down over towards A. Slasher, stun, isolated, 46 HP. Him and Ghosty looking over.
Hello.
All
Lovely
right.
nade there.
That's a good 2v2.
Takes care of Cammy. Now Ghosty. He and Afro. At polar ends of the map, Boston Breach the exact opposite. They're running together,
I don't
looking to get the
think
recovery
Ghosty knows
on that
that
bomb
he
and
put
finish the
bomb down
plant
there.
towards the A-bomb site. Ghosty, wonderful
Gotta check
awareness.
the bomb after that kill.
Seen Slasher.
He
And
was
now he's
right
trying to
by
deal
A.
with Slasher. Less than 30 to go.
Well, you know he's on the tank. You haven't seen Priesta yet, though. So, yeah, they don't have enough information on both players. So,
Yo, if he
you do
wraps
have
the
2
mid
different
alley.
players isolated. Well, now Priest has been spotted. Ghost is
no,
going to
he
jump
knows.
through the middle of the map. You know where both guys are, and that is a spot and a half. And this is going to be LA Thieves. Priest, the last man to kill, and the comeback might be it.
CW.
Here we go, P-Dog.
You hear him behind you?
You're a world champion. Can he stay alive as the Thieves now prowl? They've got plenty of time to find him. And there's the call. Here's the chow. They're both there. Afro once again with a crucial kill.
See, if they didn't
They
GA
almost lined up for a
snaking,
moment
think
there.
you would have had
I'd
that.
love to have seen how much
Snake that car a little bit.
Afro had left, but that's 4 rounds in a row
Bam.
for Los Angeles Thieves.
That is
I
tough.
mean, this would be painful. If it, like they were up 4-0, and not only were they up 4-0, they were absolutely picking
That
LA
is
Thieves
4
apart, like
straight
giving them
rounds.
nothing to work with. And
We
then
are
a 1v3
witnessing
happens,
an
and
absolute
here we are.
breakdown,
Instead of
ladies and
being
gentlemen.
up 5-0,
Holy shit.
it is all tied up. The Boston breakdown might be in.
That's what I just said.
And still that cruise missile on
Oh my
Ghosty as
God.
well. Might be the round to use it.
Still holding on to it in the back pocket.
True.
I mean, Afro's 2 kills away from his own. Very, very possible here. But Boston Breach utterly silenced. 4 rounds to go. Slow things right down. We're looking towards that B-bomb site. Ghosty will start
No
proceedings
trophies?
with the cruise.
And B is mostly open as well. You even
Where
find
are
a
the
kill. So you find a kill on
trophies?
A. B gets back down because Capsule didn't have a trophy.
Bro.
He does great damage, but the bomb has made its way through the site. So you can't get it planted just yet. But you do have a big opportunity, and you might actually have LA Thieves playing for picks just a little bit, because right now Ghosty out of the picture. He's watching the flank, but if Snoopy's going to deal with it, he might get caught, and he get the bomb down. Yeah, this is beautiful right now for LA.
Oh, that's it. The fatal funnel. As soon as that doorway cracks open, Cammy has the flank covered.
And that's a 5-4 round.
1v4.
Holy shit.
It's nearly impossible. Oh my God, it's happening.
This is insane.
Map point, LA Thieves.
I mean, this is an unacceptable breakdown, too. Like, this is, again, the way that Ghosty kicked it off. He clutched a 1v2 with 13 seconds left on the clock when both players were, like, nearby and near the bomb.
Bro.
Unacceptable. But LA Thieves steamrolling for the moment. Another perfect cruise usage we have seen on Invasion.
Come on, man.
And now LA, they just need to win a defensive round. And that bomb is going straight towards the B site.
Well, this round's going to be an absolute banger so far.
Oh, hell no.
Steals it against Capsule. Unbelievable.
Dude, the
That's
Miami
that slows down the
5-2
attack.
comeback, and now
The commit towards B is not quite over
4-0,
yet
and
for
now it's
Boston Breach.
5-4? Like, what is
Look
going
out, though,
on,
you are
Dylan?
trapped. They're running out of real estate. Cammy trying to peel
Come on, they
some
gotta
heads.
bounce
Not
back.
enough to get the kill.
They're already down a man, though,
Breach
and
has
they're
managed to
attacking.
escape through the back lines. Will he be able to get into the play in a moment?
Just one pick.
Oh,
One
man.
pick.
And if
Even
you're,
it up.
like, if you're in a spot for Boston when you're on offense and you have to retreat to the depths of your spawn, I mean, this is a tragedy. I think Joe DeCease with that gunfight might have just daggered Boston. They still got their work cut out for him. Slasher and Snoopy working on their approach. Afro, obviously, he has the cross, and of course he doesn't need it, but if he gets a kill, we'll have a cruise.
You've still got them isolated within this tiny
This
little
is an
block.
insane angle, actually.
Boston have to fight their way
they-
out.
if they chalice,
Here comes
they're
the
dead.
chow. 1-2.
Yep.
Oh no, it's not a chow. They
That's
just
the round.
walked into it. Saffro. Kill 7 in a row. Priest
And he
taking
has a cruise
1v3.
missile.
It has fallen to pieces for Boston.
Can we
But it
get
is
a
incredible
GG,
resolve
ladies and
from the
gentlemen?
LA Thieves. It's looking like 6 straight rounds in a row here on Invasion, and that is that. An extremely bitter pill to swallow for Boston Breach and the LA
That
Thieves.
is a breakdown.
They are
That is a fucking breakdown.
We can only imagine, but this is just...
Oh my
We're
God.
watching like the tale of two different Bostons. Literally for both of like the maps that we've had, for 40% of the game, they play
Unacceptable.
like absolute
That is
gods. For
absolutely
60% of the game, they do not have thumbs or not making good decisions. And of course,
you just
60%
can't be
more
doing
than
that.
40. That is tough. I mean, the hard point, almost a similar
6
style
rounds in a
as
row.
well, but LA Thieves going to be just giddy with confidence at this point because Boston, I mean, that's 6 rounds in a row. That was a 4-0 lead. Shout out to Ghosty, by the way. I mean, it has to be the MVP, I would assume, for that map too for his team, just for the 1v3 to get you back in it.
And last map, they were up 240 to like 80. Boston got 100 points in a row, which was kind of insane. But that's 2 back-to-back maps where they just like went insane.
On top of the damage dealt, on top of the good cruise missile that
The
was
new
coming
guns
through.
looking pretty good.
I mean, tip your cap,
Not
that is
bad.
one hell of a comeback by LA. They actually complete the comeback. There you go.
They actually did it. Well, we're in La La Land so far. We got a high rise now.
Oh, a high rise
are in
control?
the clouds after that massive comeback.
That's
Will
free
we
cash if
see
they
a
get that
3-0
spawn.
here in our
Wrap.
series? Boston Breach don't want it. The LA Thieves have gone from a team that weren't able to win a hard point or a search and destroy to winning both so far in the series. Very, very exciting stuff here in match number 2 of week number 2. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to quick commercial
believe
break.
that.
Together into this high rise control.
I
Will it be a 3-0
genuinely
or will
cannot believe
Boston
that.
Breach find that special something and take us all the way to a map 4 and God only knows, even a map 5. We'll find out after the break.
Well, what are we thinking so far, ladies and gentlemen? Because I am thinking LA Thieves, I don't really know how their control is, but if they win this control, they're looking pretty good. I mean, bro, I love Ghosty. I actually love Ghosty as a player, as a person, whatever. You can say what you want about him, but as a player, he is so smart. I mean, every single Optic guy talked about how smart he was last year. And you really see it come out in the Search and Destroys. Like that 1v3, that should have never happened, first of all, from Boston. That bomb check was unacceptable. He checked bomb at like 3 seconds. You're playing way too safe at that point. Absolutely unacceptable. pretty sure that was the first round for that comeback as well. Just ridiculously unacceptable. Well, I don't know. I don't know what to say after that. I mean, Jesus Christ. We might have to start putting some money on the line for these matches because they are insane. Absolutely insane. And CDL used to have actual ads. Can you believe that? What happened to those ads? I want to see that Dragons ad, bro. Dragons! Shit was fired. All right. One more map. Can LA close it out here? Honestly, don't know. I haven't watched enough of their control to really see, let alone high rise. I haven't watched like any high rise, so. Ladies and gentlemen, we got to get some snacks up in here, though. If they hit 3-1 this, I might have to get some snacks. Not gonna lie.
Upgrade your game with the Scuff, the official controller of the Call of Duty League. The Call of Duty League is brought to you by Monster Energy, the official energy drink of the CDL.
One day we'll go full Kyle and be sponsored by Monster Energy. That day is not today, but
check out the Call of Duty store in game now.
CDL skins looking all right, better than last year for sure.
League, and despite what you have seen for the last few maps, we do play other maps apart from Invasion. That's right, we're going to high rise now. It's been a hot minute, but Control is our next game, and we'll play here
Bada
in
boom,
this
bada bing.
series with the LA Thieves are having their way with Boston Breach. I do have, yeah, we got a video. It's happening. It's happening. Priest of V Ghosty, that last search and destroy was a big deal. As P-Dog, a current world champion, there with the New York Subliners last season, a historic run. This is what he looks like up against Ghosty so far, chance in the hardpoint showdowns.
The stats incredibly similar between the two as well, right? Damage output, a little bit of an edge to Priesta, but everything down the line as close to dead even as you can get. I would say for Priesta, though, there's been like a tale of two different Priestas. The first series he got bullied out, didn't look particularly great. Then the second series, he comes out and performs like an absolute monster. So yes, world
also
champion
true.
Indeed, the pop-off potential absolutely there. However, in this series, gotta tip the cap to Ghosty. I mean, he clutched the 1v3. The final kill he had in that round was on Priesta, and again, with basically no time left on the clock either.
Dude, I can't believe he got that 1v3.
Thieves now having the 2-0 lead maybe not comfortable in the series because the maps have been
We're just
close,
giving them that
but
for free.
either way, happy to be here, knocking on the devil's door.
Not
Your
ideal.
first 10 CDL.
A lot of kills decide the round wins. Will that be the case today? Well, here we go. First and foremost, Thieves
right.
on offense.
I haven't watched a lot of high-rise patrols, so interested to see how this is going to go.
Propane takes and make a play towards, I was going to say the A side of the map, but they're going straight underground. They're just spreading. They're playing for picks. They're looking to potentially set up a spawn trap as well. First 2 kills go their way, and you got Afro already flying forward.
Now, if he gets into, if he gets into this position, it's going to be a problem.
All right.
Already a problem. The throw is no joke.
Afro spawn trap. Come on.
Laughing. Guns in the bed. Capturing the B zone though, slowly but surely looking at that first segment on the way out. It's a one-man effort for now. Joe Thieves on the street just to the left of Ghosty.
Right.
Will get forward.
These
Might help out in the
are
capture progress. He will. Oh, not help out. He's doing it alone. Oh no!
on offense.
High-rise is exploding all over the
That's 4 dead though. That's big.
the map clean.
Yeah, I'll tell you, man.
Can we get a clear on that?
This is just a scary.
Let's clear that tick, ladies and
Ghost
gentlemen.
who's by himself as every single frag just rains down upon him. And Boston taking full advantage, and now the gunny coming out hot. Snoopy, clean little 2 kills there. Boston had just surged forward on the map, and again, no trophies. Might have just bought him around on defense. They have swarmed the middle of the map.
Yeah, south side of the map, the B Street on their mini map. A lot of pressure there from Boston, but now they've been forced back. The 2-2 split, slightly staggered approach here on defense. Back into the B zone we go for the LA Thieves. That's going to stop the clock at 30. Here comes the fight, and it's an awkward one.
What did I just watch?
Oh dear, Ghosty, the last man
All right,
alive
they're on
over
point.
that side of the map.
30
but it's enough
seconds.
to stop the clock once again. A being captured as well.
Oh, big win from the hill as well. Actually gets a little bit of help, but Ghosty certainly putting out some damage.
All right, they're gonna get it here.
With the opportunity to dagger them on the
Minute
flank
30.
Instead, nothing pans out. LA Thieves get the capture. Extra minute to the clock, as you said, and a good chunk of time to work with for this A zone. A long way to go in the battle right now for Boston just to get out of your spawn. Not an easy one. So you see Capsule getting traded. The trades.
Lives are very similar though, so.
Quite even in the life count so far. The LA Thieves still pressure on towards A. They've got 1 minute to do it. Let's go for a quick listen in and see how the
Flasher. Yo.
Oh, I'm dead. Nice, good job. Nice. One's deep right, boys. I don't see anything blue. I don't see him deep right. He's still deep right. Up windows. Oh my fucking nice.
Afro's getting hype.
No, we're missing Cap. Look our low blue. I got it, bro. I got it. Cap, top heli, left side. Top heli. Telling you,
Let's go, Cap. Cap 3. Oh, I love the rival, bro. The rival is so good.
Yo, propane. Cap's off. Yeah, top heli. Right side, top heli. Line up. Top heli. Absolute, bro. Absolute top heli. Nice. I see this guy propane. I think he stopped propane, bro. Or he hit through long. Yeah, he did. He's already boys on 1 shot. Flasher is long. Warm in. Flasher's hitting mid. Big point. I heard you. Listen. Back. On chain. On top of propane. Yo, have your right side shot. I died. He's got propane. 1 shot. Coming. Yeah. Not in this guy. Yeah, no. 66. Ready? I'm weak, boys. Bust on me, Austin. B point. Push up long. We're good. Take our time. Austin's at B point. On the blue. Nice. Top heli. I'm right side. I heard you. I'm ready to. No, I died. Nice. 2v4, boys.
And that should be all but the round over. Joe Thieves taken care of, all down to Afro chance, and fantastic resolve in the final few moments here from Boston Breach.
Yeah, I mean, the comms were good.
I mean, they
LA
kept it
Thieves,
close.
But maybe just a little
That's all I
bit
can really
too
ask for.
antsy, or just like a split second behind. As soon as you heard, I think it was Joe Thieves give the 6v6
Boston really just held it down and played their lives
3
on
players
that
in LA Thieves
defense,
died
I'll be honest.
instantly, and we saw Afro Fort. He was just in a very tough spot, pushed out front heli, like on the barrel spot. And
Clinical.
I think if they recognized the
Very
6v6
clinical.
a little bit sooner, maybe slow down the pace a tiny bit and play for the kills, it could have been an opportunity.
Yeah, they
but
definitely should have slowed it
Boston
down and
remained
played the
strong on
TDM there.
defense. Slasher 11-5 as well. Had a very nice first round.
Because Boston recognized that and really slowed it down and just held their L2s.
Coordinated effort there to take
You love
care
it.
of
You
Afro.
love to
He's
see
been a
that.
menace so far. Same can be said though for Slasher. 12-5 here on High Rise. He'll eat a stun, but he'll slowly capture B. His teammates are in position to try to get some coverage there, but Cammy's going to poke and get involved in a moment. Hopefully stop that. Slasher taken care of off the point. Over to B, we once again go. Afro's there now, trying to clean up alongside Cammy. So good work out of the Thieves defensively. But chance, you got to deal with Capsule. He's now in your spawn.
Yeah, this is prime position. This is like pick a nook and cranny in the back of the spawn, lay down and get the intel. He's going to just be funneling through the left side. Easy comms for his teammates of where they're all going to be, and at least drags one down, but everybody else stuck in spawn.
This is big for Boston.
Boston. They know exactly where to look. It's only a double stack.
They don't have a lot of map control, but they are.
They're getting picked apart as well, so they could not.
What is that play? Why jump up there?
Off of what Cap tried to deliver.
Well, Cap got him a few seconds, and then they got absolutely squad wiped there. LA Thieves press forward now. The board flips
Terrible
entirely
decision
on its
making
head.
there.
Afro. Oh, nearly up close to the right
Thank
one there,
God.
but we'll be able to spot those two players that side of the map. Joe Thieves immediately moves out to help out. Snoopy and Priester double team him, get him out of the equation. 30 seconds to go. Boston have got to get themselves onto one of these points.
Ooh. Yeah, and you got Cammy just going to be able to lock down the deep street side of things, and if he needs the help at A, then he's going to be able to deliver. So actually just jumps from top heli over towards the A point, so a little bit scattered, but he finds that kill. The intel on point from Cammy, the shots even better. And it looks like
Bro, what is Boston
12
doing,
seconds left
bro?
in the round. No real open avenues of attack. It looks like LA Thieves, even with the capsule spawn trap coming through, make it look easy.
Oh, here we go. Snoopy able to get on it, and he does. It's a short stack,
All right,
though.
2 seconds.
It's two players there from Boston. Afro, this is the dagger. The timing is good. The timing is great. And that is... that should be it. That should be round. No one close. Afro has won it with a patient play for the LA Thieves.
I'm gonna keep it straight. Boston is not playing well at
too little
all.
time on the clock to be able to sit there and control everything on the map. So nice little bounce back.
That's
2 for
what,
2
1 tick,
on defense,
maybe 2
and I'd
ticks.
say both teams have created small windows of opportunity on the attack, but still defense remains strong. So looking for that mix up, just that sort of like extra little push, like those moments where Capsule gets in their spawn, just have to get that extra kill sort of thing to set up your teammates.
I mean, holy guacamole, ladies and gentlemen.
Done on this round.
That is not ideal.
The battle for the lower side of the map just as important as the top side. Orchard needs to hop into the conflict. Oh, there we go. Joe Thieves somehow walking away with a win there over Capsule. 3 dead though for Boston. A lot of space now for the LA Thieves to work with. Real estate will be grabbed, and Afro has not touched the A zone, so his presence is completely unknown to Boston right now. Nope. The guns are up.
I just want to watch the Optic game, man. Get these guys off my
They
screen.
recognize it or not if they just knew the side of the map was open,
I'm
but either
gonna
way,
be honest.
Boston very heads up, even without the old X-ray vision, and now sort of stuck, like funneling through B Street again. Cammy getting the good intel, funneling them all through this left window, and now Boston do not have a clue.
That's fantastic work.
Somebody get these boys high alert.
Not able to, okay, Joe helped out there. A bit of an assist from a teammate, but either way.
Right, they're on point. Got a tick.
Got a lot of angles to worry about. The ladder.
Regardless, they're gonna have
There from the
defense
right and the
probably
left.
for
The ladder behind him is
round
a pain in
5.
the ass, but he's got to watch out for all of them. Teammates there to help him out. Keeps the capture going. B
Which,
not done
if it
yet.
goes down
The
to it,
second
will be
segment
huge.
is on its way.
Yeah, Jodeci is paranoid, by the way, as well. You know, Snoopy's going to be nearby for the chow, but ends up reading it, and that's a 3 down. And opportunity for the spawn trap once again. All 4 dead. Everybody spawning in depths as well. After the cutoff man, everybody else just needs to stack.
You might not need it.
Afro could hold him at bay. He's the bouncer right now. Your name's not on the list. You're not getting out of spawn. There's one. Third second nearly.
I mean, Jesus Christ.
The turn and burn.
That's 4 dead.
Gets alive.
They might have this here.
Outside,
Somebody stack this. Yeah, there we go.
Second segment at A gone. He and Ghosty.
It's going quick.
To take the second round for the LA Thieves right here.
Come on, Cammy with the cross shots. Cammy died. Oh, don't chow, don't chow.
No. LA Thieves.
Wait, you got that?
Capture the zones.
Hey, instead of going for the stack as well, you saw Cammy.
I don't know why Boston didn't contest there. I'm gonna be honest.
Just for an
They got the 1 pick on Hill.
Head glitch if you're just running through these mid windows, getting tagged up like crazy. So LA Thieves that time. I mean, how many times was Afro able to get in the spawn, or Cammy taking his turn to get in the mix as well? And,
Yeah,
I mean,
Afro and
Boston ran
Cammy went
maybe
absolutely
2 out of
huge,
3
getting like a
times,
lot
but
of picks that
got punished in the end.
they shouldn't have been able to get.
LA Thieves now
Afro 20 and 16.
Oh, smoking hot.
You love that.
What a comeback it was in the search and destroy. We'll see if Boston can make a meal of it. Give the Thieves some indigestion. Tags it there. Ghosty with a lovely cleanup. Afro, nice snap, but not enough. And there we go. B
All right,
Street
some live out of Boston,
Boston
finally.
Breach as they keep the
Never
capture alive
mind.
at B for a brief second. My God, the Thieves. Lethal precision. Joe Thieves again.
Dude, Boston just looks so flat right now.
Like the flip side of things as well. Snoopy, the only player pushed up aggressively on the map, but gets traded out instantly. Everybody else for Boston now stuck in the windows, and Cammy feeling a little bit of pressure, but here's your support from Ghosty. He's tagged up as well, so Boston fought their way out of their spawn, except for in the feed. You see Afro with 2. Capson left by himself, and last man standing, poor P-Dog, has to scatter his way around on a blue.
Oh dear. He's scouting around, but there's the pinch. Not enough to stop him. 30 seconds to go. Thieves win the map. Boston have got to get themselves onto a zone ASAP. B will be the one they do. Afro with a suppressive fire from the hit. Priests are taken care of. That is it. Joe Thieves is on B. This is it. The final few moments over to the A side of the map, wide open. Cammy, can you stop them right here and now?
Oh, that's it kills Cap at least. Hey, Cap was close to it. You actually get the kill. You'll take it. Everything going right for LA.
Oh, shenanigans. They're all down. Final 15 seconds. The fly towards the B zone right now. Ghosty's got a bit of coverage. Joe Thieves.
I'm not wash fighting right now.
Final 5. Boston, nowhere to be seen. An absolute slaughter in the series. It's 3-0 on the map. 3-0 in the series.
Shit, bro.
My God.
Boston were just so flat there.
That is a painful series for Boston. It really does have to be said. Word to Christopher Ton. It's just you give up, but you should have been up 5-0 in the S&D. You should have had all the momentum back after that map 2. Things feeling good. Ghosty clutches a single 1v3, and then you just break down. Even for the hard point for Boston, it just felt like a tale of 2 different teams. Again, you had Slasher on like 3 different hills on the first set of rotations on Invasion, just completely by himself with like no support actually in and around the point. So Boston, very sloppy game, very sloppy series, and they're now going to be at the very bottom of the CDL standings with that 0-3 record. And I mean, LA Thieves, again, first 2 series they had against Seattle and Atlanta, they played it close, but just tough losses. That's absolutely the bounce back they needed just to get the ball rolling.
Wait till I get my CDL points. La 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 la. There we go. That series is done. I can't believe it. I put pants on for that 3-0. Jiminy Crickets, boys and girls. That's it for me and Chance. It's back to the desk to break down that absolute ass whooping.
Thank you, Mr. Bravo. For those who get other references, let's talk a little bit about what we just saw here, because all 3 of us on the desk predicted Boston. We went with the veterans. They got smoked. What just happened, Allie?
I don't even think I could tell you. LA Thieves looked like a completely different team today. They were all on the same page. I mean, they were down 4-0 in the search and destroy, and Dan pulls off a crazy 1v3, and then they go on to win 5 more rounds, 6 straight, to win that map number 2. And then map number 3, Boston Breach is just literally kicking themselves. They kept getting stuck in the spawn trap. They couldn't find out where Afro was. This was just not a good look by the team that's supposed to host the first major.
Man, listen, we got to start talking about this search and destroy as we look back at some of the game 3 highlights as well. You are up. You are in commanding control. Slasher, search, and destroy.
Yeah.
Where did it go wrong for Boston?
I mean, first of all, Thieves just started challenging. When you talk about that 1v3, Ghosty should never been able to get away with that. He ends up clutching. And then the next few rounds, you see Joe Thieves up and through red on defense. First blood immediately. There's no trade. He gets out with his life. The next round, we see him pushing all the way up B Street, finding a first blood, just challenging, like letting Boston Breach, letting the holes come through, not taking control of that search and destroy. One, that's a massive error on the side of Boston Breach. And then I'm going to rewind all the way back to the hard point, just like getting put in some of these traps. Like you talk about the P2, we see LA Thieves, they're setting up in the front. Boston ends up breaking. Thieves know exactly what they want to do, coordinated, spawning them back palace, and then securing the rotation to P3. Also, that might have been one of the cleanest palace breaks that we have seen thus far. There are so many different small moments throughout the series where it was just like, Boston Breach, you are collapsing. Like this cannot be happening right now for this team.
Looking at the numbers, they were not good. Way more slaying coming from LA Thieves this time around. As we take a look back at Search and Destroy, here are just some of the things going wrong. Boston up 4-1, now 4-3. You're getting pistoled by everybody, Allie.
What's crazy is when Boston Breach were originally going up, it seemed like they just had the game plan. LA Thieves literally looked lost on the map with some of the plays Boston Breach were pulling out. And then Dan, I guess, catches them off guard with that 1v3, and seemingly it was just impossible for Boston to get a first blood. We're talking about 6 rounds in a row, 6 first bloods in a row for LA Thieves, a team who has been struggling in Search and Destroy, hasn't won a single hardpoint point of search and destroy. And
All right.
3-0 Boston Breach, our second
We
3-0
keep moving.
1-6 map record coming in for LA Thieves. They now walk away with this one, a 3-1 victory. They got their first on the leaderboard here, Nameless. What's next for Thieves?
I mean, Thieves look good, right? If that's anything to look at, it's like, hey, forget week one.
Can't believe
week
that
two, we
just
are ready
happened.
to go. I mean, that was extremely clean. Everybody. Afro had a bounce back game. We saw Joe Deceives making some plays early in the surge. Ghosty with the 1v3. It's a very good sign if you're a Thieves fan.
I'm excited to see what's going to be coming from this LA Thieves squad. Remember, they had a very tough opening schedule. From here on out, Allie, does it get easier for LA?
Oh, for LA, it does get easier. For Boston Breach, it doesn't. They play Toronto Ultra later on this weekend.
Well, kind of. Thieves got LAG. They should win that. I mean, everybody's looking pretty good. But they still have Ultra. They still have Ultra New York. So, I mean, we never know what can happen.
Everyone plays 5 matches before we get to Boston. That's what we're all playing for right now. If you're just joining us here at the CDL, the Boston Major is coming at the end of January. Right now, though, we have our Monster Energy winner spotlight with the man who pulled off the 1v3 and turned the tide of this series. Dan Ghosty, walk me through Search and Destroy. How do you go from down 4 rounds to winning 6-4?
I mean, normally you see the adjustments happening like rounds 2 through 4 anyways, but we just weren't coming out with like good enough initial strats. But as soon as we adapted, obviously the 1v3 helped turn the tides. But once the 1v3 happened, we kind of knew we had to start shifting the way that we were playing, and it ended up working out. We banged out 6 straight.
What is the quality, bro?
Dan, congratulations on this 3-0. It's the 3rd one of the season, and you know, it was anything but super easy. You guys got a huge lead in that first hard point, and then Boston got a college break, and they started kind of coming back a little bit, but thankfully you only need 4
Watch
seconds
party
to go down
extraordinaire.
0-4 in the S&D, and you guys have been crazy at control. What has been kind of your weak points right now as a team? Is it communication? Is it chemistry? What's been going on with that?
Now I know why they had their face cams off, because this
it's just
quality
making sure
is
that
horrible.
We're all filling the right things at
What
the
are we
same
doing?
time, making sure that we're communicating properly what we have and don't have, if we're giving something up, stuff like that. It's just the little things, really. You know what I mean? The little stuff makes the biggest differences.
Yeah, of course. And also, amazing 1v3, by the way, switch to ties. You're gross for that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Dan, I wanted to ask you,
God,
so it seems like you're the in-game leader and like in the strategy and stuff, you kind of take the lead there. Outside of the game, Team Vibes, like who's the guy who rallies the team together
They should not have
such
won
a
that
tough opening
search.
weekend? Is that you
They
or
should not
somebody
have.
else taking that mantle?
I would honestly put a lot of that on the coaches, really. The coaches did a really nice job of making sure that our mentals were good going in. Even though we lost both of those series, they were close series, and they were ones to learn from, minus the Terminal S&D. That one we definitely have to redraw up, but either way, I would definitely put most of that on the coaches. The coaches did a phenomenal job.
And now that you're entering your 2nd season, is there something that you're looking to adjust or get better from last year that maybe you noticed that you could improve on?
Just making sure that in the big time moments that my comms are always staying good. Because, you know, in the big time moments, whenever pressure's getting high, you're making a comeback, they're making a comeback, the nerves are getting up, energy's raising. So just making sure I stay calm in the comms and in game, and it'll make the gameplay better.
True.
Dan, you ready to get
Very
hyped?
true.
It's not time to be calm.
That's what it
right now.
sounded
You
like.
just walked away with a hot 3-0,
Was
and I
his
need you to gas up your
dagger
teammates.
last year.
One quick sentence on each of your 3 teammates.
I mean, Marcus, he's insane. Just the way that he plays. I mean, the pace is unreal.
All right, Optic up next.
Joe's gun skill is unreal. Like, I
Get
mean,
this guy on the
kid
screen.
shoots insanely straight. And Cam, I mean, he's way more of a vocal leader than people give him credit for. So I do want to gas him for that publicly.
Love to have it. Thank you so much. Congratulations on the win. We'll see you later this weekend.
VTOL is
Thank
Shotzi
you
in
guys
your
so much for having me
ambo.
on.
That's Dan Ghosty, LA.
I don't know about all
Thieves
that.
getting Done against Boston Breach. They're done for the night, but we still have one more to go before we get to that matchup. Reminder: pick up your gear right now. 100% of the proceeds from the.
All right, I don't know if they're gonna have us literally wait 20 minutes until the next game because it's scheduled for 6 o'clock. It's only 5:37 right now.
You could be rocking that Lion Pride emblem tonight. We're going to break. When we come back, it's Optic, it's Surge. Surge still unbeaten. Will that change tonight?
I think they
We're
might
about to
be.
find out.
Please don't make me wait. We might have to wait. Free scum. What? What happened to scum? What the fuck? What happened to Scump? Yeah, what? What happened to Scump? I was wondering what happened to his watch party. Copyright striked by Activision? Why? What the fuck? Am I in danger right now? The fuck? Where is Zuma? Zuma's also offline? Oh shit. What is going on right now? Where are these boys at?
Team speak pulled a Ben.
Shit the bed?
So we have Fred.
No, Fred with a P.
Fred versus who?
Seattle, his former team.
Interesting turn of events here.
Lots of former teammates in here, or former team, excuse me.
You would think normally the former teammate cheese was on the W, but
Tommy's still alive?
It's PEMDAS though, Ben. Is both.
What happened to Scum?
I don't think I've ever rooted for Optic, so Seattle it is. Let's go.
Give me a map count, Shaw.
Go Hawks. 3-0.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Can you imagine, bro? Oh my God, dude. Our chat might be. If Seattle 3-0's Optic, the flank chat might be nuclear today.
Well, I just said they're going to, so.
I mean, I have no
What happened to Scum?
Seattle 3-0.
Is Tommy trying to figure out what happened to Scum? Because I need to know.
Sam, I set you up for failure there, pal.
Why did Scum get copyright claimed?
My bros.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be honest, Sam. What's it like being the best-looking guy in the history of Call of Duty?
See, this is more the vibe that I was looking for today. See, Sean, thank you for brightening my day today. I appreciate
I'm just keeping it real. You know how Tommy is, man. You know, we just keep it real. You know, like.
We do keep it real.
Lord have mercy.
I'm not gonna sit up here and be like, oh yeah, you know, Sam's ugly. You know, like, that's not.
My bad, Sam. What the fuck did I just come back to? Can't even talk on the phone these days.
I'm sorry, T. I'm just.
Oh, he was on the
salivating
phone.
Over Sam here.
It's okay. Sam's a good guy.
You can't talk in chat.
Calm down, please stop. I'm getting uncomfortable.
Sam's a good guy. He's a good guy, you know.
My God.
Sam's okay.
Dude, what happened to Scum, bro?
For grounding
Sam's
me.
okay.
I appreciate
What
it.
the fuck?
I appreciate that. Thank you for grounding me, Ben.
Can you ask Ben? Somebody came in with a donation. He wants me to ask you a question, Ben. He said, "Can you ask Ben what the difference is between y'all watching on Twitch with no gameplay and what Barstool does every Sunday for NFL games? Also, keep up the good work. The community always got your back." Now, Jack, thank you for the donation. I don't know what Barstool's do. Like, I don't know what they do.
Let me
Go ahead,
snap. So,
let him
what
snap.
Barstool
Snap,
will do
Ben, snap.
is they've got like a watch party room in their New York office. Got a bunch of nice chairs. And they'll sit there, they'll list all the picks everybody has, and they'll sit there and watch the game. There's no game sound, you're just there, you're just interacting with them, you know, all stuff. I think the difference in this situation is if you are streaming, as far as from what we understand, the letters we've gotten, the communication we've had, if you are streaming on YouTube and playing the gameplay, you are then agreeing to the watch party guidelines. And the watch party guidelines say that you cannot stream on Twitch if you are part of the watch party program while watching matches. And therefore you're subject to the penalties in the guidelines. So that's the difference in the situation.
Ben just hit me with some what
Legal
feels like
cheese?
4th grade math.
Some absolute legal cheese, yeah.
I want to know what happened to Scum, bro.
No, that was good, Ben. That was
Now,
good.
the question that I have, Tom, in all of this is if you just sat there...
I'm going to stop my Twitch
we're part of
stream,
the
though.
watch party program and
Because I'm
just
not
full screen
fucking with
yourself on
any of
Twitch,
that.
would Activision be able to do anything?
Nah, if I was live on Twitch, full cam, showing nothing, just my face, no sound, nothing, and I was not live on YouTube, Activision wouldn't touch my stream.
Or actually, no, to make even more clear in the situation, or you would not opt in or applied for the watch party program and they're part of that. You're just
right. Well, that's the thing. If I opt into the program, I can't do. I have to watch on YouTube.
Now, here's a question: could I be a part of the watch party program?
Yeah, I think anybody can.
Yeah. Yeah, if you
I
want to.
think anybody can watch COD, Chaw. So if you want to get in there and stream on YouTube only and watch the games, you could do that.
I don't understand what
MSC
happened to
hobby
Scum.
streams. We had those
Yeah,
for a
I
while.
mean, we do love some Chaw. I remember Chaw did get banned though. Didn't you take your pants off, Chaw? They banned you.
I cannot. What are you talking about?
This was a long time ago. I think, Chaw.
Like 2 weeks?
No, I'm talking years. This was years ago.
No, well, I did that about 2 weeks ago.
No, okay. I didn't know you did it again. I didn't know you were going for round 2.
Well, look, with an ass like this, I mean.
That's what I'm talking
Yeah, you're an idiot, Chaw.
We're about to lock in here soon, Chaw. We got this. You gonna be watching this match with us or what, bro? 'Cause we're locking in.
Outro is fire.
No, I mean, T, look, I would watch, but I already said 3-0, so 3-0 it is.
3-0 who?
Seattle.
Oh, shit. Optic fans, Greenwall, what do you think?
I have to side with my boy Charles Harvey.
You're siding with him? I'm going Optic on this one, bro. I don't know.
I gotta back his beef.
I mean, Sam, you've been a part of both organizations.
So some Scum shit got taken down because it was also streaming on Twitch.
Sam is a part of the champion.
Is what I'm looking at right now.
Digestion.
What's next?
Coming back a little.
100%.
I can't fucking stand this. And he's gone.
And he's gone. His internet might crash low key.
Stick so Seattle.
I mean, I have no choice. Seattle 3-0.
Middle school millions fucking out.
Then I was
now going.
My predictions have been.
Listen, Shadow.
Let's see what Tommy had to say.
Like response.
Take advice from dash someone smart.
Like we are all
Stands amongst.
What happened to Scum need to get a life? Dina, I appreciate you supporting. And fuck it, I was spawn killing Atlanta FaZe in the back of Ramaza. They don't talk about that, brother. They don't talk about that.
I don't understand what happened to Scum.
Thank you for the $10 donation. Whoever blaming Zuma for what happened to Scum need to get a life. Dina, I appreciate you supporting. Guys, I want you guys to know that like I'm on, I'm on Set's side here. I don't think he should be striked. I think they should have talked to him and told him what he can and cannot do. And if they did do that and they stood on business, I don't know. I'm not in their talks.
True.
I appreciate everybody coming in with the.
No, you had Miami too.
And something should
lose all.
That is trolly. That is trolly. 3 invasions.
It's not great. Every time you say Purge, I think of those movies. Because they look for control here of the hard point.
Hey, some free scums in chat, dude. Lord.
I don't know.
Oh, it happened like super early.
We don't know if Optic was.
Push all the way pushed up.
If number 1 dies, it gets very interesting.
It's not get interesting. They have no idea, and it's still alive.
Purge, still a chance here. Right. He's the only player.
Me being an L, might get copyrighted for what? What the fuck did I do?
We're not doing shit.
It's a defense for Heretics in round 5. So
we ain't doing shit, baby.
Yeah, a bit of a 2-2 split here though, and they're working both.
Someone in chat said you gotta think this is bad juju for Optic. We'll be placing the house on CL plus 1.5 for money line. Come on, bro.
How it plays out, but still.
Wow. I'm not streaming on Twitch though.
I've tried.
This push, Lucky involved now as well. Sort of insane play.
Tom, your nose is so big, holy.
Fucking Vegas had here. Watching. Oh, good try.
That's what's so tough about it. Like, if it was in a.
To go down and look at all the blue arrows are here, just trying to deal with this 4-on-2. You have one player on the point still, standing off a spawn.
The next map hasn't started yet, guys.
Okay,
So
don't scam off the point. Hold the cross.
You do
don't scam off the point. Hold the cross.
This area, Trophy's trying to get down.
Team shot with your boy.
Yep. Maybe a chance here, but
all good, all good. 3S cross, all good. Gotta win the point. Oh, big win by medals. And he's slide channeling the spawn.
Everybody spamming Scum got copyrighted.
Yeah, I thought he was just gonna stay
Scum
there.
got claims. Oh my god, I can't believe it. That's so insane.
It's not gonna come down.
Pat, obviously he got copyrighted. We were told not to stream on Twitch, and he's streaming on Twitch. Sorry, I mean, like, I'm not trying to be that guy.
Nah, I talked to him. Yeah, he texted me this morning. I told him what I was doing.
Oh.
We've been very clear what we're supposed to do. And if he's streaming on Twitch, that's kind of.
He stood on business.
Sorry.
Oh shit. They were told not to stream on Twitch, and he did.
Oh, it was YouTube. Nah, they hit him with YouTube. Wait, why?
YouTube copyrighted him?
And you see just
I don't know. Somebody said he was on YouTube. Or no. Yeah, he's on both, I think. But you're not allowed to be on Twitch while you're watching the games.
So
It's like a part of the guidelines. Like it's a part of the watch party guidelines. Like that's what they were telling me.
They can't copyright you on YouTube, but they can revoke your watch party privileges if you
So
want to
basically,
watch
their argument is like, if you are watch party on YouTube, you are agreeing to their YouTube guidelines, and on those guidelines it says, you know what I mean? Like, even though you haven't.
That's fucked. Sorry guys, we're missing the first match here. I just wanted to see what they had to say.
Hell of a play.
All right,
Well, we'll see
we missed
if he's able
P1,
to,
but
you know,
we're
we
into it
talked
now.
about our last series about the,
That's
well, he does not.
insane.
We talked about the round 11s. Like, no, it's not the worst thing. Get the reps.
Scump got taken down. I'll be interested to see what he has to say about it.
I mean, we gassed over some of those. I mean, this isn't new.
They were told not to stream on Twitch, I guess, and
issues,
Scump did.
Maybe just not on the
So
same page. Work to do. Work to do, and you're gonna go through
I don't
some
know,
of these
miscommunication
2v3,
or
1v2
something.
situations and get on the same page how you like to play them. But P2 is so important on this map. The Money Hill
anyways,
Seattle
P2.
Surge,
Seattle got the rotation. Come on, boys.
Will continue to grow as RC's, I believe, still alive, so might be close to a streak. Our cruise missile
We're gonna
coming
close
in
out
here,
all
so
these
Optic,
tabs here, though.
They have to respond here with a P3 hold to get them back in the game.
Yeah, we'll see what they're able to do. As early rotation from Kenny turned into a lot of time. You'll get the big advantage. You still got 25 seconds on this point. Now you're trying to fan out if you're the rest of the players here on Seattle Surge. Find these early picks. See if you can
Alright,
chain it
Optic's
together.
rotated for P3 though.
Optic is spawning out. Shots a little bit behind. Illy not able to win that one as Kenny with the double. Now over to Hook the nuke. As he's trying to
That's still lurking mid-map though.
On the other side of it, they're looking to pounce. It's
So they have a lot of map control.
Who takes the gunfight? Just trying to play his
No
life.
way.
Illy on the other side of it gets two. They fry him.
The freest break from Surge I've ever seen.
Hook and Illy, just a world championship duo. Breaking that P3 hill. You saw Illy kind of spawn behind Optic, and then once they got to their setup, Optic picked it up. But as soon as the first kill comes in play,
And they hold that shit
all
down.
turn. Then Illy pops up the
Number one,
timing
Kenny,
was
what's he gonna do?
perfect for Seattle Surge, who now this team could be blown wide open. You need a break here if you are Optic Texas.
Yeah, they're ready for the
Good kill
pitch
from
too.
Ken.
Hook just with the rival, just smoked the
Nice.
first. This time they're able to battle back in, so they'll get onto the point. Hook
1v1.
wants no part of it. One more is trying to find out where he is going to get shot in the back.
Illy with
That's
the
enough
pinch.
to take the kill, but you're up 80. You disrupt that time, make sure it's contested. You might get the final 20 seconds too, because Illy is shooting.
Optic's rotated for next. Next is here, I believe. So
8 and 5, 3 in a row. Surging.
Yeah, so you didn't get the cruise on
they gotta get a good
RCs,
hold here.
But on this rotation over to P4,
They have a good setup so far.
Really need a response here.
First line of defense spread.
Hill, Shotzi locking down
What are
the
you doing,
stairs,
bro?
But Illy and the rest of Surge, I think, gonna try to push through back apartments. At least deal with this control. You can see where Pred spawns up all the way across the map. He kind of set up a pinch if his teammates can hold on. While that is going on, we're still on board with Illy. The Surge trying to get up, and RC's wins the one-on-one versus Shotzi on God's there. So maybe now the opening, they fly on through the hill, trying to find a timing. Abuza and Hook, the rivals in hand.
Ooh.
Pred able to win the first one-on-one, trying to buy time, but the numbers are there for Seattle Surge.
They are for a moment, but the spawn comes in close. They're trying to reinforce it. RC's not able to win it. The entire Optic side,
That's a good hold.
excluding Fred, comes through big.
I'm about to say the aim.
All right, they need this
I
time.
mean, the spawn was close. It's reinforced quick.
Number 3's on the rotation already. Yo, 3 versus 7 is gonna be huge.
Quite enough.
Yeah, not quite enough. Still,
It's a double chow and a pinch though. 3 versus 5, 3 versus 7. Dude, just chill, bro.
Yeah, a little bit of both, just depending on the hill, how many spawn locations are available. But I think much needed time. I mean, that could have been absolutely 50 to 30 point game you were looking at if that goes the other way.
That's a huge one from Ken.
Is now Optic gonna get set up once again. Nice rotation over to P5.
Okay.
You already
This
have
is looking
Dashi
good.
watching that cross, but you did get the cruise on Illy, so he's got the cruise.
He's got a trophy on hill, so.
While that was going on,
What?
it looks like RC was able to get to P2 and take down Dashi.
He had a trophy on hill.
Yeah, so he wins one topside. The rest of the team pushing through ticket. If you're Optic, you're just trying to battle back. You've gotten it closer. You're within 50. Texas roaring right now as
Okay.
Fred picks up one.
We're good.
So listen in. We go with Optic.
What's graffiti? Graffiti not down. Out across. Cross on the booth, did. Nice, good shit.
Listening.
They might start spawning tunnel, boys. I'm pitching out. I hear you. I'm holding a ticket for a sec. Let's go. Big fucking break right here, bro. He's holding alley pinch. Big break. Radio color, one shot. Or actually this in it. I'm looking over your top AC. Yeah, I right side AJ. They can be one. Yeah. Back alley, bro. I'm holding the window. Gonna play back alley, 100%. He might be behind. Back alley. One window over Millie. I need your plan. I want to see back alley. I'll push back alley. He's opposite all time. Back alley. One window. I'm your window, kid. You're not telling me. I'm trying to window room. Window room. In the corner. Push you fast. Watch out. Nice. One shot in window room. In window room, absolute boozer. One shot in window room. Nice shot, lady. You right yourself. Take your time. Split me dead. I go two. That's all you. Nice job. Ready, you're right. I run. You watch your middle. Lay it down. Okay, let's make sure we can get back in the game. It's only one guy. Only one guy new. It's Ender.
They're rotated for new though, so.
He's P5. He's blue crate. I have garage. Yo, what guy was P5? Did we kill that guy? I spawned ticket. Almost pitching me down. I spawned ticket. P5 low. He's garage. I can kill this. I'm behind him. Ticket. Say hello.
The Cubs are there, just trying to rally guys. Like, hey, let's make a couple plays. We can get back in this. We got a chance now to rally, and Pred's starting to pick it up. He had a nice little double on the point. He has team back in the point. 2, he's able to pick up there. You're now set up in the hard point if you are Optic Texas.
Chelsea has garage.
But if you're Surge,
they just need to play their life on hill, bro.
This. You gotta think the haymaker is going to be thrown. There's
Everyone's
going to be a run from Optic at some point.
Chelsea with the pinch. You know where 2 of them are.
I mean, it's just P2. This is what gets Optic right back into the game. You do have some pressure.
That's huge. That's 4 dead.
Down tunnel, not an easy push.
Spawning alley. Oh, we got to split spawn for 5 though, so.
Not stopping here. 22-16, leading the way for this Optic Texas team. This will put them within 30.
Okay, so they basically spawned on new.
You had 2. You had a nice pinch on 3 between Hook and Illy, and that was
Optic really needs to work this map control with the next 20 seconds.
Now, if you are Optic, great job in second.
Optic early on new.
Great job. You held it. This is where you can make the play. Are they able to do it? Pred on the one tuck in the corner, and the corner ends up paying dividends. Last person here is going to be Shotzi. It looks like Surge have done enough. The next hard point ready to pop. All 4 are here. They've won the
early row here again for Surge. So
won it for now, but remember it was very early when Optic broke this hill. So a couple of individual one-on-ones coming on through. Abuza, RC's able to deal with the first push. 40-point lead now for Seattle Surge. RC's just trying to play his life, but gets stunned up. But a nice job at P2, getting them back in the game. But yeah, gonna need a big break, either at P3 or P4.
Absolutely, they are.
To bring this close, try to take that lead, and maybe it's that moment. 35 seconds left. But Surge is trying to keep this messy. With this close spawn back alley, you have RC just trying to contest, get trophies down, wait for his teammates with the nades. You see both teams just back and forth trying to play their lives, and it's Illy who was going to try to slide across. It comes down to one more 1v1, and Dashy was a beamer on Arcides.
It wasn't quite as clean as like the early break from Surge, but you get what.
I don't really know who I want to win. Like, obviously I want Optic to win, but if they play sloppy, it's on them.
And what, you're now within 30 points, so next hard point. Up the bat.
Early row for Surge.
Technically can win it here if they're able to hold it down, but they still need about
Kenny
50
with
to get the dub. Illy set up inside. Hook also defending. Beams coming through the door and just trying to stay up. But you got the squad here. Now the big push from Optic. They're hitting from everywhere. First pick is through. First trade is on. We'll see who's left standing, and it's going to be Optic.
Let's fucking go. That's a huge break.
Kenny also takes one down. So you get in fast is exactly what you had to do. Chance for a
this whole tunnel, bro. Don't overchow.
It just starts with Shotzi. He found a pinch, found an opening, and he just goes right through the door. As soon as he gets the first blood, his teammates' back apartments just fly on through.
Seattle has an early row for next, though.
They had the 4 versus 3. They
should be right here, guys.
Lead change is imminent here for Optic Texas. A great job battling back at P3 and P4. And now you can already see Seattle.
Alright, it's really up to 3 here.
You have Illy at
Let's go, Fred.
P2.
It's 2.
Need another break to try to
oh,
win
that's
this
an overchow, brother.
The opening moments, it has been Surge in front. Now tied up 2-11, 2-11. No actual chase technically, and Surge will get the next tick, but Optic have battled back in this game.
Play your life, Ken. Get a couple of picks here.
From Kenny and Shotzi. They're trying to wrap around behind. They're able to do just that. Kenny
nice.
Kenny with 2.
That's exactly what we need to see from Ken. Oh my god. That's 4 dead.
As he goes huge and sets up Shotzi. Dashy there with the follow-up.
All right, bottom spawns. They know it. Good positioning from Fred. Holy shit.
What a play by Kenny.
They can win here.
But just sneaks on through the crates. Leads to the break. There was nobody P2 or maybe he just caught a
all right, they know where they all are.
That cross to the crate somehow is able to get through. They had no idea that he was there. Finds
they got through.
So now Surge, they need a break here. Optic can win it. You still have the cruise as well on Dash if he wants to use it, but just gonna opt for the gun because he's on 8 in a row.
They can still win here.
Wait.
They can still win.
You have it if you are Optic.
Yeah, I think they're good. I think they're good. They should go through. Optic.
Yes.
Really, they got the final
Let's go.
I thought we were going
I thought as soon as he hopped off the hill.
You're down, what, 50 to 100 points throughout nearly the entire game.
That's a good comeback. Holy shit, ladies and gentlemen.
Kenny goes massive.
Let's fucking go.
It's high fives and fist bumps all around. His Surge sits stunned.
Holy shit.
What a comeback.
Surge should have had that all day, bro. They had the rotations. They had good breaks.
But that leads to the break, and that
they had no idea he was there at all. Like,
Kenny's play there at the end was insane.
In 23, the consistent slaying. Of course, Dashy is right there because he goes on an 8 spree towards the end. But I think for Seattle Surge, I don't know.
Kenny overshells that and doesn't play for the picks. That's probably game because Seattle spawns out, they get next.
Wide open.
Holy shit.
To be on top of that, and well, Kenny made him pay.
It also, I see the final couple of moments again because I sort of started to like. All right, let's see this first.
So he just gets through. Kenny,
it's just Illy same timing.
Watching tunnel.
See, they're watching it. They fucking know. This is it.
It looked like crazy timing for Abuza.
Look at this.
Yeah, I think it was crazy timing.
And yeah, that timing turned into free 2 kills in the hill bridge. Because Illy's not even top P2. He's watching tunnel,
God.
which allows Dashy then to hit tunnel, get set up P2, then he's got the cross. That's a game.
I also want to see like the final moments too, because I thought it was like a 3-on-1 on the point, where I thought it was going to go to another hard point. I'm thinking about the rotation, so I stopped looking at the hard point for a second, thinking about the next upcoming fights for like the transition battle, and then next thing I know, it's just one Optic player left in the hard point. I thought it was a 3-on-1.
We'll see here.
Yeah, we'll see in a second. Maybe I just exaggerated what I saw on the map.
Well, it's kind of a 2 for 2 so far.
So 2 and 1.
Just kind of taking their time.
Shotzi and
come in, and yeah, I mean with 1 and 3 spawning all the way
Illy.
out. But I think what it was is that Pred
Illy got picked by Pred.
Pushes back alley, gets that player kind of taking.
Yeah, let's go back.
On the map.
Where was Pred here?
2 for 2 so far. And then everybody just kind of taking their time. You see the spawns come in, and yeah, I mean with 1 and 3 spawning all the way out. But I think what it was is that Pred pushes back alley, gets that player crate. Yeah, kind of helps out. Even with
that was perfect by Fred for that extra help on the hill there.
So far already this year. Now it's Karachi, Search and Destroy coming up next.
All right.
We heard the devs talk about briefly, you know, the
that's a grueler of a first map. Holy shit.
They're kind of saying it's like it's unacceptable, and in some ways, sure, but I don't know how much stock to put in that right now. There's just not usually a lot of Search and Destroy scrims coming in. Everyone's still learning. Hell, a week before matches started, I was watching some scrims, and they were still trying new stuff and trying to figure it out. So, like, listen, you're going to lose some searches. You're going to learn along the way. For me, usually, it is nice if you get to, if you have a lot of long series where you get a lot of reps, you have a lot of round 10s, round 11s, long ones, usually that pays dividends come major time.
Yeah, I think what the devs talk about is some of the rounds that they lost.
Yeah,
kind of unacceptable, right?
But it's like basic stuff like fundamentals, you kind of
just comms going to need to be a little bit cleaner. I'm sure they worked on that big time. You know, Kenny's making videos, going through his matches, right? So talking through the process that he is. So, yeah, I mean, they know what they have to work on. They're veterans. I'm sure it will get there.
Yeah, it will. It's just, it's early. But we're going to go ahead and take a look at the Seattle Surge Monster pregame. Joe, what are your thoughts?
Well, I mean, S&D, their defense has been a great 7-3 record. They've been able to retake, 100% retake. And then,
yeah, it's the S&Ds that I'm going to be actually pretty worried about.
We saw where they had multiple rotations. That stat not really going away because they won some rotations. It was just some key breaks from Optic in that map number 1. So if we do get to map number 4, we'll see if they can clean that up.
I think for what Surge, it was sort of that P2 to P3 early on that gave them the lead, and then it's sort of like 3 straight for Optic where they really. Just, I'd have to see it one more time. And we asked for the replay, just happened so fast, but I think it looked like just like a shifting of the arrows in the main map between Abuza and Illy. And just that little moment where Kenny found it's like he threaded the needle on their lines of sight, got through.
Yeah, I think there was a player garage too, and I think he was going to pick up ticket booth. Literally, we talk about COD timing.
Yeah,
that's just what it is. But got to be on point, just able to get that cross and head.
Because Kenny probably got there and was like, oh, okay.
Hey guys, hey, I'm back crates. But over to Karachi, Search and Destroy, we go.
The next map, getting locked and loaded. And it was.
I don't know if we've seen this all day.
When you saw the player cams, I mean, I gotta think Seattle Search. I mean, Hooks, I think he's very much peace and love at this point. I don't know, he's doing whatever. But like Illy, this one's gotta mean a lot to him. Some frustrating times in the Optic camp and getting dropped, everything he was going through. So this one means a lot to him, even if it's different roster. He wants to get the dub, and he let one slip away. Map 1, he was feeling that one for sure. Now can he answer back though? Abuza, new to the league and what a talent he is. Starts off with a pick onto Shotzi, but Pred immediately following it up.
Yeah, I mean, I think counts are, a couple of key mistakes, but we'll face it. Let's not worry about it. That map was ours on the map, too. Optic clutched on up. Pred gonna make this a 3-on-3. Is you have B bomb control if you are Surge, but they're just kind of waiting patiently, kind of waiting for a Booza. He's all by his lonesome. Over towards Red, and Pred tried to find a timing.
Play for bomb down, bro. Yeah, now they're getting bomb down for free.
2 versus 3 now.
She's not gonna. Yeah. Too late, brother.
For Surge. Kenny's going to fall.
1v3.
On Dashy. Guy could be a search and destroy phenom.
Who put that tire on the stairs?
We have a wild player.
He got caught on it.
That tire did actually fuck him up. I'm not gonna lie.
Shot from Surge. They just get B bomb site control. They were worried about Abuza, just kind of about his pinch. But I think the key there is just Pred was trying to work the chicken cube flank, and Hook's just kind of ready for it. There was a timing, but Hook's able to win that with the numbers, and they just trade on out.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Illy will start out 2-0 in this one. A lovely round number 1, but now Optic's turn to answer on the offensive end of things, and it's a fast hit towards A. Illy gonna be the player here. Stun out for info. Not gonna connect, but he's got eyes on just about everybody.
No,
So
he's
like,
starting to open those doors. That's what he's doing.
Can we please rotate?
Yeah, he's opening the door so he'd see a couple of crosses there with that stun grenade. And you saw the shots come in, but while that's happening, he's got 3 players shooting at him. Abuza trying to work top red. He gets taken down. Bomb already planted for Optic. We talked about the retakes. 100% can they keep it up if you are Surge.
Well, you're down a man. It's going to be tough to do. But somebody's on it. Peeking through, though. It's going to be shots. He tries to check it. The shots
didn't
come
he
through.
just
The
shoot
3
through the
versus
smoke?
3. Kenny bringing it back and putting the favor over to Optic. 2 through for Surge, though. Fred, last one up. Alfina's
I don't know why he didn't just shoot through the smoke. He chowed through it.
100%. Still standing.
Still standing. 3 versus 4. You saw the smoke there. Allows them to retake that. And yeah, I mean, Optic, they saw the 1 player on it. And they're just worried about the defuse time and time again with where that was planted, the positions that they were in. A hell of a retake out of Surge. We're going to see this from Illy's POV. Just waiting for it. He knows Dashy's going to peek top, and then it's just a 1-on-2. And I think Pred's just worried about the defuse. They don't know really RC's position.
They planted it safe there, which really fucks them up. By planting it behind that bus instead of like just on the corner of it or somewhere that they could have watched it, really fucked them up.
Nearly number 6, couple tags, but not the kill.
Sometimes it's necessary to plant it safe, but if you don't have peaks on bomb.
Find 2 big ones, smokes all over the side. Pred, Lang lurking, able to take down another Illy. Finally, the streak will drop.
All right, we're right back into it.
Will not find number 6, a fast one there for Optic.
That was a very quick round, and yeah, I mean, nice shots from Illy on a Shotzi bottom. But while that was happening, Abuza hit middle, and I thought maybe with the shots that Illy had on a Shotzi, Abuza would have turned it into a 2-piece, but he does not. So Optic with some nice defense right in the middle of the map to take down 2.
Pretty similar to what we saw last time. Fast towards A. Illy gonna have a lot to deal with. A little bit different this time, just in Pred. I think it was like a 4-man hit the last time. This time Pred's kind of lurking the other end of it, maybe catch somebody as they're trying to rotate across, or keep them honest on that side of it.
Planting it safe again. Let's see if it'll work out for them. Can they not stretch that behind a little bit? So you can see it from middle building?
It's gonna be Abuza. Now right back over to Illy. He takes his fight
3v2.
as well, trying to keep this 100% at 100.
3v1.
And looking good so far. 2v1 now.
I don't think Dashy can see bomb from here.
Next guy drops. Dashy,
which is exactly what I've been saying.
Former teammate. Just gunned to sleep.
Straight Gunny though. Holy shit.
Oh my goodness. Dashy with the beams, with the reads. He does it all. The clutch. And what a shot. I mean, the read onto Abuza. He knows he's working the flank. And Illy goes for the child, not the bomb defuse.
You know the last
1v3? Go for it.
The last 1v3, I was saying, like, you know, he searches right phenom, has these moments. That's what I was thinking might happen. Like, that was clean. Just decisive. Didn't miss a bullet.
You love to see it.
Big Brucey turning me on a little bit, Joe.
Yow!
Gotta be careful.
That's a good opening pick.
That's true. That's true. 2-2 now.
Seattle's going to work the bomb, but Pred is just laying here. That's a good adjustment from Pred. Last time he got way too overzealous.
Very similar to kind of map 1. Just Optic locked in back in after an early lead. First blood Boozy gets taken down, and yeah, throughout that round.
No, bro. No, bro. He doesn't even see you, man.
One-on-one, and when you give too many players one-on-ones, that's when clutches happen.
All right, there we go.
Alien's
3v1.
to try and answer. 1v3.
Why not?
That's a good angle. Holy shit.
That signal was up. Now it's Illy's turn.
Do they know bombs down though?
30 seconds to go. Bomb recouped.
Oh. Illy wraps.
Looks high. He's low. Kenny with the kill.
Makes sense.
And it's a big one in the sense of, you know, it's a game of swings.
That's a good 50-50 read.
Momentum in their favor. Last thing you want is a 1v3 and an immediate response.
Kenny's holding the mid wrap, and then Dashy's looking for
I mean, just
a
a
peak
great
still.
read, just guesses the wrong spot.
Yeah.
He knows they're probably watching that cross in case he work spot him fountain over towards A.
No, I think he had enough time to wrap through that middle
Kenny up to
building.
6 and 3 in that round.
I think that would have been
But in the first blood from Pred, very aggressive over towards that B side on
probably
defense.
the better decision.
Maybe a bit of a fake here. Optic, they've gone A multiple rounds in a row, trying to force a rotate, because B is, the bomb is at B.
Oh, this looks so unfun.
Oh, no.
In the smoke, we're shooting everywhere. It's cheesy. Over by the A site. Mashotzi gets the kill.
Now bombs.
And there we go.
Bomb's
With
free
that,
on B
Team
right
was
now.
Waiting for that one player.
The fake works.
And that's just
That is a
all the
huge
fake.
fake.
Right? Just trying to force the one player over at B.
The 2-1-1 strat for B.
Wide open, or you get a free pick as you work the flank. This is
All right, this should be.
round after the first two.
This should be 4-2.
Add in the
Yep.
dashy clutch, but this has been clinical for Optic Texas.
Yeah, I mean, Illy starts out 5-0. It's all Surge.
We got the Dashy face cam this week.
And that's one of those moments,
You love
1v3
it.
like that, just clean.
Missed
like,
that
just
guy last
styling
week.
on 'em, like, it's the boys fired up, and they're cruising. I mean, some of the map one, like, just a big play, a big break, and they just rally behind it. I
Let's
mean,
get it,
it's
ladies and
Texas
gentlemen.
teams with all the talent, I'm sure they're going to have those just, like, incredible, they get hot. This is these God moments, bro, where they just take over. Doing it now in the Surge on 4-2.
Yeah, and if I'm Surge, I just try to slow this down, right? Like, obviously the way Optic is playing on their offense, they're going to be fast rounds, but maybe just try to take a breather.
Try to cool them off a little bit?
Yeah, try to cool them off, but it looks like they're just going to go for a very quick B, so they're going to do the opposite of me, but this is where Pred, that is 3 rounds in a row.
Wow.
The B site is just his. He's getting a first
I gotta
blood,
watch that
almost
back.
finds the
I don't know
third.
how he snuck through
But
there.
this is what
That
I
is
mean,
insane.
these
Obviously, he
chaotic
snuck through the
moments are just
smoke, but
getting
holy
away
shit.
from Surge. 20, 30-second rounds have been all of Optic, and they continue that trend.
I feel like the
right is just the opposite of me, but this
What number is Brad? 3.
Try to cool them off, but it looks like they're just going to go for a very quick B, so they're going to do the opposite
He just
of me, but this
straight
is where
runs
Pred,
down the
that is
street. There's
3
nobody
rounds.
watching from above.
Slow
That's
it down a little
insane.
bit. Not what happened. If anything, you kept out.
They need a top-down person there to watch that.
On 5 in a row. You're a round away from a 2-0 advantage in this one.
Wow.
Search looking solid.
Let's go, Pred.
Yeah, then when you continuously play these quick rounds, those sort of chaotic plays, the reads are just on point for Optic, right? Just feels like they're kind of in their flow state a little bit. Where if you slow things down, you get everybody kind of thinking.
It's like when it stays fast, you just feel like you can't make your own decision. Everything you do is working like.
And it's gonna continue because this might be another first blood for we still got to trade.
Yeah, you just got caught mantling. You die in a split second. It happens. Fred though should get
Wow.
another. That's heads being removed. Abuza last
Oh,
up.
if he wins that, bro.
Now it'd be a 1v3.
Still a 1v2.
2 left though to complete that 1v3. Abuza, new to the league, against Dashy and Big Ken.
Again, 30-second rounds. It's going Optic's way. They've just won all of these trades, all of these skirmishes. Looking for
Abuza
6
Ken.
rounds in
This
a
is
row.
huge.
Not planting the bomb yet.
I mean, this is a timing thing. I mean, we got Deddy in play, 1v2. They have to plant bomb. Like, what timing does he find? Can he make it a 1 versus 1? Does he get there when they're on? One's in the plant. Does he give himself a 1v1? He might.
The best.
He
time.
might.
Nope.
Not going to happen. They get the plant down safely. I like the trigger discipline here for, oh, my sweet Jebediah.
There's no way,
So
right?
Go for it.
Oh.
Try to catch the timing.
There's no way.
It's done.
Oh my God.
Balls of steel.
I think my favorite part about that is the camera, the third-person camera.
The balls on Abuza for that shit.
But we're gonna check out a replay real quick. And I mean, yeah, you just don't get a check. They think they're gonna take the fight. But yeah,
Wow.
like, both of them just kind of pop up there.
Holy shit.
But there we go. Abuza keeps them alive. Another 1v3.
Not sure he's feeling nervous.
We saw Clay last week. Abuza this week. We gotta check the bomb.
Still got work to do, though. You need 3 more rounds. Be 4 in a row. But a hell of a play there. Nice trigger discipline from the young player, Abuza.
All right, a little bit more spread. You still have Abuza in red.
Trusty's up
You're
top.
trying to keep,
They saw him,
Optic
though.
on their toes. 4 now. Shotzzy just up top 3.
They didn't call that out. What? Who's bomb carrier? Hook saw him jump up top.
Maybe Mountain Goats. I'm not sure about Billy.
Yeah, I think that's what I was going for. I don't even know if Billy Goats are a real thing, to be honest. Shotzzy, though, in his spot. Smoke out. Getting away with his life for now. RC's able to bring it back. Now 3 versus 2. Can they string together a couple of rounds?
Rossi's just going to play for the pick when they plant here, though, I think.
Very similar to one of the earlier attacking rounds from Surge, where you put Abuza inside of red, you kind of put all the attention towards middle and A, and then you just kind of smoked out. Hook is playing bridge, which is such a power position, but they have to plant the bomb 2 versus 3.
Yeah, Shotzzy's just ready to pounce on bomb.
Kind of talked about the
Number 8 really needs to look over. Yep.
And it's gone the way of Optic.
He was lurking.
That's perfect.
He was lurking for a long time. The patience pays off. Now the recheck.
He didn't see him.
Lord God, he's there.
Oh my God.
Get the kill. Abuza again. Why not?
Abuza 1v2.
1 versus 2.
They know he's up here.
His position. He is weak from a previous fight, so he's gonna have to switch up his angle.
Oh, he switches it. Ooh, it's close, but he gets it. Now down to a 1v1.
Shotzzy, Abuza.
The rookie is fearless. 1 player left. Spots him top. Shotzzy backed up. The reach out is in. Abuza gets away. 20 seconds to go. The hunt
Come on,
is
Shotzzy.
1 versus 1. Here we go. The timing could be worse. He's got time to track back. Shotzzy takes it. Go.
He's got it right.
Go. Good.
Wow.
Map to Optic.
6-3 Optic. Holy shit.
I had no idea why I said that, Joe, but hey, hell of a map. That's some entertaining moments. Abuza with a couple
God, I
insane
love
plays.
watching that
Nearly
guy.
another one to go, but
That's a big one. That is a big one.
1v3 was, I'll be honest with you, that was just sexy, Joe. It was.
I mean, we've had a couple of definitions of COD timing in this in these couple of games that you could really look up. That round right there, map number 1.
It's weird, like, as much as Call of Duty's always had in the past Dead Silence, right? It does sort of create more like of those COD timing moments, right? Like, you know, when you just hear footsteps, there's less of that. The game plays better, obviously, with Daddy, but you do have those like insane, like, oh my God, that little turn, that little moment. It's the difference.
Yeah, I mean, Illy leading the way, 9-7, 2,400 damage in the lobby, but Hook really struggled on the other side. I mean, you had Dashy with the 1v3.
I love reading chat after the game's done.
Just continue to put up numbers in. You know,
Well, everyone's just saying free scump right now, which,
coming into this
obviously.
team with what this sort of organization is renowned for. They
Our city's just so bad, dude.
They're
No
trying to do
disrespect.
everything that they can to do so.
Do it for scump. W
You've
commentators.
always had the talent there, but this just feels a little bit different in the sense of
Y'all was just hating on Shotzzy 2 years ago. People
This is a restart,
hate on
you know,
everybody
different kind of
every
face
day.
of this
Just
organization.
depends on whether or not they play good or bad.
It's going to be fun to watch this team develop because I think we
Get your brooms ready. Someone's calling the reverse
so many
sweep.
teams that are going to be nuts this year. Optic,
Or
how
the
good
full
can they be?
sweep.
What's the ceiling going to
Either
be?
way.
Right now, though,
Probably
they're
the
up
full
2-0, and we're getting ready to go to a break now before the map 3. We'll see if they can close it in 3-0 fashion. But Surge, they've been cruising. They're 2-0. They got a chance to bring it back.
Not a bad point. Kenny is very, very good. Definitely a good playmaker.
Either into a map win. So far, Illy and Hook's
Scumbag yet?
swatted away like an annoying ass fly. Optic up 2-0. Quick break.
I don't think Scump will be back. Like, I think he's done for the day. Yeah. All right, guys, what are we thinking? Are we seeing a 3-0? I don't know how Optic's control is, so we might be seeing a 3-0 here, no cap. Probably gonna try and change up the thumbnail though, I think a little bit. We can definitely make it look a lot better. I will say that. Not fucking shit. Try this out. I'm hoping Optic just gets a nice little sweep. I mean, obviously they can use the reps, but it doesn't really matter at the end of the day.
Upgrade your game with the Scuff, the official controller of the Call of Duty League. The Call of Duty League is brought to you by Monster Energy, the official energy drink of the CDL. Start the season strong with the Call of Duty League pack. Grab yourself the CDL operator, weapon blueprint, and so much more. Check out the Call of Duty store in-game now.
We are back and getting ready now for a map 3. It has been all Optic Texas so far. The talent has been on full display. I mean, both sides have, you know, there's been those kind of lucky COD moments where you find an opening. There's been a give and take battle there. It happens. It's Call of Duty. But at the end of the day, when someone needs to make a play, it's been on the Optic Texas side.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, Kenny, map number 1. Dashy, I think, really, threw a haymaker in map 2 with that 1 versus 3. But looking at these two on your screen, Shotzi versus Illy, their S&D dominant. Shotzi, I mean, he had another solid one. But, I mean, throughout this year, he has been insane. Right behind him is Illy. He had a record week number 1 for his stats. Love to see both of them thriving.
Yeah, I mean, I was like kind of sad to see that duo break up, you know, like, just coming in together. You know, different stories, obviously, with shots coming over from Halo and different paths, but like just their win that first year and celebrating it. And they were kind of hope.
What the fuck?
It's like when Brad Pitt and Angelina kind of broke up. Not Angelina, who was on Friends, Jennifer Aniston. You know, when they first like broke up, I was a little sad.
Yeah, I wasn't, but that's all right. I was probably playing God.
Map 3 now. We get it rolling. Texas is looking to close this one out with the swiftness. Well, you need another
I'm gonna change up the thumbnail.
Pred, I guess his nade hits, so the damage from shots will be enough. Pred finding more kills.
A little bit late now, but
It was
it
almost
is
like
what
a
it
fake, though.
is.
Seattle just put one player on the A point and then the other 3 over towards B. So Hook does have back B control, but all the kills go the way of Optic. Of 3, make it 4. 24 lives remaining the first 30 seconds. Optic, they are holding strong on that first push.
Yeah, that thumbnail's a little bit better.
Out of your base, you do just that.
Brad just prone and lurking. Another one around the edge. Shot's just a little bit behind.
All right, I think we've seen
There's a movement there from Hook, and he
all
can
3 different
continue
control
on.
maps today, right? Or maybe there's 4 control maps. I honestly don't
Flank
know.
all the way around. We're watching Shotzi as try and find the
It's only
opening.
the second week.
And try to find the timing here to finish this right when his team goes in. RC's is ready so he can turn to the other fight.
I think on
They
defense,
should
you really need control
be
of top
a wave
3
For
here.
Surge. They shut down one side, put all the focus to the other, and it's just that. They're really getting the point. Stop the clock. 35 left.
1 player left.
Try to get the extra Well, yeah, is that one player going to make this whole thing fall apart, Joe?
Yeah, because you had a Boozer push up for the spawn kills, right? We've seen that with the subs on this map get active. But they got to deal with
similar to play as last year. They're just single holding point and working on map control and the lives.
I think ultimately it was a difference of 7 seconds, like on the timer, because they were contested. But lives-wise, it could come into play though, for sure.
All right, minute 30, full reset.
You know, this allowed Optic to come off his spawn and get some map positioning. Kenny a slow start, 1 and 5.
How often have we seen control? We find success. It's like a bang bang, right? Like it just, you know, it happens so swiftly. So Dashy, good job making sure nothing.
As long as Kenny doesn't die here,
but Surge, I mean,
they're looking pretty good. Yeah, map control.
In this, you know, it's a grudge match in some ways for these players, as they've got history.
They did get Ken.
It starts right now with control to elicit it.
But we're looking for Pred in the back though. Look at all the arrows focused on Pred being in the back. That's big. Kenny wins a big one on point. Yo, Pred is breaking down their setup just by strictly staying alive back there. Everyone is focused on him.
I'm leaving him. I'm making him useless. No, he's mid lane, Shotty. He ran their pillars. Top left hand, still there. He's still there. Shit, Trey.
Yep.
Pred is bottom move fees. Pred bottom move fees, guys. Under you. Dumpster. Try and trade this kid. He might be pushing. I'm here, Color. One break. 17 seconds, yep. One's gonna be top push.
Surge with 9 lives.
Clinical play by Pred.
10 seconds to go.
Everyone was focused on him, and then he makes a pinch at the perfect time.
He's so good at catching people doing that. He does it again there through the smoke.
And they don't have time.
Flame. Illy, though, with the headshot, not close enough to get to the point, though. So
Pred simply being in their base to break up that setup.
Defensive hold there for Optic.
Yeah, I mean, in eliciting what you got, Huku is able
I'm not even trying to deride this guy, but that was just an incredible play.
Offense, they went towards that site early, but it was just shut down. And you heard in the comms, let's try to just leave Pred, make him useless. But then, like, someone else found a kill. So then you had to be like, we can't really move because we don't know where Pred is. And then Pred backed all the way up the ticket, found another kill in red. And it was just kind of his presence was just so tough for Surge to get with. You never had a multi-kill. The trades always went Optic's way over.
That's what I'm saying. All right, let's see how Optic does on their offense. Early map control as long as Dashy stays alive.
Just a pick for either team. Illy is trying to get vision on the player's top. Is the first bit of progress done now for Optic. Offense going smoother, at least at the gate.
That's a team kill with the
cruise missile
cruise.
I've ever seen.
Love that.
He thanked the Booza for the ninja earlier with a missile to his head.
Maybe not the worst cruise though. We've seen worse.
We really have seen far worse.
Yeah. So I mean,
was that Fortress one really killed his whole team?
Yeah. It happens to the best of us. But obviously, you know, that player was in a gunfight. They just wanted the info.
Optic
Maybe
slow
they
rolling this.
Very aggressive defense because they only got 3 ticks on their offensive round. But I don't know if it's a play out with Hoot going down middle alley around top 3. I think that's going to be done. You see the white arrows and how they're going to play this. Maybe one more push through mid with the Booza, but after that, it's going to be all about that B
If number 8
defense.
stays alive, Surge is looking pretty decent. Optic has a full 2 minutes. So really they have like 3-4 chances at this.
Get to be
like full team pushes.
He's hoping for some wall bangs, but Dashy
They're pushing through mid, making these positions basically useless.
Looking over the bus cross.
The 5 pinch though.
I wonder if that player hurt him back alley. That's a Booza. It was kind of just waiting for that jump, and now he's got to be ready for it. Okay.
There's the dumpster. It's tough.
Yeah, you saw
The 5
that
pinch could be
live
huge.
action, but I mean, both teams just kind of traded their side of the map, and I thought Optic maybe found the opening, but with Illy and Arstees over towards that red side
Just like
balcony.
that, they closed the gap.
That's your last player up 12-6. A great defensive round for him.
They're really playing through mid though, which is
want to win the round, obviously, but the
kind
fact
of
that they only
perfect
got
for
3
them.
ticks Surge did on the offense, you're hoping you get 1 here. You at least take advantage right now if you're able to do that. And they've gotten onto the point, so now you're going to be able to stop the clock. Lives-wise, not really a combo yet, as you're basically even. Another pick there for Shotzi.
Shotzi is going to break up these spawns, I think.
The points is not going too quickly, but you're winning your ones. Dashy takes another one. He's up to 13. They're in a great spot right now to have them unlocked. You're spawning out deep if you're searching, trying to get back to the point. First point of progress done. Second on the way. Kenny moving up to
That
the
on
bus,
hill, though.
trying to get eyes, not able to do much from there. So it's going to be on Shotzi
Yep.
to try and make
They know he's here though.
He did some damage. You already have an advantage within this game from a tick standpoint.
I mean, honestly, that was just like a two-man hit. I don't know if they just found openings, but Surge just kind of let them get to B. Maybe their idea is like, let's just play some retakes, cut off the reinforcements.
Even lives.
But it does get a little bit scary. You have 2 to 3 players over towards B. Who knows what can happen? Still a lot of time to work with. 35 seconds. Life advantage over to Optic, and I think with that 2 kills, you only have 1 player on the point. That's going to be RC's. You're hoping he finds one. He does just that. Here come the reinforcements off spawn.
Shotzzy's trying to get there in time. He wasn't that tagged.
It's a big 2 from
like
RC's.
Hit marker or so. So RC's able to get another one running through his back door is Pred, who's dropped. You're retaking control here. 15 seconds.
11.
You got one final shot this, but number 3 spawning out so deep in Pred, you're not really going to be part of the fight. You're not going to get there in time.
Yeah.
So 4 to 3 advantage Optic when it comes to the ticks. Well, we tied up 1-1 in round count.
Yeah, at least you had some presence here if you were Optic. A couple of chances.
1 tick advantage.
If RC doesn't find that 1v1, things get a little wild on the point, but he's able to just get in there, play his life.
It's really going to be whoever gets an offensive win or the ticks is what it's going to come down to, obviously. So.
Yeah, it did sort of seem like they just got there for free at first. Like,
no, it did. It was very
when I looked at minimap at one point, I was like, why don't you just have the 3 that are near it stack it? I mean, you might be able to get a tick or 2 fast before they collapse on you. Well, Surge now are hoping they get to see what B looks like from an offensive standpoint. We're not involved with it the first time through. Barely getting A and then not success after that. We'll see if they can change the recipe. Last time Dashy, a phenomenal defensive round, just being a nuisance, finding kills, making big plays for his team. They'll be looking to shut him down here in their second offensive attack.
You might try to Yoda be right off of this. Who kind of has an opening, but he's just going to back down up. Maybe just try to get red
Would have
control.
liked who to go to B there.
Open upstairs. That's just Dashy repositioning. And yeah, you kind of saw the break off for Optic. They made sure nothing weird was going on towards B, because that's what Seattle tried to do in round number 1.
It's too late. He should have crossed when he had the chance.
Fred did a takedown hook, and yeah, kind of with what we saw last round, just all comes down to this B site for Optic.
Well, this time at least you got like a way more time to work with. You had like a minute 20 or so, I think, last time if you were Surge. This time you get the first point with the swiftness. You get 2 kills on the turn just to find a cross. Make it 3 as Illy is shooting large rocks out of his gun, just breaking people in half, Joe, with the velocity of his bullets.
Large rocks are, I mean, both would hurt us.
Yeah.
Just 2 on point though. That's a free tick.
I mean,
to get another tick, they'll be tied.
Who is that? Dash, you're gonna have to back on up, and the retake is successful behind Shotzi's double.
Just so easy. You know, you think you really got a shot there if you're Surge. You do the first hard part, I guess, and getting there, but in the second one,
Alright, they're tied on ticks right now if Optic gets 1 full cap next round.
They get slammed and Optic get back to the point. Illy still trying
so
to
Seattle really needs another tick here.
But Pred, he's hunting, he's lurking, he's getting absolutely spat on.
Oh.
Yeah, okay, that makes more sense.
I think Illy was kind of a couple of steps behind him.
That looked like a joke.
And he just kind of free-fired. I mean, still props to Hook for snapping and centering in that position. But you do have 1 player in the back, and that is Hook this time.
He's over Fred's POV. He's like, I got a freebie, guys. I'm chasing one, don't worry. Well, okay.
Well, he's got a couple of freebies top red. The defense has been so good for Optic inside of red.
Good pick. Shotzi is just going to be a nuisance.
In the last round. You've gotten 4 takes. Can you find any more success? Lives started to dwindle a bit. You got a minute left. You're back 5 lives. It could ultimately come to that if you get back onto the point.
Just slowing them down here is huge.
Contest and pause of the clock. But
like, he just slowed them down for a good, like, 25 seconds.
There's the double. There's the opening from
by the time they get to the point. Ooh, number 5.
And he's just kind of waiting. I don't
number
know
5 is back
his
point.
Position, just due to maybe some of the spawns.
Wow, that's 4 dead. They gotta go.
Hook's able to get on through. They find all the kills. That is gonna be 3 players on it. This is gonna go quickly.
They gotta go. They're going way too slow.
On the point. Abuza with the cutoff, and man, did that round turn quickly.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, that's control in a nutshell. You get 4 on it. I mean, we haven't seen it as much this year because of the map, but last year, I mean, God, the number of times where
crunch time for Optic. They gotta win.
4 stack just happens out of nowhere. You get a 4 down, the match is over.
See if we can get 2 offensive wins back to back.
The stack is in. That was the stack.
If Optic win this offense, then they get defense for last round. So they don't win it, they lose. So.
Yeah, it's just much quicker to transition over towards B, and that was a great example of it.
So now the pressure on Optic to win this offense. I mean, they got the 2 edge in this series, so you're still feeling comfortable, but you'd like to end it here if you can. Don't give any momentum to this Surge team. And, well, they're shooting right now. Pred and Dashy take out 3. Hook, the only guy up, really, but he's on 4 in a row right now, Joe.
I mean, Dashy is shooting. Yeah,
he's shooting. Yeah. He's been shooting since he came, I'm assuming, out of the womb. Just, guys beaming, bro.
Yeah, shooters shoot. That's what they say, at least. But 4 in a row for Hook. They deal with that push. You do have one player
Looks like Seattle's really setting up for the B hit.
Just kind of hanging out, just sort
and
of
they're pinching A,
for
but
this push. Is there going to be a retake attempt? Always a tough push coming off this flank. It just feels like the player on the hill is going to look at this sooner or later. 2 ticks come in, and it looks like
he's going to give it up.
Give it up for now. And Dashy's going to read that.
Wow.
Yeah, he's got that held down. All right, now we have the time on. 2 minutes to go.
All right, 2 full minutes, and we'll see.
TDM success early for Texas. As say we're up, what, 4 lives in the early going, but that's shifting pretty quickly. As now you have to work on the harder of the 2 points, and we're basically back to even. Nice job.
I mean, yeah, props to Seattle, because you had Shotzzy in your base, right? Just going for a couple of spawn kills. We saw that fence spot in a couple of our series last time through.
Optic's game plan is really to work through like the middle of the map.
Get a little bit messy.
Take control of this building.
Now maybe a chance. 2 dead, 1 off a spawn. Shotzzy in the spawn again.
I think they really need to not single stack.
Back alley flank.
Illy kind of makes this play solo play. Oh no, the shot was a little off, but
thank God.
He makes up for it. Abuza has to scramble. Pred follows it up as well. Shotzzy have another one-on-one. He's been hit by basically everything in the game at that point. Illy able to chase him down. Shotzzy couldn't move for 5 seconds. Pred though with the follow-up dumpster side.
Yeah, in a snaking world, Shotzzy might get absolutely destroyed, but Abuza respects the laws that we have on the battlefield. Is he just throws a stun out, and honestly, that's good enough. Just stun him, keep Shotzzy in that spot, don't let him get away. So Seattle, great defense over towards B. They win this. We head to a map 4, but just like what we saw in last round, it just takes 1 good push, and this B point could send us to a round 5.
Yeah, 40 seconds. This
they have a lot of mid-map control, but
and here you go. Pred, Kenny through. RC's trying to slow it down though. Can RC's get another? He does. Finessing as well, trying to pop. Him and Hook come up big. So the 2 openers that you started with for Texas don't turn into anything.
Nothing.
RC's
that should be the map.
Yeah, it's already the second time in sort of these clutch situations where RC's has win some big gunfights, and he has.
That should be it.
Push now for Optic. They have to go, but they are getting cut down. So many corners to check. 4 dead, and I imagine that is a GG. So Seattle Surge down 0-2 in the series, but not out of it yet. Bounce back on this control.
All right, map 4.
Fantastic job, but it's the offensive win that's going to be the big difference there.
I love watching Hardpoint, so
no success.
I'm not too mad about that. It just kind of obviously the 3-0 would be a deal.
And yeah, now they get to see another Hardpoint.
I hope it doesn't go to map 5 though, because Optic's Surge is not looking great. I'll be honest.
Big plays from Optic, the difference in winning that map 1. What do you see on the stats side of things?
Yeah, obviously, you struggle a little bit if you're Kenny and Shotzzy, but
yeah, Shotzzy going 13 and 22 is really it.
There. On the other side, a little bit more even, of course, when you're winning.
Disparity between everyone and Shotzzy is really bad.
Still keeping up a great respawn series, but Karachi is just a map. Comms have to be so key because there are so many areas where you can kind of rat, right? Where you can finesse. Subs, you have to love it. It can kind of be your playground. But
whereas Invasion's like you're
sometimes Shotzzy just be doing too much. I'll be honest.
You have to use an AR.
In that map,
right?
you see it.
That Seattle Surge offensive round when it's like everything's going so well, and then as soon as you lose a few people, things get messy. You rely on a couple of big plays, and Surge able to take advantage of it.
They absolutely do. Some really brilliant retakes from both teams throughout it. Everybody, I feel like, had their moment. Just really comes down to the offense. Surge win that one. They take the
like Shotzzy's taking this route.
Look a little frustrated. Maybe Texas thinking they let one get away. Here the map 3. Just want to close it out, get this 3-0, continue on.
I don't know.
Don't give us a game 5 round 11, as those have.
Route man doesn't always get paid.
It's all right. We're on the board in Surge Destroy, so that feels good. That's right. If you are off.
And it was 6 straight rounds, so yeah, that probably felt real good.
Yeah, it didn't have a round 11. That's what they were just trying to avoid. But we will have a map 4, and we're going to Terminal Hardpoint where This is kind of the square up map, right? That a lot of people have been talking about because Surge, they've won it 2 times.
Yeah, Surge looked, and they looked great on it the 2 times we casted them. It just seemed to play to their strengths, honestly, when we watched it. Like, sometimes it can be, I don't know, it just looks so simple on the minimap, just how it's played. It's just sort of controlling one area basically the entire game, but they made it look easy. And I think this is a team that we were worried about. I think we thought they'd be potentially be very good, but like it was sort of a, I don't know, maybe where is the leadership kind of come from? Is it going to be a team that just thrives in the chaos and gets a little too loose at times, but when they need to lock it down, be disciplined, hold their crosses. Like they look like a well-tuned machine at times on terminal.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And I just think, yeah, if you're Optic, the advantage of allowing this is, you know, you're going to be starting on the good side. But speaking of Optic, we have a Pred interview bite that we were going to listen to. So let's listen to Pred.
You know, it's obviously, you know, dream come true, you know, playing for Optic, but I feel like a lot of people just tend to like quickly forget like what all of us players are capable of, and it's kind of annoying like seeing it, like, you know, after one match people just start like tweaking about it, but they forget like how good we've been for the last 2 years, you know, in the league and throughout our whole careers really. So like we don't really listen to that shit. We just turn up and, you know, we play.
Oh my god. Oh. Riley, take us off. All right, chat.
Wow. Copywritten on YouTube for streaming on Twitch. All right. Makes a lot of sense.
To succeed on that team.
Yeah, it's a very long year, right? The objective is the end of it, which is COD
That really
champs.
sucks.
That's where you want this.
They were told not to stream on YouTube though, or on Twitch.
That's the goal, not matches December 15th.
So
especially like you said,
I don't even know.
I don't think fans at home get how big of a deal like them being a week behind the start is. It becomes less and less an excuse as time goes on, obviously. But like the very first week of the game is like actually like missing a month. Like later, it's a lot of time early on when everyone's learning so quickly.
Timings, breakoffs, where you can play from, all the little cheese spots. There's just a lot to learn in the game. And
so brush it off, keep grinding, work to improve.
Yep.
Map number 4.
how is the viewership now that Scump isn't here?
Seal the deal here, but you mentioned
55,000.
2-0 here. They feel confident.
55,000 during an Optic match is nothing.
You played the,
Jesus
you know,
Christ.
You're saying let's play it on it. We'll get the good side, just due to the veto process, and you're gonna try to hold these first 2 hills and give yourself a huge lead, or will Surge break on through.
So when it's a map like this, you know, it ends up being like 4 ARs at times. Like you put more pressure on, you know, your AR and your flexes, and more how do the subs do when they have an AR in their hand? Or does it not really matter much at all to you?
I don't think it matters like too much to me. I think at this point, players are kind of used to it. They're ready for it. I think if there's maybe something, it's just sort of you have to discipline maybe some of your more aggressive players. Just make sure, hey, do this. What Pred is doing.
He missed the jump.
Find that.
Is he gonna miss the jump again?
Hold your aim. Yeah. Don't move. Don't mess up.
Yeah. Just take a breath.
Yeah. Relax.
Just L trigger. You're good.
Yeah, but Fred has been waiting for him to go through that window. Doesn't matter if you missed that jump or not.
You get in the groove, just the movement, how smooth it all is. Like you're flying, you're finding timings.
It's actually looking kind of different right now. I don't know what it is.
It's a little awkward, I'm sure.
He's looking real different.
Some players have a very fine balance of speed and just sort of sitting in a...
Like Hook's on forward now, like, God, let me run!
Yeah. No, he is the one player at times where we've seen him pull out a sub on this map. Specifically around Bookstore. Maybe we'll see it here, but you can already see Surge. They're just going to give this up, and there is that sub. He's going to go for the second kill. Does not find it, and that is 2 dead. Surge now trying to hold on.
He gave the sub straight to shot to you,
though.
though.
60 inside of the plane to get back into the game.
Plane nail's hard to break, though. We'll see.
It really looked like, yeah, maybe a chance for a nice chain here from Texas, but the regain is in for Seattle. The new hard point has popped, and now you're looking to get to double digits on the scoreboard, and you successfully do that. So now you claw back into this, but trying to answer the hot start now from Optic Texas, and they've got 3 here they're looking to send. On rotation, it will be Shotzi.
Good trades.
Nice teamwork right there.
Fred gets this kill.
They just figured out where the push was coming from, watching that cross.
Would have been close.
Had the back-to-back set up. Abuza turns. And now you can already see what Optic's doing. They're trying to just control P4 and bookstore. This may be a chance. Not going to happen quite yet, but a couple of players spawn out for Optic. Bottom S-keys. So maybe a chance here for Seattle Surge.
I mean, we see it all the time. Like, if you have that early P3 control, it's like, we'll send one in rotations,
Not
then
too
3
shabby.
at it. Pray for a miracle. Maybe there's a break and we get some time. Otherwise, like, make sure you spawn up and are ready to go for the next point.
Optic on the rotation though. Surge not really that close, but they got ARs in their hand.
So they'll be set
Number
up in
5's
position,
first.
looking to push this lead out again, but
Luke has a sub though, I think.
start from Texas,
Yeah,
and
he's
sort of
dead.
a nice 50-60 points there from Surge.
But if you're Surge, you might give up this
They're just
first,
gonna hold this line.
this 60 points because you're thinking ahead, right? If you control the left side where Abuza is on the minimap, you have the spawns for the next 3 hills, right? So you may be,
Nah, they can't
if you're
do
a
that.
Surge fan, this might look ugly. Down 80 or 90 if they don't get a break here, or they might just break this and really open the game wide up. Or they won't, as Predator actually just trying to hold on. But
Oh,
you're
wow.
really just saying next 3 hills, let's give ourselves the spawns.
They're not gonna hold spawns for 3 hills though.
It's one of those. It's probably a hard thing to
They're just
swallow
not.
at times. Like he's like, all right, we have to sort of suck and get slammed here, but just think about the long game. Like this is where we can take over. Might be the blender for a bit, but now we have a chance. But the left side's wide open, and Optic is pushing
Yeah,
right through.
see?
So
Like-
bookstore, no eyes to the cross, and basically the entire
We're in
conversation
right
you
away.
and I we're just having is completely
Ooh,
and
that's a
utterly
snake.
pointless.
Or is it? Because this time now,
Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not.
It looks like they do get the spawn, so a nice little regain there from Seattle Surge.
For a moment, I was like, whoa.
Shotzi with the nade, trying to find
Just shoot
these
through the
kills.
fucking desk.
Burgertown fight going on. And all 3 kills the other way of Surge. But yeah, now you can have the spawns for P5, P1, and P2. So this could be a phase shift if Surge will be able to hold on.
Now you're in the Eskies blender. If you're Texas trying to fight out from some very tough positions.
I respect the ego chow.
We'll see if they can get across. Dash
I do.
is able to get one. You win one on the bottom side of the map if you're a Pred as well. And still, you know, it's hanging out reading books as RC. He's almost holding a fastball, but trophy out in time. Dropping, winning.
Didn't look like he got the trophy in time.
RC's a beast.
All right, well,
I wonder what books they have in here.
he's right so far.
Probably like some romance novels, like probably. I don't
We're
know,
on
Young
YouTube,
Christian's
buddy.
700th book and.
Our boy Elusive is streaming Call of Duty to like 100 people on Twitch.
Yeah, that's my guess.
That makes sense.
I don't know how he hasn't gotten caught.
30
Copyright
point game now to go
stream
back to
or
P1, so a nice shot by Surge.
copyright
Regaining there.
claim.
But now again, can they hold on to these spawns? Illy on a pinch through the hallway. Abuza with the 3rd, and yeah, Seattle again. They invested.
Yeah, he's
very
streaming it to
early
139
to keep this
people.
Side of the map controlled, and it is paying off.
No, I think that was a great breakdown from you. Sort of, it's like, hey, people new watching, just don't stress. Yeah, if you're a Surge fan, like, you're playing the long game, and you saw it start to pay dividends.
I wouldn't.
There. 3-3 on the feed,
I
though, for
stopped
Texas,
my
but yeah,
Twitch stream, bro. I'm not.
You're now within
Not
30.
fucking with any of that.
But as the game of swings, it's time now for Optic Texas to try and make a rally.
This would be a huge
If Scump gets claimed, bro, I'm getting claimed in a heartbeat.
But over towards the bottom side of the mini map, where Surge is spawning, that is P2.
But apparently, I don't know.
Surge trying to, sorry, Optic
Elusive
trying to
is
put through
doing it
security, maybe
for
put the
free.
pressure on. Maybe it's a battle of sort of give and take on both sides. Take all the time you can if you're Optic, given the
Okay.
situation.
So they'll be 70 away from the win. Put Surge behind 60
Elusive,
again.
one of
Holding
the
6
people we
inside
played
Booza, we saw his
ranked
ankle
with
POV
in
for a second,
Vanguard.
and how easy it can be to hold these crosses. But nice shot from Prep winning that fight, making sure he only gets.
I don't know how he hasn't been reported yet.
There, and now you have the chance to break if you are Optic. As Joe said, here
That's a
we
huge
go. 3 are
break.
going to drop. You
Chauncey's
break
one
on
shot.
through, and that is the moment that might win you the map.
That might be it right there. Just between.
Let's go,
them.
boys.
Yeah, as you said, I mean, Pred, that kill, sort of a little pop-up onto a Booza. That was the
They have the
key to fight,
rotation,
because
the
all
plane
the pressure
rotation
that
though.
is
If
on
they don't
Illy,
die,
he
like
has
if
to
Hook
sort of
just plays
angle
his life here,
himself
yeah.
to not get shot from the flank.
They're just gonna
They
set
know
up for the
his
plane.
position, Jetway, it's just a big old pinch. Could not find any kills, and Optic just gets in.
Oh,
That's
RCD's
6
back
kills
steps.
in a row for Optic.
Back
Now up
plane.
to 210, be around 220.
It's not dumb, but yeah, that might have done it. If there's a moment
Wow.
that's going to be the win here for Texas, it was that break into P2. But Surge, don't count them out yet. We've seen none of your stuff. They got a chance to rally back in this, but Optic, they look to seal the day here. They're trying to break in. This time, where they had the earlier rotation, I think from Shotzi
All
last
right.
time through. This time they kind of send everybody at the point. They take one crack at it. They don't find any chip in the armor. And since they spawn close, they're like, all right, let's go for it again. We have a chance to
It's
win
contest,
this.
honestly.
We know we have a 4-on-3.
Okay.
No one's been
All right.
number 6 was
They shouldn't be able to break like that, bro. 25 seconds?
It's a different approach, different point in the game.
They should be able to win here. They're not even close.
And then he just kind of probably is telling his team, I'm going to rotate early. Because, right, that's what he's thinking Optic is going to do. Try and rotate early to Burger. He wants to win that position. But as you said, Optic realized it and said, screw it. Let's push this 3-on-4.
10 seconds.
You had the P2 break 5 more seconds to win the series.
That's the tough part of your surge. You got to win the battle on both fronts when you're in depth.
Just lay down.
And they're not able to do it. Texas
Ooh.
win the series.
I don't know. I haven't really been able to watch too much, but it's looking like Seattle's good.
Some smart plays there. They just realized their situation.
That's a dub. Optic, FaZe. New York is looking all right.
Give and take, but it comes down to a couple of breaks. They keep right there for Optic Texas. A great series out of them. They bounce back in that search and destroy. They clutch up in map number 1 hard point. I think great stuff for them. Surge, they have chances throughout this series.
Who else is looking good? I would have to look at the list, to be honest.
Try to fix things, you know. Again, early mistakes, you're gonna learn from them.
Listen, our view of teams.
You haven't seen any matches?
Every day, every match.
Still early.
You feel any different maybe about
I just watched last weekend for the drops, to be honest.
No, not really. Honestly, you know, 3 round 11 searches for Optic, you lose. That changes a whole lot of the conversation in week 1. They still go 1-1 for Surge. It's like they 2-0, but you just kind of tell that they were ahead. It felt like their game plans were ahead of the rest.
And usually that margin just thins out more and more as we go on. Like it's just that.
Let me get that interview, baby.
Early on, and like trying to maintain that advantage is just not realistic. Like the more these teams are playing against each other, the more there's VOD to watch, the more people are catching up, especially nowadays with the coaching staffs, everything we have.
Yeah, the fact is this league is very competitive, and with what I've seen, these two are going to be in the mix the entire year.
Yeah, I mean, I think for Surge, you're just happy, like, you know, you start out 2-0, which is great, but we have Texas is probably one of the top 2-3 teams in this from a talent standpoint. They're battling them already.
Yeah.
Some amazing.
I mean, Optic lost 2 round 11s last week, which was tough.
Fantastic stuff. To break it all down, though, to the desk, Christopher Puckett, you are a hottie.
Thank you so much, young Maven. All right, welcome in, everybody, and congratulations to Optic. Allie, let's start here with you, because we all pick green here on the desk. We all look super smart right now.
Yeah.
Is that right, Nameless? Did we all? Yeah. Oh, no, sorry.
And they just decided to not watch Cross on John.
All right, Allie, let's break it down.
Nameless is always against Optic, bro. He's just an Optic hater.
I think is what
for whatever reason.
Told me. I thought playing Terminal Hardpoint against Seattle Surge was a bit of a bold play, but obviously now I see why. Is Optic were ready for literally everything Seattle had to throw at them. I mean, I think this was one of the more comfortable hardpoint wins Texas has had. And what's with Pred and Map 4? Is Map 4 versus Minnesota Rocket yesterday? He went 26-19. Today he went 21-14. So it's good to see him kind of warming up on the Optic Texas roster, as well as later on as the series goes.
Yeah, also like to talk about Pred a little bit. He had an incredible performance in this series. You talked about that map as well. He also led the lobby in damage, 14,000 popping off for the squad. But for Optic, just like prioritizing the right things. You know, that's 2 skid rows that we've seen now where Kenny has made the game-winning play. And now you talk about the terminal, what they just do there. I mean, we saw all of security was held by Seattle Surge, right? And Optic
I'm just tweeting out that W.
Trying to play that trade game. They're able to do that, stall a little bit of time on Dreams, and then they get that beautiful break into the plane, fixing that P3 situation that they had the first time around, and they close out the game in a very comfortable win. Optic prioritizing the right things.
I just want to see this interview, man. Come on.
Last week and today, it showed a lot versus a very tough opponent.
They were scary and hard point last year, looking even scarier tonight. And a quick reminder, you can get your games in all weekend while you're online. Make sure you're picking up all the CDL bundles, including the Warrior Pack. For now, though, we got to give a shout out to Kenny for play of the game. This is game number 1. Young Kenny. Sneaking behind enemy lines. Nameless, why is this so impactful?
I mean, well, first off, they have Illy set up in, you know, top P2 building, which you can basically see everything. Another player inside of the hill. Everybody watches the cross from Ticket. I don't know what they're looking at, what's going on in the comms, but they give that up. Kenny gets a cross, and he throws a little bait stun over at Ticket. So then they start to pay attention, but he's already behind him, takes his time, finds 2 kills, and that's very reminiscent to the last skid row where Kenny made the exact same play on a different hill. He just gets gets behind enemy lines and closes the game. All the time, Chris, Ali, we talk about who's going to be the closer on these teams. Well, for Optic, it has been Kenny.
Closer, Kenny.
Yeah, I'm so happy that you said that because I was immediately going to piggyback off and be like, Kenny has already kind of made his statement being put.
What happened to my tweet? I tweeted it and then it went away.
A player that maybe could be kind of that missing piece they would need, and like you said, to close out some of these games, because Kenny doesn't make that slip by. He doesn't shoot those two players in the back. They lose the game. They go down 0-1 in the hard point. You know what I'm saying? We go to the map 2. They already are on a 3-loss streak, and you know the ball keeps rolling. So shout out Kenny. Tyler?
No revenge tour for Illy and Hook tonight, but we do have their teammate from the World Championship Empire on the line right now. It's your Monster Winner Spotlight, Shotzi.
What is up?
How good does your second win feel taking down
W
the
interview.
undefeated Seattle Surge?
Why do the player cams always look like this?
Let me tell my teammates to shut up real quick. Wait up, boys. I'm doing an interview. Yeah.
Yo, this man commands the troops. Sorry, go ahead.
It feels good. Honestly, that entire series, I was
UFC.
honestly doing much.
I never really watched UFC, to be honest.
I guess not. Well, yeah, I wasn't really doing much. My teammates were honestly just doing everything.
I feel like that would be something I'd have to like
played
watch
really good
in like
fundamentals,
person
and
with
that's
like
what,
a group
just
of
kept us
people.
throughout the series, and obviously winning the search was huge for us. But yeah, I didn't do anything today. Honestly, they just won 4-3. So shout out to my teammates.
You didn't need to do anything today. You did everything last series.
It felt like I did nothing. I might have done something, but it literally felt like I did.
You contributed a little bit.
I promise you did you did something on the map, Chatsy. Listen, what has it been like for you having Pred and Kenny now on the team? What has like the Optic vibe been like adding those two new additions?
Yeah, Ken he's in terms of like the way he thinks about the game is so identical to me, so I feel like that helps just like the way that our team chem is right now, and yeah, we're kind of just building off.
I hope
it,
they
and
keep
obviously having AG as my sub dealer.
this up.
He's kind of just picking up the cuts that
Because
are just annoying to play. And
honestly,
I know how it is playing
Kenny
against him,
and
so
Pred
the fact that he's on my team now is just
kind of
I
played
don't have to worry about that,
better
so,
than Dashi and
just do, make
Chaucy
sure our
today. I'm not even gonna lie.
team, and yeah, I feel like our chem is slowly getting there.
Fair enough.
Shotzi, we've been giving Kenny a lot of flowers for the success he's had with you guys so far. I wanted to ask, from your perspective, obviously brand new roster, and like you said, you didn't have to do much.
just like,
sort of taking a back seat, taking the
I don't
rounds.
know.
How's that been playing with somebody like that who you've had so many battles with in the past?
I feel like now is like kind of a
repeat,
downtime
first question of that?
for
Yeah,
UFC
how's it
as
been
well.
teaming with a guy like Kenny, who you've played against for so many years?
Yeah, no, I've heard that Ken is the way that he likes playing the game. He wants to be on top of his fundamentals, and that's the way that I try to approach the game. I feel like if you're taking the correct routes and all that good stuff, then it's just easier on your team. And
Mr. Page is the best.
I have Ken, AG, Brandon. I feel like we're every single day we're in practice, we're just trying to build our fundamentals. And I mean, because like obviously we're individually gross. If we're just on top of our fundamentals, I feel like it will be a really hard team to beat. And yeah, we've just been doing that day by day, and we're slowly getting there. So yeah.
Chatsy, what's your favorite map?
Dude, what is going on? I posted
Honestly,
this tweet
probably
twice.
I love high rise. I probably should have said that because that's D, but I love I literally get on top of the crane probably at least once a scrim, so that's my favorite map right now for sure.
Final question for you. If you could give one player from the team
Bro,
tonight
what?
the MVP honor, who do you give it to?
From what I know, AG was going crazy.
posted this tweet twice and it's
unless
just
he was
not
killing people in the back
posting.
streaming, I would say him, but yeah, I'd probably say him for sure.
Brad, congratulations. Shotzi has crowned you tonight's MVP. That is your Monster Winner Spotlight with Shotzi. We'll see you soon, bud.
All right.
Yeah, thank you. Take care. Peace.
Congratulations, Optic.
Those were some
You
W
came in
matches
with a
today.
1-1 record.
I mean,
Now
Optic
you're
won,
sitting
so
at
I
2-1,
can't
and
really
that
be mad
only
about
loss
that.
was a Game 5, Round 11. A great start to the season as they're going to finish with a 3-1 over Seattle tonight. But we got to revisit everything that went down today, starting with Miami
Let's see what they have to say about
versus
it.
Las Vegas. Things are looking pretty good for Vegas early on, and then the Heretics took over.
Yeah, no, again, we
I'm
talked
gonna
about
tweet it
earlier,
on my
the first
phone, I
map,
guess,
that
'cause-
terminal, I was like, wow, Vegas Legion has really come to play. They're out rotating, and Purge was having a really, really good end of that game mode. And then we head into that map number 2, and then suddenly we're in a round 11, and Lucky's dropping 6.
Oh, the flank
and
is
then
live as
Journey's
well.
dropping
I want
like
to see what they have to
30,
say about
and then
Scump.
we move into map number 4, and we got Metals going 24 with a minute and 30.
Because that's insane, bro. I don't care if they were supposed to be streaming or not.
Really shining through throughout this entire series.
Yeah, people gotta stop playing relaxed against them. They want it more. I mean, you could tell in the interviews and the way that they're playing. Also, you bring up Metal, so he popped off in the control and in the hard point, right? Like the guy was going nuts today. You love to see that. I feel like in both their series so far, they've just been sound. Comebacks, some maps they've been dominating. The Search and Destroy has looked very good. So shout out to Miami Heretics today. It's not an easy match to win, especially the S&D.
A 2-0 start for the Heretics. The question is, are they good at any other maps other than Invasion? It's the only map we've really seen. So I got to give a shout out though, a Journey, especially with that gameplay final closing play on Control. Let's go over to Boston versus LA Thieves. This is a look at the Thieves, who everyone on the desk picked to lose today. They come out with a hot 3-0.
Yeah, this was not the result that I was expecting to get when these two teams matched up, and I especially wasn't expecting a stat line of 217 to 83 to open up map number 1. Now, Boston Breach came back just a little bit, but thankfully, LA Thieves in the past week have learned how to close out maps. So now they take our third 3-0 of the season.
Yeah, some incredible breaks here on this map as well. I mean, they're able to break into Palace. You don't usually see that. And then also, you know, I brought up Afro before, saying like he needed to bounce back. He had a great performance. I mean, second in damage on the team, almost 10K. Was running a sub.
All right, is it actually gonna post this time?
10K damage. So that old rocker
I've
duo
tweeted 3
coming
times.
in and showing some fight today, beating a Boston Breach team who was 0-2 as well, that we were all predicting.
I was gonna say that search was ridiculous. So Boston starts up 4 rounds, and LA comes back and wins it.
Dude, it's not
6-4.
posting.
You can't allow it to happen.
What the fuck?
Boston unraveling in front of the community tonight. And as we mentioned earlier on the show, throw it off the desk. As we mentioned earlier on the, thank you, Ali. The road doesn't get easier.
so
right? You gotta play
confused.
Toronto in the future. Before your major, you only get 5 matches, 3 done for Boston. Is there
you see my
a
tweet?
chance this team finishes 2-3?
There's always like
I've
that
tweeted the match
weird
results
mode
3
where a team
times.
could slide in, maybe being like 8th or something, being 2-3. But for Boston, this is, I mean, it's not a good look this early in the season.
They got Heretics too. Like, it's not easy.
Yeah.
After Heretics, whew.
All right, Breach, let's take a look at your next battle as we take a peek at the full weekend here. It's week 2 of our Major 1 qualifier, and the Breach will be playing against Toronto to close out the weekend on Sunday night.
Keeps
Tomorrow,
posting and then deleting.
bright and early,
What the
2:45
fuck?
Eastern with the pre-show here on headquarters, and of course, matches start at 3 ET. Get in for Minnesota versus the Heretics. It's all live. YouTube.com/COD League.
3ET, 3ET.
Later, everybody.
We're 2:45 though, so come here then.
45.
Yeah, come see us.
Get in early. We'll see you then.
See you tomorrow.
All right, my Twitter's bugged right now. It won't let me tweet.
This is what you wanted from me, lit the fuse. Be a pun all my life, I refuse. You were scheming all my life, now you need me. Not seeing it as a big deal, it's something I can't repeat. In the lab like Dexter, you sabotage like Dee. Yeah, I got the crown now, it's mine now, I'm knee deep. Yeah, I got the crown now, it's mine now, it's mine now. I can't be minimized, on the throne you've been advised. Running me down, but I switched it up, I'm top tier, better listen up. Overhype can't trip me up, over the way had to lift me up. What a shot, look how it rolls, even if nobody knows ya. On my own wave, I am gold, yeah. You was trying to block me on the low, yeah. Took the high road, let me demonstrate. Cause the old me gone like I've been erased.
Yeah. Okay, I got you, bro.
Yeah, push. Yeah. Weak is.
All right. Let's see what they gotta say on the flank.
Worried about that acne blemish? No worries, we got this. The Band-Aid Hydro Seal Acne Blemish Patches are battle-tested for acne blemishes. Simply apply to clean, dry skin and leave on for at least 8 hours to absorb fluid from acne blemishes and help them look smaller and flatter. Ultra thin and easy to use, so you can regain your confidence. With the Band-Aid Hydro Seal Acne Blemish Patches, it's game
bro. Who's on edge?
Bro, you better fucking fix your fucking dome.
I'll fight you, bro. You want to scrap right now? I'm on edge now.
Nah, I'm not a fighter, bruh. I'm a talker.
You're fired.
You know,
I just want to see what they have to say. I don't know if they're going to talk about it right away or not.
Before cam, dude. Give me a second. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for everybody coming in hot. There's a lot of energy in here right now. I want to give a quick shout out to the kid Steve. Coming in hot with a 10 bomb. Give it up for the kid Steve, ladies and gentlemen. Make some
All right,
noise,
we'll have to watch a
show
clip
love.
and see what they say. But for now, that's it, everybody. Holy shit. Big Optic W. Scump got copyright claimed and had to end his stream. What a day. We're going to end it there, though. I'm probably going to go to the gym. Going to edit a video for tomorrow. Going to edit a short. Yeah. Thank you, everybody, for tuning into our first watch party. I got to make some scenes and stuff and make it a little bit better. But hopefully we'll get some more people in here, and hopefully everyone will enjoy the watch party. So thank you, everybody who did come and watch. I really appreciate it. And I will see you probably next week for another watch party because I work all weekend. See ya.